baby.
Let's go.
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this Thursday, there's preseason game tonight, August 17, 2023. This sports program starts now. Football is happening tonight. Week 2 of our preseason games begins this evening as the Browns will travel to Philadelphia to take on the Super Bowl contending Philadelphia Eagles. Now, they did have a joint practice together this week, so we're assuming that Jalen Hurts and the boys will not be playing for the Philadelphia Eagles tonight because they've already got all the reps against the ones in practice. It's a little bit more controlled, and if there's a fight, there's no penalties.
That's right. There you go.
Yep.
Now, the Browns got this guy named DTR playing. Now, you might know of DTR at a high school in Las Vegas where he's like the most electrifying player in the country. Then he goes to UCLA, and although the UCLA Bruins, you know, kind of out of the conversation of relevance for a long time, this dude has been a lightning rod on a football field for a long time. And for whatever reason, this preseason football has come to him very easily. He looks better than he's looked at any stage of football. He's throwing it. He's moving. Looks confident. His dap up with other players seems to be everybody respects him. DTR starting for the Browns tonight. They're getting 3.5 points on the road. No offense to Sirianni, who I love. Let me make my first official bet of the year.
Okay.
I like DTR and the Browns plus 3.5 tonight, taking on probably Marcus Mariota, who's starting for the Eagles. And although he's a vet, and veterans have done very well this preseason. Look at Case Keenum in the second half for the Buffalo Bills, I do believe. He was slinging it. Texans. He was absolutely slinging it in there. You think to yourself, oh, that's a veteran playing against guys that have never played in the NFL. Not Case Keenum's fault, but also we need to remember that veterans probably going to do in preseason. So I'm going against myself immediately here with this. Give me DTR and the Browns this evening. Now,
and I understand why you're saying that. Mariota been playing like straight trash.
That's Pac-Man Jones, 14-year NFL vet. Go ahead, pal. But maybe the Eagles' offense is the offense that he's supposed to be in.
Well, we'll see. I think this is the last go-around for him. He's been around the block a couple of times and just have not gotten the job done, not with his feet, not with his arm, not with his brain.
But he has the ability, it seems like.
Yeah.
Has the ability to run, has the ability to throw. We got to watch quarterback. We got to learn about him behind the scenes. Super nice guy.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
Like super good guy. Good oos. You know what I mean? I think that whole is a real thing. But for whatever reason, Atlanta didn't work.
No.
And then you watch quarterback and the way his side portrayed what happened where he disappeared from the building, and then the way Artie Smith and the Atlanta Falcons kind of portrayed it, vastly different. Even through quarterback, I don't think we really got to the bottom of it. Felt like NFL Films covered that it happened, and Marcus was like, yeah, I was getting surgery. They knew I was getting surgery.
Yeah.
And then they were like, we did not expect him not to be here.
Right.
And then that never really answered on the quarterback episode.
Yeah, no.
So that's the only thing I think in the history of Marcus Mariota's career where anybody's been like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yes.
Beloved by his teammates.
Tennessee.
Has always been a great starter, feels like whenever he has the opportunity. But then he goes to the Raiders, has that one good night. We think he's going to capitalize free agency, stays there, goes to Atlanta. It's your team now. They did not do well. It did not end good. So I think that type of stink is going to be tough, especially whenever you're an older quarterback. We don't care how good you looked in that Thursday Night Football game when Derek Carr popped his hip flexor off of his body. And then you came in and started wheeling and dealing. The only thing we know is that Tennessee, Ryan Tannehill came in and they got good.
Yeah.
And then we know at Atlanta, you were there and it wasn't good. That's all anybody really remembers. So tonight he has a big opportunity, I think, to remind people of how good of a football player he is and who he is. And maybe Sirianni is going to be the offense that he is supposed to be in, like whenever he was back in Oregon. So it's going to be an electrifying night, I think. I think we got a good preseason football game tonight. Just give me the Browns plus the 3.5 points because I don't think points have really been in abundance in this particular preseason. So 3.5 feels like a good number. One half of the hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys Tone Diggs is here.
Yeah, I hope we even see Mariota tonight because I haven't seen anything from Sirianni, but you would think as the backup he'd go, but Browns are going straight to DTR, and I don't know if that means Dobbs isn't playing again. Who they in the first preseason game, the Hall of Fame game, they didn't play Deshaun Watson or Dobbs, and they started with Kellen Mond, and then DTR came in and let him down and fucking won the game.
So we assume that DTR hopped Kellen Mond.
I would
probably
think
not.
so. Yeah,
But do you think he hopped Dobbs? I guess that's the big question. Like, will Dobbs come in tonight? Is Dobbs going to play?
that's the question, because if that's the case, then fucking Browns plus the 3.5 is
Easy money.
well. I learned my lesson last week, so we're not. I don't know what.
Preseason, we said we're not gambling on.
But
So tonight is just for, we're not putting any money on this,
practice.
actually. Tonight is just like for record.
Yeah.
okay.
There you go.
That's what we're going to say.
official records only are in play tonight.
Yes.
But those,
Even though some people are going to say, well, it's not official if you didn't put any money on it because that's an easy bet. Anybody can, let me officially bet. You can just do anything you want. I'm going to put actual pressure on this official record of mine.
For sure.
This is my first bet of the season, but I did make a promise to me and my daughter, Mackenzie.
Sure.
I'm not betting on these fucking preseason games anymore. Actually said to her, she was sitting right here. She was sitting right here
Yeah.
watching TV. She's starting to watch TV.
Yeah.
She likes football.
Sweet.
love.
And that's good news.
Need that.
That is fucking great news here. Very early, football comes on. Everything else is not happening. She's watching it. Some people tell me she just sees the lights, and that's what she's looking at. Don't care. The lights of a football game, she likes more than the lights of everything else. But as I'm watching, I see something unfold in like the fourth quarter, and I'm like, can't be doing this anymore, Mackenzie. Like we just can't be putting actual money on any of these games. That is problematic. That's like betting on a sport that you haven't watched all year, and then March Madness happens, and you have to unload your entire account onto these 18-year-olds that you have no idea if they can put a ball into a fucking.
At least
We
you know
got a
they're
little
going to play.
bit with these two quarterbacks. We know Mariota, but
We don't know if Mariota's playing.
No,
Yeah.
you don't.
This is the problem,
clue.
Pac. We have no idea what these
I
preseason
scoured.
games-
I couldn't find it. It's all guesswork. I think Nick just sent in Sirianni's 0-3-1 in the playoffs as a favorite.
preseason.
Preseason. Sorry.
Yeah, you
I
said playoffs. He's not.
I
No,
got it.
opposite. Not.
He's dog.
I think he's
Yeah.
better. Yeah, I think he's better than that in playoffs. Yeah. Real bet tonight, for the record. Unless it loses, then we'll start regular season.
Then we'll say we didn't put money on it.
No.
Nope.
Yes,
Then
we're
it's just
definitely
about pride.
we're definitely giving ourselves an out. Like, we get it. Okay, people are saying that probably to us right now, either in the comment section or if this video is to be put out onto X. I'm sure there will be a lot of X's about how we just kind of blew by something and we missed. But welcome to sports media, baby. So, that is, the Talks Table is here at Boston Connor's Mullet, and also at Ty Schmidt. Ty, we got Shefty joining us here in about 11 minutes, Adam Schefter. And every time we get a chance to catch up with him, we get very excited because obviously Rappaport, Rap Sheet, friend of the program, part of the program.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Will remain that way.
Absolutely.
And Burke Magnus, who is the new president of content for ESPN, who has been a massive ally of ours,
Yeah.
big fan of ours for a long time now, has been put into a position of actual influence at ESPN, and he has been very kind to me. He's also not just been like he has been helped too. Like, yeah, you should think about this whenever you're addressing this.
Sure.
Because I think he kind of forecasted some of the stuff that was going to potentially come. I think he's good exec. Like, I think he, has a good brain.
Foresight.
For it,
Yeah, like I think he's good. If everybody assumes that people in powerful positions are good, what we have learned,
Not the
that is not true.
Couldn't be further from the truth.
In a lot of different genres of business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the people that are in some of those positions, don't let the title kind of scare you or fool you. Like when you're going to talk to them, like don't be scared or intimidated. Like, oh, this person has this job. They must be blah, blah, blah. What we have learned, and I don't know if this is the case in every other business, and we just so happen to walk into 10 different anomalies, but you walk into some of those offices, those people are scared to death that they have that position.
Yep.
They know that they have no fucking clue what the modern world is because they at some point had to do actual influence, actual work, actual creation, and then they get put into like a management role, and then they're away from it for however long, and the world has changed. So don't be scared to talk to those people and not be intimidated of those people, and know that you can be those people. That's what I saw.
Yeah, it's
Like,
really inspiring, actually.
yeah, that's how I view it. I'm like, this motherfucker's doing this. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I think I got.
Good news.
I think I have 15 future Fortune 500 CEOs working for me. If this is who this fucking person is. So that is not something that I just say about every executive when I say, hey, good brain. Good. I like the way this guy views things. I am saying about him. I would talk around that if I didn't actually feel this way.
Right.
So I do have a lot of respect and appreciation for what Burke Magnus in his short time as president of content has done for us and seemingly for all of ESPN and the entire visual. But he was asked a question this morning, I think in The Athletic.
Yes.
Yep.
And he did a full Q&A, and I think people are really going to like this fucking guy. Like, honestly, I don't think people know him. Obviously, being the president of content in ESPN is a pretty big role in sports media. I think people are going to like Him.
100%.
Which is good for
Everything.
everything. Personally. One of the reasons why that ended up being a home.
Mm-hmm.
All the questions everybody has had and tweeted about, I fucking had them too, believe me. More than you have.
Right.
Yeah.
And the people that are in powerful positions now, actual influence positions, feel good. So Burke, though, was answering a question this morning about the insiders and newsbreakers that come on our show. Is that going to be a conflict of interest with ESPN? It was a good question because they were reading the internet well, because that was something that was brought up, and I've maintained since the very beginning, like, no, we can do. There's none of those.
Yeah.
We're allowed to do whatever we want. And I think people just didn't believe that was the case, because for how long sports media has been pretty like tight on our people,
Yeah.
as opposed to like a showcase of all sports. Like that's what you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mhm.
So he answered the same question. He was like, yeah, like those guys are friends of the program. Those guys are a part of the show. Rappaport and them are part of the program. We would never want to change that. And he said, I might be naive about this. I genuinely believe that Pat and the boys are excited to meet new people that will come on the show from our talent pool, which is very deep. And it's like, yes. So everything he says is real, and everything I feel like I've said is not a lie to people publicly. But whenever Burke comes out and solidifies it, I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah.
You know, because Burke could have just like said, yeah, we'll work through that, because that probably saves his ass with his people. But instead he's like, nah, hey, this is how this goes. I'm very thankful for it. Just like what we were chatting about, though, us getting to have Schefter on is massive.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That is a massive ordeal. So Rappaport and Schefter are the two biggest newsbreakers in the NFL.
By far.
Rappaport, friend of the program. Schefter becoming a friend of the program. That's good for not only us, but like I think all
sports.
Yes,
NFL
I think all
sports
NFL
media,
media. So I'm like very thankful for how this is going, and pumped to talk to Shefty, because there's big news coming out of New York about your former quarterback, about Bakhtiari being traded. We haven't heard really anything about Schefter's sources about the Jets situations, right?
No.
Who he's talking to. How about like we know he's plugged in with San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
Lombardi was like, hey, that decision's been made over there on Trey Lance. When that mom of Trey Lance bent over, put the diaper on him after he just pooped, and picked him up from the crib, that baby did not have it.
Nope.
Like, that is what Michael Lombardi said. And then Michael Lombardi like alluded to that decision's been made.
Yeah, it's done.
Behind closed doors. It's like Schefter will know.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Schefter would
Yeah, he
know
will.
if that was. I'm excited to hear what he has to say about that and everything else. But go ahead, Todd.
No, yeah, I think people just assume, because they're both like the insiders who are in the top, like at the top of their field, that like, oh, these guys are talking to all the same people, they have all the same information. But it's easy to forget, like, they do know different people. Like the NFL is massive. There are so many different sources and so many different people at every team who really know what's going on. So like, we're not just getting the same conversation that we would get from Rappaport. Like those guys aren't just like mutually exclusive and easily interchangeable. Like they know different people. They have different information. Yeah, some of that stuff might cross over, but we're not just getting the exact same thing from Schefter that we would be from Rappaport.
And they inside competing too.
Yeah.
You know that? So that's good for us.
Yeah, I think everything is pointing good. Not just us, by the way.
Different people.
ESPN.
As a whole.
As a whole.
Good for sports media as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very thankful for the position we are currently in, and I'm very thankful that it is like very appreciated by like the people that are in power at ESPN.
Right.
Not everybody there is going to be pumped.
No.
No.
Definitely not.
Not everybody. And Schefter, to his credit, has not been one of those guys at all. Hey, whenever you need me, whatever you need. It's like,
Yeah.
thank you, dude. Very thankful for that. And we even, asked him and his people, like, hey, Rappaport's our guy. Like, if you don't, we understand, because he has a good relationship, I think, with like Pardon My Take and other places. It's like, if you have any, like, please let us know, and we understand completely. He's like, no, anytime you need anything. It's like, everybody's been awesome about it, seemingly, except for like the people that can't comprehend that it's being allowed.
Yeah.
But I would like to let those people know, like, I think this is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if we're able to do it, probably
Kind of opens the doors for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
there's going to be a lot of things that are going to happen where, there's a chance that my shins will be the one taking the baseball bat.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you get through like the baseball bat forest, it's like, oh, now there is a path.
Yeah, and understand.
And everybody else will kind of do it.
Opening up.
And that is exciting. That is very exciting.
For sure.
For like me to think about, for us to think about, but also for all the people that watch, like, hey, we're really fucking doing it.
Yeah.
We as a team are really doing it. Started in a basement, okay? Haunted one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Went back into that house yesterday for the first time. in
Really?
a few
Yeah,
months.
how's it look?
How's the mold?
It actually looks, so the mold is out. We got the mold
Good
out.
news.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had to move it. Yeah, that was
For the
middle-
animals?
What's that?
For the animals?
What's that?
The animals that are living there.
Had to remove the mold for them?
Yep.
No.
No, they
Had
slaughtered
to remove
those.
the mold so we could sell it.
Yeah.
But also,
Those animals are dead.
one in there looks a lot nicer than
Really?
in my head, because we had to move out so quickly because we found out about a leak that created black mold in a part of our house that, I mean, I hadn't been in 4 or 5 years.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, it was way up there. And Sam was pregnant at the time. And
Okay.
we're like, yo, you got to get out of this house, like, right now. So we just abandoned house pretty much. Like, all right, fuck this. I'm not going to let this whole thing. We get out of there, we move. So I've been back there sporadically, but like, just like out of sight, out of mind with this place.
Sure.
I went in there yesterday. Not as big as a shithole that I remember.
No, not at all.
Pretty positive.
Yeah.
But I went down into the basement, did the whole thing. I went into the room that we used to record in. And I did like sit there for I had like a 15-minute, I think. Now, it might have been longer because I was in a place that I did at one point think was a shithole.
Sure.
And it was very quiet, eerie, and there was a little bit of like a spider web hanging over here.
Oh, okay.
And you know what I mean? That whole thing was happening. But I sat there and thought, like, hey, we did it. We should be pumped about that. And the little things, like having Schefter and Rapport on the same show, is like progression here.
Yeah.
And like becoming a commonsensical sports coverage thing. And I think we're going to keep chipping away. Can't wait to hear what he has to say. Speaking of people that are kind of changing the game, Deion Sanders will join us in the next hour.
Here we go.
We're 21 days away from NFL football, man.
Yes,
and
we
the
are.
countdown has been on for a while. 21 is just 3 weeks. It also means we get to celebrate that with old Prime, baby. That's a good day, Connor.
Unbelievable day, especially when you're seeing everything coming out of Colorado. I mean, we've been talking a lot about over-unders for some college football teams. Some you probably don't want to take, but Colorado 3.5. I mean, it feels as though the expectation isn't really there for them. Everyone's really not banking on Shedeur Sanders being a guy because he's coming from Jackson State and who's he really played against. And they're kind of in the driver's seat just to surprise everybody this season. I love it. I mean, it's the Pac-12. It's the last season, really, that's even legitimate at this point.
He's not coming on.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Really?
Just found out. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So that would have been neat.
Yeah.
That would have been neat.
All that stuff would have been cool.
Still
then.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, just found out. Just
Okay.
found that out.
Okay.
All right, so, number 21.
Okay.
Come on, different day.
Yeah.
Talk to him closer to the season. He's in the middle of it right now.
Okay.
They're trying to build a team that's going to definitely go over 3.5 wins.
That's
We
right.
do like 21 hours.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. That is, nope. Okay. And in the third hour, and 2 hours and 11 minutes, we think.
Yeah, maybe.
Sugar is on. Sugar is on.
Sugar Sean O'Malley's.
Okay. All right.
That's
Yeah,
sweet.
He's got a title fight this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm in Boston.
He could be a bantamweight champion of UFC. A man that has obviously kickboxed growing up in Montana?
Helena.
In
Yep.
Helena, Montana.
Crazy
I think he
story.
dropped out of high school,
Yeah.
just got into the fight game, and Pac was looking up other jobs that he had and everything like that. He moves out to Arizona or New Mexico, one or the other, out in the middle of the desert, commits himself fully to fighting. And then during COVID, we get introduced to this fuck with crazy hair in heavy hands.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Bomb.
Heavy hands. And then he just started dancing his way around that goddamn octagon all the way up until a title fight. We're incredibly proud of him, pumped for him. Can't wait to chat with him. He's in the middle of, I assume, either starting a weight loss or
Right in the
right
thick
in
of
the
it.
thick of it.
Yeah.
Honing
Because he's
in.
tall.
Yep.
And he's got to get to 135.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If you become champion, too, you're committing to doing that
Yeah.
forever.
Consistently.
Yeah, so I guess that it's something he's used to, but he'll be on at 2:30. I can't wait for that Eastern.
Yeah, from reading up behind him, his pedigree, he's a dog, man.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up, he said he was working at Saks Fifth and still fighting and going back to work to support his fighting, and then he was cutting hair on the side. So he got an interesting story, man. It looked like he's dialed in, and I'm eager to see it.
He's an exciting fighter, which
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Dana White knows, like, need these. No offense to the wrestling fighters, okay?
But
I agree that you could beat the shit out of me, no problem at all.
Habib.
Now, granted, there is some times where I might be able to, I
sure.
might sprawl out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I got a pretty good base, low center of gravity,
oh.
and I've done those linebacker drills before. So it might not be like a 10-second over.
Right.
It might be like 25, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But
can work for it.
watching it, though, nobody's going to want to watch that.
No.
It is tough to see it. Now, when like Habib was Habib,
Habib.
because there's a K up there,
Yes.
and I don't think my mouth can do it.
Yeah,
What?
gotta get a lot of spit in there.
Yeah, I don't think I could
Gotta hawk it up.
Whenever he was just beating the shit out of Connor or whatever, and he was just on the ground, he was just pummeling him. There was like a beauty to that. It felt like because of the way the shit talk went in that whole thing
On the ground,
So there's like
too.
some moments you see it, but some of these fighters that I don't know, like I'm just watching. I apologize, MMA people. I do watch, but I don't do the full research in everybody. If it's a I'm like, all right, well. Somebody tweet or X when that next fight is.
Yep.
You know what I mean? No offense. I appreciate you going in there. But then when you have an electrifying style, like the style that he has, we got sent over these bios. The style for Sugar Sean O'Malley, for instance, UFC, Aljamain Sterling here, right? He's the champ of the bantamweight. He's the one fighting him. What's your style here? Kickboxing and funk jitsu. Love that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Love
Never
that.
heard of
Okay.
that.
Here's Sugar Sean O'Malley. What's your style? Gangster, bro. Okay. What's your fighting style? Fucking gangster.
I
Okay.
love that.
He's excited. He promos.
Yep.
He understands the gimmick. He understands that you got to build this thing and be an entertaining character. And he actually, one of the first fights we saw him, he could have ended a fight and he let the guy get back up because he already made shirts that said another right hand from Sugar Land. And if he would have won earlier, it would have been a left punch.
Yep.
So he would have had to not be able to sell his shirts. So he stuns guy, could kill him, lets him back up so that he could get the right hand so that he could sell the merch. Like that is the type of fighters we need.
Yeah.
Like that is, those who are thinking about merch
Yep.
and excitement while they're fighting, we need, we'll talk to Sugar Sean. Now joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man that if he was getting in the octagon, we know he would win.
Absolutely.
Because we've seen him in Green Bay, Wisconsin, able to almost hop up over that wall that people Lambo leap on. We've seen him shirtless with chains on. He's strapped to the gills.
What?
This is senior NFL insider for ESPN. You know the name, you know the sources. We're lucky to chat with him. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Schefter.
Yay!
Nice to be with you guys. Thank you for the intro there, Pat. I still think I get my ass kicked, but that's okay.
Yeah, we all would, pal. But look at you right there. Look at you. You look good, Shefty. I don't know how old you are.
Yoked.
You look good, pal. You should be very proud of that.
56 years old, Pat.
Whoa.
It's 20 years from now for me, bro. 20 years from there, no way I'm doing that at that age. You know why? I'm gonna be 350, 360.
For sure.
You being confident to take your shirt off on TV. You're pretty. Do you do a lot of cardio and diet and everything like that, or no?
You know, I watch what I eat. I don't know that I'm hardcore about it. I like it. You know, that day, basically the producer was assigning commandments, and he assigned the Kirk Cousins putting on the chains topless video to RG3, and I'm like, well, you got to take your shirt off. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. I said, okay. And then we were driving to the game, and I said to the producer, I'm like, well, maybe I'll do that. He's like, would you do that? I said, let me call the boss. So I called one of our bosses, and he said, what does Denzel, you know, the 21-year-old production assistant driving you to the game think? I go, Denzel, what do you think? He's like, you got to do it. So, you know, that's one way, as you know, Pat, that high-level decisions are made at ESPN. So Denzel signed off on it, and I did it.
Well, Denzel is a great focus group. Denzel out of Chicago, I'm a massive fan of. He works on game day as well.
He's awesome. Love Denzel.
Swagged out.
Oh, yeah.
Great
Swagged
fit.
out from eyes with his glasses all the way down to his toes. We're talking.
Yeah, cool guy.
One day I saw him in a Philadelphia Flyers jersey. Black dude from Chicago wearing a Philadelphia Flyers jersey, jeans, and then he had like these orange and black New Balances. And that was like the first day I saw him. I'm like, God damn. Hey, you're killing it, man. Yeah. I was like, you're a Flyers fan. They fucking stink. He's like, I'm not a Flyers fan.
Sweet jersey.
I got shoes. I'm like, oh, dude, you look awesome. Yeah, he's a good guy. I'm happy you made that decision. Good decision by Denzel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe we should put Denzel in a chair that maybe makes a little bit more decisions.
That's right.
That's not for us to decide right now. What is to decide by us is what we kind of dive into and give the world more information about. Let's start in New Jersey. Let's start with the New York Jets, who canceled their practice on the Bucs last minute.
Yeah.
Let's not even dive into that. I assume that was decided for a reason that is important. It wasn't just a, hey, fuck you, we're not doing this, but whatever the case. They're saying that offensive line is terrible. Hard Knocks had this offensive line is terrible moment. Now, offensive lines can come together. Now there's a whole story about Aaron in the approach of taking the massive $35 million off the table was, hey, you can maybe bring in Bakhtiari, allegedly, is being chatted about. He tagged him right across his ass.
Yep.
Right across, Bakhtiari right across his ass on the Instagram story Aaron did. What is the story with Bakhtiari? What is the story with the Jets offensive line? And how deep should everybody dive into this? The picture of Aaron's asshole right there.
Well, first of all, I think the Jets' offensive line is pretty good. Now, I don't know if he's putting David Bakhtiari's name on his butt to send some kind of subliminal message or just have fun with his pal, or I don't know the meaning of that. I had not heard that the Jets were trying to pry loose David Bakhtiari, nor have I heard that that Green Bay is interested in moving on from. What I can tell you, having seen David last week, 10 years ago, me, him, and a couple of other Packers offensive linemen shot a Gillette razor commercial, which obviously I still am in need of some more Gillette razors if they're listening. And it was the first time I had seen him in person up close. And we spoke for a while in the Packers team hotel in Cincinnati last week. And I can tell you this, he feels great, which is welcome news for, I would assume, the Green Bay Packers. Like, this is the best he's felt in a long time. He's ready to play. He's ready to go. And that's a big-time reinforcement, we assume, for Jordan Love. Now, again, I haven't heard anything about the Jets. That doesn't mean something couldn't come to be, but I don't think teams are usually in the business of just essentially moving on from strong quality offensive tackles in this league because they want to make their friends happy. Like, I don't think Green Bay's out to do Aaron Rodgers any favors. Not that I heard that Bakhtiari was available, but it's fun for everybody to talk about and wander about the meeting. Like, you get Aaron on the show and ask him, like, are you trying to petition Green Bay to trade?
Why don't you text him?
Bakhtiari?
Why don't you text him? That was good the last time I heard it.
You know what? I've been in their building twice in the last week. I brought Ozzy Mentalist there last Sunday.
Oh, hey, home run on Hart. That guy, three bits.
Yeah,
unreal.
Each one blew my mind.
That's my guy. You know the backstory behind that?
No, all I know is this motherfucker's got a talent.
Yeah,
I don't know who he is. He's unbelievable.
So about 13 years ago, he was performing at my brother-in-law's company's Christmas parties for $600. My wife saw him. She brought him to my son's birthday party. We had him at my daughter's birthday party last year. Some of the ESPN bosses were there, and they're like, holy cow, we got to get this guy out on the road. And we last summer booked some teams. It was obviously a big success playing those features on Sunday Countdown. So we put together a schedule this year, and I went with them last week to the Jets, and then we went to Oxnard last Wednesday and Cincinnati on Thursday for the Bengals and the Packers. And Friday I took him to the University of Michigan because he went to Michigan, and he's like, hey, could we do Michigan? I'm like, yeah.
Can they give me a helmet? Can I get a helmet?
I said, let me make a call. So we did Michigan last Friday. And that's going to run on College Game Day, and that was off the charts.
Wow, okay.
Look at that.
I've been told I have a little bit more sway on that. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if it makes the. No, I'm joking. I think the more that guy, the better. How about you being like a scout? You're like Jimmy Iovine or whatever. You're finding. You got the golden eye. You're like, you know what? This talent.
I've never been a booking agent and a roadie combination, but I am happy to be a booking agent and roadie, and that's what I was for him. And mapped out his schedule, traveled around to make sure that nobody accosted him, and make sure he got everything that he needed, and it was fantastic.
Well, listen, you're a good friend, seemingly great agent. For this guy. And I don't want to say you just kind of kick Coonan to the curb, but I think anytime you want to step into that world, sounds like you got to figure it out pretty damn good. You got this guy touring professional buildings in his first countrywide. I mean, that's a big. Anyways, let's move on though. Aaron was a big fan of the trick. Did the Mentalist win over Aaron for you? Have you chatted with him? How's the conversation? And I'm actually kind of excited to hear that, because whenever he told us, why don't you ask Schefter what I said whenever he asked me a question, and then you tweeted, yeah, he did tell me, lose my number. Where are you guys at now? Yeah, here it is. That is.
Well, my path has not crossed with him. I was about 25 feet from him yesterday. I was at the Jets, and I spent time with Alan Lazard. It was very nice. I spent time with Randall Cobb. I spent time last week with David Bakhtiari. So I'm spending time with all his guys, like everybody but him.
Were you scared to walk over there?
Yeah, why didn't you say,
Why
hey?
you didn't go over there?
The opportunity, he was surrounded by people. Like, I'm not going to force my way in. Like,
Aaron.
Again, if it happened, it happened.
Why didn't you just you take your shirt off, walk right over to him. I think you'll say, you know what? Respect the cut of this guy's gym.
We're cool.
How you doing, Chef? Why don't you do that next time? Next time you're around him, plop the top off and just walk right over, stern handshake. Nice to meet you, Mr. Rogers. I think that would earn his earn his respect.
Absolutely.
You know, I had a shirt to give him too. Hold on.
Here we go.
Yes.
Love this.
I had a shirt to give him too, right? I forgot to bring it yesterday, but
Oh, that's amazing. You should wear that shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you're wearing that and then taking that off, signing it, giving it to him. Now we're doing it.
Best friends.
Now we're doing it. That's amazing. Okay, so it sounds like you don't like or believe any of the conversations about Bakhtiari going. Do you think they're going to make a play with the offensive line, even though you started that with saying, I think the offensive line's pretty good? Robert Saleh obviously wanted to motivate them to get to their best form.
Well, let me say this. First of all, I think Dwayne Brown's going to make it back at left tackle, and I think they really like Dwayne Brown. I think at right tackle, I think they like Max Mitchell. They're talking about moving their rookie center over to left guard. Like, I don't think it's as desperate as people think, and I think it takes a little bit of time. And it sounds like Aaron, was saying during his press conference yesterday, he's going to be patient. Do I think it's the best offensive line in the league? No. Do I think they have questions? Yes. Do I think it's as bad as people say it is? I don't think that. Billy Turner could play right. Like, they got some guys. They got some talent. And let's keep in mind this too, right? Like when Tom Brady went to Tampa, Tom Brady knows to get rid of the football pretty quick. Like Aaron's pretty savvy. He's not holding onto the football back there.
Yeah.
It's going to be drop, boom, out. And I think that he'll help mitigate some of those deficiencies or questions in the offensive line. And having a quarterback like him helps cover up some of that. Now, if you have a young quarterback out there who's holding onto the football,
trouble.
And he's going to it's a problem.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, and I think Nathaniel Hackett doesn't want Aaron to die either. And I don't think Saleh does either. And Saleh recognized the problem. Saleh, good football mind as well. So he's probably telling Hackett, hey, how are we getting around what we're thinking here so we can get Aaron to December when we need him to be? Even though Aaron, best shape he's been in. They said something about his calf yesterday. That's not real? Is there a calf thing?
Well, on Tuesday, at one point, he kind of seemed to hurt his calf a little bit, but he continued to practice, and he practiced yesterday, so it doesn't seem like it's a major deal.
All right. Well, he's jocked, too. He feels like he's in the best shape that he's been in. Mm-hmm. He's actually said he feels like he said, I know everybody says this, I think is what he actually said, but I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life right now, which...
I'm not in the best shape of my life. I'm not, but most people are, Pat.
But...
You were.
Look at that. You know what I mean? At one point, not too long ago, Kirk was on his... gold chain run, and you were in great shape. I got one more question for you before the boys do. So Michael Lombardi, who obviously has been around the NFL forever and now speaks into microphones and writes books and emails and newsletter,
TED Talks.
He has 55 jobs. Okay, he has 55 jobs as a man. It's unbelievable. What it is truly. I'll call him and he'll be like, I'll get right back with you. I'm in the middle. And then he'll call me back. What's up? And I'm like, how do you have so much energy at the age that you have? How do you have enough time? Anyways, he came out and said pretty much that in San Francisco, it is what it is with Trey Lance behind closed doors. Like, they know what it is. They've made the decision. Now figuring out what to do with Trey Lance is kind of where they're at right now. And that was a part of the quote in which he said, whenever Trey Lance's mom picked him up from the crib, he didn't have the quarterback instinct. Like, that's not his fault. It's just something that he doesn't have. Now, is Lombardi being ridiculous? Probably. But also, he does have sources around places. Is the decision already made in your eyes about Trey Lance? And how do you think they go forward with this?
What decision? Decision that what he's
3. And it's like they're got to figure out what the hell they're going to do.
No, I wouldn't say that. No, I don't think that's made at all. I don't. I think that they're open-minded there, and I think they like Sam. I think Trey, the first couple of weeks, looked probably a little bit sharper than Sam did. But like we said this to you in June, like that's what preseason's for. They have 2 more games. They have more practices. I think it's pretty close right now.
Oh,
I really do. I'm not writing off Trey Lance like that at all and saying he's 3. No.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And listen, I have great respect for Michael. Michael is a hustler, and I mean that in a complimentary way.
Absolutely.
But Brock Purdy is the quarterback. I've said it to you before. I'll say it again. Yep. He's the starting quarterback. And then what they do behind him, I think, is still up in the air. Like, I don't think they know yet.
Okay. Well, I enjoy hearing that. I love hearing that. And I like the fact that we might still be able to see what Trey Lance could be in this league, even though he only has, and I think Orlovsky said this, 416 pass attempts since like 2016 or something like that. Like, who knows? What a wild scene this is going to be like 10 years looking back. Like, hey, you remember when? And it's like, did he go on? Insane.
Well, you know what, Pat?
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, that's the history of quarterbacks, right? So this year, there were quarterbacks picked at 1, 2, and 4. And if you just go back and look at the history, the chances are that probably at least 2 of those guys are not going to hit.
Yeah.
At least 2 of those guys are not going to hit. So we could do this every year with every top quarterback that's picked. The hit rate is probably less than 50%. Less than 50%. Probably closer to 33%.
Yeah, I think we did the math.
Yes, we did.
For one of our drafts, go ahead. For one of our draft spectaculars that we do for the first round of draft night, because I don't think I ever watched the draft until I retired, and then I watched it in the way. No offense to you, but the way it's being talked about by people on TV on draft night is like, this guy is gonna. Boom.
Future.
This guy's going to become a guy. And it's like, we started looking into it as people that have been in locker rooms before. It's like, I've seen a lot of dudes that are supposed to come in and be guys and just right back on out of there. It's hard to make it in the NFL. And I think that gets forgotten whenever you're in draft season through it all.
Well, first of all, let's say there are 270 picks, right? Everybody, when they're picked, oh my God, this guy can do this and he can do that. And he's got this skill set. It's sort of like, it's the draft version of, or the training camp version of I'm in the best shape of my life. Well, everybody's going to be the best player. Like, that's what that is at the draft, because the draft is about hope and optimism. And inevitably, then the guys come to camp, and you've been in camp where you've seen first-round picks come in probably like, man, you see right away, like, this guy's a player, or you see right away, this guy can play, right? There are picks you made. Pack, you've been in camp before, right?
No, he sat out every camp for 14 years.
You're right.
Okay, is AJ here with us today? Like, there are times you come in, you can see right away a guy can play, and you can see right away a guy can't. Right, and then sometimes you think a guy can play. Like, I remember coaches telling me about guys, watch this guy, he's unbelievable, he's going to go to the Pro Bowl, and they get in the first preseason. Like, I remember one running back in Denver. I remember Mike Shannon telling me, like, this guy's going to be unbelievable. Watch. Like, he's lighting it up in practice. Unbelievable. And they had their first preseason game that year on the road, and the guy fumbled 2 of his first 3 handoffs, and that was basically the end of him. Like, we never heard much more about him.
Yeah, we lost. We lost a lot of hope in that guy. So he put the ball on the ground. We could have never foreseen that. We did think he was going to be a guy, and then all of a sudden he's just giving the ball to the other team. They can't do that.
Some guys during practice are okay. The lights go on, they're great. Some guys during practice are great. The lights go on, they're not great. Like, everybody's different, but you can usually get a sense right away whether a guy can play or not play in practice.
And what you just said, to finish that quote, you did 2 of them. There's 3 of them. And those who are great are great. Yeah, like through all of it. The greats in practice are great. Yeah. Like, that is, I think, something the young players are like, I'll be able to flip the switch. Switch
is always on.
It's like, with the great players, we don't have a switch. That fucker's broke. And it is
on.
It is on. It's an amazing thing. So you're saying there's still a chance for Trey Lance. That's good news. Let's go, Trey. Here we go, Trey. You're not going to be one of them statistics. No, no way. No. Speaking of somebody that just got signed and has a lot of optimism and hope, the Patriots fans thought maybe they're getting Dalvin. Instead, Zeke shows up. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Shefty's still excited about Zeke. Let's not, get anything twisted.
He did not say that the day Zeke was signed.
I did not. What I said was it's impossible to compare excitement between Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott for signing for your team strictly because of what they've done the last 3 years respectively. But clearly the Patriots need running back help. He shows up in Green Bay. A lot of people are saying, oh my God, is Ezekiel Elliott 285 pounds? I said, no way. He has sweatshirts on. He does this all the time in camp. How did that kind of progress between Belichick, New England, and Ezekiel Elliott? And what do you see his role being, and what was the intention of bringing him in?
Well, Connor, first of all, when he got his hair cut, I think he lost some weight right there. Because he left a lot of hair on the ground. But he essentially, had an idea early on of winding up in Philly or Cincinnati or Buffalo, and none of those situations ever really materialized. And so the only team that he visited, the only team we know he visited, was the New England Patriots on Saturday, July 29th. And that night, he had dinner with Mac Jones and Ramondre Stevenson. He was excited.
Hell yeah.
And I think what happened was you just wait because veterans aren't in any rush to get to camp, and they want to see if there's another contender that suffers an injury. But New England missed out on DeAndre Hopkins. So it was just looking to add another offensive weapon in whatever way it could. They were missing Damian Harris, who went to Buffalo, so it worked out with Zeke. They could have used Zeke and Hopkins, certainly, but they wind up getting Zeke, and I think that Ramondre Stevenson is still the one, but they get Zeke. He's got a point to prove. He's got a chip on his shoulder. The Dallas Cowboys basically cut him. So that I'll take Zeke like that. I get no issues with that. And New England wants to go play tough defense and run the football, and then have a little bit of a new passing attack, some play actions with Bill O'Brien. So to me, it's a good pickup. It's a strong pickup. I don't think he had another real offer out there. Best I could tell, he was talking to some other teams, waiting to see if something materialized. It never did. And when it doesn't, when you're about a month out of the season, you say, time to go up to camp, time to get into game shape, time to get ready for the season ahead.
Dalvin Cook signed with the Jets. Zeke follows, signs with the New England Patriots. Congrats to both of them now. The running back market is what it is, but seemingly two people ended up in good spots. There's one more running back that was in the headlines a little bit. Good, Ty?
Yeah, Chef, did you have any idea what's going on with Kareem Hunt? We heard, he went down to he went down to New Orleans, and then he, either got a call from his agent or someone saying, hey, the Colts are going to give you more money. So he goes to the Colts, and they're interested, but they don't ever sign him. We were talking about Lombardi. He speculated that maybe his medical wasn't, what they expected, and that's why a deal never came to fruition. But have you heard anything about where he's going to wind up or the timeline of that?
It was told just the other day. His guy said that basically he's sifting through the options. He's got options. Teams are calling. I think it's one of those situations where you're waiting for the right offer at the right time with the right fit. It just hasn't materialized. Obviously, he heard something while he was in New Orleans to make him go to Indianapolis. The deal with New Orleans doesn't happen. Conditioning might be a part of it. I don't know that it is or it isn't, but all these players, they recognize that as we get closer to the season, it's kind of go time. And I think it's go time for him, and I would imagine he'll be with a new team soon enough.
Okay. He's coming to the Colts?
I don't know that.
Well, what's going on with Jonathan Taylor? Do you know anything? Do you know anything that we don't know? Because I feel like we've heard my angle, which is just trying to get information out of people that aren't going to give any information out around the building, but they're just talking about like how the vibes are with him. And then obviously Rappaport has somebody, we think. We don't know which side it is, but he gives like kind of loose details. Are you tight with this situation at all? And is this not the weirdest thing? This is weird right now. Like, team in a shitty place last year, 4th overall pick. He, best player on the team. 2 months ago says, hey, I'm coming back baby facing. I signed the contract. I know the team is trying to build a new culture with a new quarterback, new everything. Then he gets new agent seemingly. Running back situation happens. Now it's almost like he's fighting not only the Colts, but also the entire NFL. And a lot of Colts fans are like, yo, now's not the time to do this. If you wanted to do this, it should have been maybe earlier for the, like, what is going on there? How hurt is he? Because Chris Ballard said we need him at 100%. And then Jonathan Taylor left to go out of state to get his ankle. I didn't even know that was that serious. It is. Colts fans seem to be like disinterested in Jonathan Taylor right now, but the national fans are still like, get Jonathan Taylor on our team. I assume teams will want to trade for him. Are the Colts going to do that? Are they going to sign him? What are your thoughts right now on what's going on with Jonathan Taylor?
Well, there's a lot there, right? And it's an evolving situation. And I think that, yes, his ankle, it was a question mark. And yes, there are some things that he's still physically trying to get past. But I also think that he also would test positive for contractitis if we gave him a test for that. I think that there are a lot of players that would test positive. I mean, it's just the fact of the matter, right? The guy wants to be paid or he wants to be traded. Yeah. And the Colts want to keep him. But again, there's a lot here. And I think both sides, I said to you before, they need to kind of let the situation calm down. His reason for stepping away right now is truly legitimate. It is a personal issue right now. It's nothing related to football. So he's tending to that particular situation right now. Okay, so let's hope that that gets resolved here pretty soon. I think that the Colts, they need to find a way to calm the situation, whatever that may be, And Jonathan Taylor, I think both sides need to give a little bit here, right? The Colts need to say, hey, let's see if we could sit down and talk contract. He needs to be willing to try to get back on the field, show some good faith efforts, and they need to get back into a better place than they've been, because somewhere along the way, it went off the rails. And I don't know whether that's related to that running back meeting where all of a sudden Jonathan Taylor felt like he had to represent some of the running backs that were out there in a market where the running backs have been wronged, or whether it was Jim Irsay coming out a couple of different times and tweeting and saying things that he shouldn't have, that offended his running back and made his running back very upset. There's a few different spots, inflection points this summer where the situation regressed, clearly. So now it's up to both sides to figure out a way to get it back on the track. Now, when you talk about a trade, do I think there will be teams out there that would be interested? Yes. Do I think that those teams would be willing to give up what the Colts would want back in return and compensate Jonathan Taylor both? I think that's challenging. I'm not going to tell you it can't happen, because of course it could, but it's not easy. So the easier solution is they have a young rookie starting quarterback.
Dog picked apart the Chicago Bears yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Picked apart the Chicago Bears yesterday.
They need a
dominated the Chicago Bears last night.
That's not what I saw. That's not what I saw.
Anthony Richardson dominated. I'm sorry. Anyways, go ahead.
And so they need to support him in every way possible. And the best way to do that is with one of the best guys, maybe the best guy on your team. So again, I'd say it's up to both sides to find a way to come together, like Etch-a-Sketch, like let's shake it clean, start a new, fresh chapter, right?
I like that.
And let's see if we could figure out a solution where everybody's happy. And that to me would involve a new contract that both sides could live with. That would give the Colts their star running. Like, he's 24 years old. He's a great guy. You want to build around guys like that. You don't want to lose guys like that. So get it done. Figure out a way.
Yeah, we also had guys in that locker room betting on our own team, people being late to meetings, people being late to appointments. It's like, there's a lot of things where I'm like, yo, bro, 4th overall pick, and while you were one of the leaders of the team, the entire culture of the Indianapolis Colts kind of went to shit. So, like, whenever you say at April, hey, I'm here for this whole thing, we're all very pumped. We love JT in this city.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved. And then when he's the only guy, okay, and there's people that are going to say, I'm holding Irsay's water here, and it's like, Irsay afforded me the opportunity to have all this. Yes. I'm very, very thankful for Irsay. And Irsay should not have been the one that's tweeting about the running back market and everything. If he wanted that message out because he feels like he's the oldest owner and it's our league, tell Woody Johnson to fucking put it out.
Yeah.
Or tell somebody else that's not in the middle of this to tweet it. So I don't think Irsay was writing this whole thing either, but like from an Indianapolis Colts fan perspective, it is hard to be on JT's side in this whole thing at all, because we've heard about our team just getting dismantled from within pretty much.
Shit show.
While this guy is one of our leaders, it's like, I don't know if...
But what did JT have to do with dismantling the team?
So, like, people being late to meetings and training and betting on their team, like, yeah, the locker room needs to fucking mandate that shit. Like, that is... I feel
But Jonathan Taylor didn't have it. What did he have to do with that?
See, Schefter, you've never been in a locker room. That's what I just heard from you. Like, that is a locker room.
Yeah.
Like, that is a locker room thing. Like, people showing up late to meetings, like, of course, the coaches can find them, but the leaders in the locker room be like, hey, we don't fucking do that around here. This is professional football. So, like, that type of stuff, if you're like an alumni of the Colts, for instance, you know, and I'm not the only one, God damn it, I'm nowhere near that. No. But I watch it, I'm like, this group here that all got paid, not Jonathan Taylor, we wish he did. This group here got paid more money than all the guys that built this fucking stadium that they're playing inside of. And right now, all the stories we're hearing from inside out is like, it just wants a complete toxic, bad football.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
So I've been in locker rooms, but you're upset that Jonathan didn't step up and do more to prevent that.
Not upset about it.
Correct?
Just saying, like, you're one of the leaders on the team, and this happened while you're in the locker room.
Right. Well,
then you say, hey, I'm going to perform my contract. Then you're the only guy that isn't getting in with the new culture in the new offense. Like, it's really tough as like Colts fans to be like, we're on Jonathan Taylor's side here. Like, I love Jonathan Taylor.
Well, here's
you know
the deal.
What I mean?
Last year, he's 23 years old. He's still on a rookie contract. He's a highly productive player. I don't know that his job entails being a leader of the team and stopping guys from betting or being late. Now, maybe he could have been more proactive there, but I don't think that we're making judgments about whether we want to keep or pay a player based on how assertive he was with other players.
No, yeah, I think that's just one of the things. There's a lot of things like that are just kind of stacking up, and it's like all these things are a heel move by Jonathan Taylor, who's been the babyface for us literally the entire time, which I think he's probably saying, like, yeah, I've been the perfect community person, the perfect coach, and you're not paying me or whatever. And I can understand that, but like just 2 months ago, you said you didn't want like to negotiate and have a whole new contract. So it's like, as a Colts fan, I'm just speaking from Colts fan.
That's what I'm saying. Something has changed over the course of the summer where the situation went from him saying, okay, I don't need a new contract, him saying, I do need a new contract, whether that's him standing up and representing other players, whether it was something Jim Irsay said, whether it was a change of heart that I don't know what changed, but there was a change in the way that he was approaching this. And so since then, the situation has regressed. It hasn't moved the right way. It's regressed. And he's a part of that regression, but he's not the full reason that there's been a regression. Again, I blame Jim Irsay some, and I'm a big Jim Irsay fan. I blame Jonathan Taylor some. I blame it's everybody's collective fault.
His agent.
That they've allowed it.
His agent.
Fine.
Yeah.
His agent too. It's all their fault that they've allowed it to get to this spot where, again, it's disintegrated, the relationship. The situation has gone backwards, and they're getting closer to the season. And so, in my mind, it's up to both sides to figure out a way to stop and figure out what works. Because the way it is right now and the way it's been this summer doesn't work and doesn't help either side moving forward.
So, like, with that being said, I think everybody, I don't know, just from watching it, though, everybody else is moving efficiently, positively. Like, on the offensive side, buying in, getting better, like going into the Shane Steichen kind of culture. Like, and he's literally hoodie off to the side. It's like, it is not good at all. Like,
I know, but can you imagine what that's like for a coach, too, by the way? Like, let's imagine, like, you
best player, your best player.
You're trying to implement your culture, and you got your best player in his hoodie, disgruntled, scowling, like, leaving camp, coming back, leaving, coming, like, that's a terrible, that's terrible for everybody. That's not good for the coach, not good for the player, not good for the organization, not good for the owner, not good for the agent, not good for anybody.
Yeah. The money, though, talks, right? That's how this whole thing ends, you think? Is it too toxic? That's my big thing.
Of course.
But is it too toxic? Like, is Jim Irsay never going to give in?
No. Well, no, but there are wounds that have to be healed and patched up and repaired. I mean, both sides have done damage, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's time to wipe that slate clean.
Shake it up.
And then sit down and be responsible, mature, professional individuals and figure what is it that's going to make both sides happy.
Yeah.
Okay? And you know what that is? That's a fair deal. That makes both sides happy.
That's going to happen.
Definitely.
I do not like it at all. Just because, like, massive JT fan. And he is so good at fucking football. And like him and Anthony Richardson in the backfield. Oh my God.
Let's do it. I mean, Pat, you want to keep guys like that.
For sure.
So figure it out.
But Jim pays.
It shouldn't be that hard.
Everybody.
Okay?
Jim pays everybody.
We can put both sides in the damn studio with you. And you and I, in 15 minutes, to figure out a solution. Okay?
The only issue with me being in there will be like, Jim, just give him fucking
give him $50
million bucks.
Stop crying.
And then all of a sudden now, that whole thing is happening. It's just like, it's all very ugly and messy. And what you just said about Shane Steichen, so real. Like him trying to implement this whole thing, the offense, the culture. Because remember, like, everything I just said, where I'm like, Jonathan Taylor also in that locker room and that's happening as one of the leaders. And I know he's young and I'm not blaming him for that, but also like, hey, that locker room was shit too. Like everything was seemingly shit over
that's fine. But you still want to keep your best players.
Agreed. Yeah, that's football. That would be good. But what if they hate you? You know, that's a whole
By
nother
the way,
thing.
like, it wasn't an issue the year before when he was the offensive MVP and rushing for all those yards. Like, he was the same guy, right?
Well, that he is right now. He was the mayor of Indianapolis.
Yeah, everyone had a jersey.
Yeah, everyone had a jersey.
Now I thought you were the mayor of Indianapolis.
No. Actually, the political world does not like me much. That's what I've learned. That's what I've learned, Shefty. But I appreciate you coming in here and giving us your take and your angles, brother. We really do appreciate it.
If you want to arrange for Jim Irsay and Jonathan Taylor and Shane Steichen and Chris Ballard and Malky Kawa to come into that studio, I guarantee you that we can get this solved in 30 minutes.
You think it's just a miscommunication. That's all this is. Misunderstanding, miscommunication, classic business.
I think it's a lot of built up bad feelings and ill will that everybody needs to kind of let go of. They need to figure out what is the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal, like I said, is to come up with a fair deal that works for both sides. It's not that
Come on here, let's
hard
smoke some
to
dope.
figure out.
Pass the peace pipe.
Yeah.
What?
Shake the Etch-a-Sketch. Get right back into it.
Yep.
We appreciate the hell out of you, Shefty. Going to be a great football season this year.
Looking forward to it, my friend. It'll be great.
You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Schefter. Thank you. Yeah, it's just like, as it continues to linger on there, and I was thinking of like all the things I'm adding up and like, I only thought of this whenever it's like, he's potentially not going to be on our team.
Yeah.
It's like, well, how does this whole thing go? It's like you just think more and more negative stuff. Like naturally, you're like, yeah, also, bro, come on.
Yes.
Also, bro, come on. Also this. But, I mean, if he gets paid, I'm fucking very happy. I want everybody to make $1 billion. That's what I would like everybody to make. It's just the way you go about getting it, I think, is an actual process. And I don't want to say trust the process, but like you can't just piss off the people that you're trying to seek a massive contract and money from if they're making the decision. Now, you can tell like an undergroup, okay, at a company like, hey, y'all are terrible. Boom, boom, boom. But the people that are actually doing the deciding on how much money comes and goes out of a building, especially at that level, like, I don't know if you should just start a war with that person, which seemingly happened. And I'm not saying that person made the right decision either, but at least you got to play a little bit here, a couple weeks if you want to get a deal done and do some business. I don't know if it's fixable. They're saying it's fixable. I like that Shefty has some optimism there. Because it feels like Jonathan Taylor's made up his decision.
Yes.
I don't want to fucking be here anymore. And by the way, good on him. Like if he thinks he should have been paid last year, which maybe he should have been paid after his almost MVP of the NFL year, which was spectacular when everybody in Indianapolis was wearing 28s. I agree with him. Like, hey, if you get paid then. But after coming out, whenever there's money available to do contracts, in that time period saying, I don't want a new contract. I'm just going to play my contract or whatever. And then for this all to kind of unfold, it's tough as a local. I'm not talking about the national fan. I'm just talking as an Indianapolis Colts fans are watching this. Anthony Richardson's so positive, especially with what he did to the fucking bum-ass Bears.
Whoa, I heard he was checked down Charlie.
No, he went like 11-11, had a deep ball, touchdown, and he threw a pick, but they said he looked real comfy.
Looked good, yeah.
He said, look at this ball. Bucket, how you doing?
Oh, man.
Keep it moving.
It's a dime.
Now, I will say we lost a wide receiver to a torn ACL, Doolin, who's a touchdown scoring machine last night, which is not good, but that's going to happen in the sport of football. We hope Godspeed for him. Zito, you were boots on the ground at that practice last night.
Yeah, it was. He is so big. Like you talked about him before. Anthony Richardson's a massive human being, amazing arm.
Justin Fields is big too.
Yeah, he has probably 2 inches on him, 2.5 inches, 3 inches probably.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson's a big guy. Like I think that is something you see in real life that you won't necessarily understand. He runs people over too.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's not doing it at these joint practices, I would assume. How was it? What was the practice like? There are a couple of scuffles I heard.
So the only thing I would say that bad about the Colts, whenever a big play happened, whole team not celebrating. A little bit like sideline. That's all I saw. Like I'm not like saying for
the Bears had no big plays.
The Bears had a lot of big plays.
Okay.
So they're like celebrating like nonstop. But it was just one of those things where I noticed right away it was dead after like he went 11 for 11. It was just dead.
Can't have it.
That's
and
bad.
maybe just every day for him.
Can't
maybe that's what it is. But
all right, boys, let's make sure we get some more energy out there. Let's celebrate when our team does good.
Fields?
Fields looked really good. It was a lot of like no deep balls I saw, but he had a good ball at DJ Moore a couple times.
Like
but nothing crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. And by the way, when I said bum-ass Bears, I don't actually mean that. I'm talking shit to Zito, who utilized our Colts connection to get boots on the ground at the Bears joint practice last night.
They did have the first pick in the draft, though.
Yeah, they traded out of it, so.
And got an amazing receiver out of it.
Ignore that history, though. You're not allowed to acknowledge it.
What's that?
That they were the first pick in the draft.
They got out of that quickly. That was smart.
Yeah, genius.
Hey, who wants it? Yep. It's just
Sounds
DJ
good.
Moore.
Nobody remembers.
He did have that
Panthers were
sweet
the worst.
touchdown in preseason.
He did.
Who? DJ?
Yeah, like a 70-yarder.
Yeah, and then there was another one that was like a 60.
Lil Herbert, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Swing pass.
Couple bombs from Fields. I mean, the dude was just spinning the pill down.
Don't
the
need
field.
you to do what the internet
Look
was
at
doing.
that thing. Look at that thing.
Hey,
What
look
a
at the big
ball.
boys moving, though, getting out in
Play
space.
got it, too.
How about that
Kid's
football
got
being
wheels.
low and to the right?
So the
Pretty
Titans,
sweet.
bro, like, defense is normally pretty good.
Yes.
So the fact that they're able, Justin Fields is able to manipulate the defense so much, look what he just did. Extended the play.
No one
Big
knew.
boys out front.
Big boys are rolling. They
checked
were not
into
past
this.
the line of scrimmage whenever that ball was thrown. That's awesome.
They
Those
checked-
guys
You
are
can't
real
be on the
fast.
screen.
Yeah.
You can't be on the screen.
Oh, okay. Was that a screen?
Yeah.
He checked into the screen, I heard, too. Fields broke the defense down before the play.
I don't think that was supposed to be. Was it supposed to be?
Screen,
Oh
100%.
yeah. I was talking some big
Oh,
wigs
yeah,
last
yeah,
night.
yeah.
Late.
Let him in.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys are 5 yards downfield behind the line of scrimmage, though, I guess. Look at your fucking offensive line, bro.
Moving.
69's got wheels.
Hey, what? Everybody's making fun of Fields for not earning these touchdowns or whatever. Let's just talk about their offensive line.
Yeah.
The O-line did.
So if Justin Fields didn't earn it, the offensive line did. Look at these big fucks.
And I'll say the whole big thing was always like, we don't have O-line, we don't have weapons, we have all that now. So, yeah.
Oh, no. What if?
Absolutely
Hey,
do.
it is what if season.
It is.
You need a good offensive line.
They
Very
got
important.
That looked like a good offensive line. Justin Fields didn't do anything. It's like 2 tuds, baby. What do you, hey, sorry about
Most MVP tickets in the entire NFL.
it. Justin Fields?
Yep. Most bet on player to win the MVP
Ran out of
in
a
the entire
sack,
NFL.
too.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to. But
Well, I also
Whoa.
like it because the Colts last night just.
Yeah.
I think the Bears.
The Bears are gonna be good as long as he don't have to throw the ball 100 times a game, and he can do stuff like that, extend the pocket, and use his feet. I think the Bears are gonna be pretty decent.
Is this from the Bears social media or the Colts?
Bears.
definitely Bears.
Okay, yeah, of course.
I believe AR's Rookie of the Year odds.
Oh, I didn't see that anywhere. That's
That was
crazy.
a great catch.
They did finally get a wide receiver, so that should help.
Yeah. And he's been playing with the bunch
And
of
I'll
bad
tell you, Chase
quarterbacks.
Claypool looked amazing. He wasn't dressed yesterday, but he looked real good.
You just saw him like posing.
Fashion? Did he have his fashion
He
on?
does look good, bro. That is one thing about.
Yeah.
He's built well.
What if he comes? What if he puts it all together this year?
He might.
I hope he does.
I doubt it.
I hope he does.
Why?
He worried about fashion. What do you have on, Zeke?
What do you worry about?
He had a jersey on, but and some nice sweatpants.
He had a
Very
Louis.
nice sweatpants.
He had a
Yeah,
Louis
Louis
Chicago
yeah.
practice.
Some nice J's.
Listen, I have no problem with anybody that's worried about fashion. Look at me, I'm worried about fashion.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs wears shin guards,
Exactly.
and he dominates.
Yeah,
Game changing.
You're a big
Dominates on the
fashion.
I was about to
field,
say, Pack, you like
You're a
that.
big fashion
I
guy.
dominate on the field.
Oh, you're saying he likes fashion more than he likes football.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That ain't true. Come on, Mapletron.
Hey, what do you say?
Good
Love
luck,
you,
Clay.
Chase.
Did
Come
you
on.
put him in the category with who?
You and
that's his
Stephon
nickname.
Diggs?
No, what did you just say?
That's his nickname.
Mapletron. He's from Canada.
Yeah, that's his nickname.
They got
remember?
maple syrup.
That's right.
Notre Dame. They wouldn't stop calling
They
him.
almost called him Moose-tron,
Yep.
but they went
would've
with
been
maple
sweet.
instead.
Maple.
Like M words that are Canadian.
Yeah.
Moose-tron? That's not bad. That's a big one. They got that big catch radius too with that
Yeah.
fucking antlers.
Oh,
Yep.
those are sweet.
And then somebody was like, "No, it's right there,
The flag.
Mapletron." Oh, and then he went to Pittsburgh, started making these catches. Like, this is the
tugs.
next.
Yeah. This is Maple Tree.
This is fucking
He's the
Mapletron.
guy.
And then whatever reason, it just kind of all stopped.
well,
And then-
seven made him that year.
All right, let's get to a break.
And he's traded for a first-round pick.
And now they got another first-round pick that's been traded for too.
Yep.
DJ. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, Z. Is
Hell
this
yeah.
the year?
This is our year.
I hope so because the Colts beat the shit out of you guys.
Oh, no.
So if you guys are winning, ipso facto, that means we're winning.
You guys are right. And guess who they
And this is without Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
We have Jonathan Taylor's not even in the building. I didn't even know that was the case. Personal reasons. I hope everything's okay, legit. Because can they not just say we'll negotiate 8 weeks in? Like, can we not just say here's a negotiation period that we will have a clearer picture on how you will be in Shane Steichen's offense, how you and Anthony Richardson will be together, how maybe we'll know how much money we're going to have here going forward this season. Can we just negotiate that we'll put a negotiation window in
Put it on the tag.
at this exact time?
I love that.
Is there a clause that if he tears his ACL in week 4 that
Yeah, he still gets paid, or
That's interesting.
That was also-
That's where
it get real.
Malky's gonna have to do some
Yeah,
real.
that's right.
That's what the negotiating.
My favorite part from yesterday was every Colts media person had like binoculars, and they were just all looking for him the whole practice. They give you like a sheet, and they were just like, "Let's find this guy." And they
Zito was hanging out with all the media members. Wasn't allowed to wear his Chicago Bears 3/4 zip with his dick and mask.
could not do it. No.
Yeah, they
hell's
told him
that
not to. They said just have a little couth, okay?
Big Edge was there.
Edrin James.
Yeah.
Was Jim there?
No.
I saw Jim last night.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Right.
that's right.
I don't know Jim last night. Saw Peyton last night as well.
you know who was running drills out there?
Quite a night, late night. Who's that?
Carly. Carly was running drills out there.
Yeah, she's coaching up AR.
She had pads on, didn't
with the
she?
headset and pads.
She had these golden cleats on. They were fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. You know, at the beginning, I often wondered, like, is this going to work? How will this work?
Oh, it's gonna work.
Hell yeah, it's going to work. Shane
Simple.
Steichen don't care.
No.
Shane Steichen's like, yeah, I hope you hear this.
Yeah. What do you like here?
She was calling 2 minutes, or
She was out there running. I was loving it.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson won 11-11. Carly Ursay's running sprints and gold spikes.
All right,
Tell
what are we
me.
doing?
11
Hey,
and 11.
your team's gonna stink, and your team's gonna stink. We all
this
know
guy.
it.
Colts ain't gonna stink.
Lions
All
fan
right.
pointing
Colts
fingers.
had players betting on the Colts last year.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
probably negatively.
Yeah, right.
probably
That ain't gonna happen again.
if they're smart.
Which sounds like they're not at the moment.
Look at the Colts'
that.
third longest odds. That is
Oh
tough.
my God.
Take them.
And we got a guy who's been here that has got us to this point. Like even more, like this is hard for any Colts fan to be like, yeah, we need, you know, like the national, like you got to pay your best players. It's like agreed, but also we've paid everybody else that is our best players. And look at those odds to win a Super Bowl. We're on our third coach in 2 years.
Well, and like-
it has been a shit show over here.
Shefty's like thing of like, hey, let's get the Etch a Sketch, let's wipe it clean. We'll come like
Humans.
what if Ursay's like, okay, yeah, we'll wipe it clean, and he fucking draws a $6 million on there and shows it to him. It's
this
like,
good?
Yeah, it's like Ursay.
How about this? 8?
Yeah,
It's hard to do an 8 on this.
it is.
8.61 million. More than Dalvin Cook.
There you go.
Is that what you want? Dalvin Cook, pretty good player. You want to start looking at what he did last year and what happened last year?
Huh?
Like that, it could get that petty.
Yeah.
Well, and couldn't they just do that for this year? Like, fuck the extension. Give them more money this year. And it's like, you want the extension? Here, you got
Who?
money.
They just did that. Somebody just did that. They turned, Zach Martin.
Yep.
Zach Martin.
Turned
Yeah.
his last 2 years into guaranteed money.
Yeah.
And they added like $4 million or whatever.
Yeah, so just add to this year for him. And then if he plays well, he'll get an
What is it
extension.
this year for him?
I assume not much if it's the last year of a second round rookie contract.
Yeah, this
For
is
JT?
Yeah.
And
Can't be
I think it's
can't be more than 8.
no.
and up in the Giants, you know, they added a little bit to his too.
Saquon. Yeah, they put that up to what, 11 or 12 or something.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah, you can bump that up to 13 or 14.
I mean, Eckler
For
got
the
bumped
year.
up to
6.
possibly that much.
Yeah, that's an easy answer.
How much is
Simple.
Jonathan
Just do it
Taylor
for the
making
1
this
year.
year?
Just do it for this
but
year.
I could read in the headline, it says the total contract was 4 years, $7.8 million.
much
This
is
year
So he's probably
is-
making like 4.
Yeah.
yeah, this year's 4.
So
5.
double it.
Bro, not even double it. Give him give him like 10 more.
Yeah.
Make it like 14 million 1 year, and then we'll figure this out at the end of the year.
And you know that he's going to get paid if they're giving him that much money now. Like that gives
That's
him,
an easy answer, isn't it?
Yeah, that is what they should do.
But when you don't operate in good faith, you know, is it a little bit harder to just give a guy
just saw it on
$10 million
Hard Knocks.
just for the hell of it?
Saleh was talking to Woody Johnson. Woody Johnson's like, that's a lot of money. And Saleh was like, yeah, that's why Joe and I fought so hard because he's a great guy for you to pay him that money, pretty much.
Yeah, everything you love, everything about him.
Yeah.
You got to remember, humans are making these decisions. This isn't like Madden.
Yeah.
You know, this is human to human.
Yeah.
Everybody says you got to keep business out of personal feelings. It's like, I've never met a human that has been able to do that that isn't a fucking sociopath.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You need to have zero feelings. Oh, I didn't know that was what humans are supposed to be like. Well, in this particular case, the most important thing in your life
Best businessmen do.
needs to just have no feelings at all. It's like, I don't know how to do that. I want to let you know, if that's what you're expecting out of me, you're wrong. You say something I don't like, I'm going to remember it. This isn't and I'm going to think it is personal. And I feel like, I guess you have to be upfront, like, but the expectation that people are supposed to just, oh, you called me a piece of shit.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I'm not worth this. Okay. Yeah, you were just doing business. You don't actually feel that way. That was just a script that you wrote up.
Hey, no hard feelings, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, we got it done.
good.
It's like,
We're cool.
fuck you. How about that? Yeah, I remember what you just said. everything you just said and what you just did. It's impossible if you're an actual human to be able to do that. So with that being said, like Jim, who I think he just donated, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he just donated like $2 million to some play this offseason because they were doing a fundraiser for something that he was watching. It was like, I love that, brother.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, he's a guy that actually does just try to give away his money.
Lolita.
As a billionaire, just tries to give away his money. Now he's taking his Lolita money out of the salary cap.
Right.
And he is putting that to his personal life to make a 747 a fucking
Interesting.
a flying aquarium.
Yep.
But it is like he pays.
Yeah.
He's paid multiple 5+ guys on the roster right now.
Give Andrew Luck $25 million to retire.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly.
Kelly, I mean Shaq, Leonard, Buckner, they extended when they got him.
Let's just go back to Andrew Luck. And not that Andrew Luck and Jonathan Taylor are anywhere near comparable for what they did, for how long they did it to the Colts, because we're in the AFC Championship game, and then we're back in there, Andrew Luck's rookie year. And I'm not saying that Jonathan Taylor hasn't been great, but like when Andrew Luck's contract was coming up, before anything happened with any of the injuries, Jim Irsay was like, he's going to be the highest paid player of all time, brother. Like, terrible negotiation.
Yeah.
Like, he was coming out saying, yep, this guy's getting more money than anybody else on earth.
Ever.
That's like kind of how Jim is. Like, if you're one of the Colts, he's going to pay you forever, probably.
Yes.
So that's why the whole, like, you need to pay me, you need to pay me. They're not paying in New York. They're not paying in Vegas. It's like, Jim's a little bit different than those fucking owners, I think. And that's probably why he feels so offended, too. Like, oh, you don't think that I...
Yeah. Guy thinks I'm a cheapskate.
You don't think that I reward people who...
I mean, Edge. Look what he's riding in the car with Edge at his Hall of Fame, and Edge
bought
didn't
him
even
a
finish
great car.
in Indy. He was in Arizona, and then he got him a Phantom.
Incredibly generous. But remember, he had to say it about Andrew Luck because you put that tweet out, and
I think the most part, this got a lot to do with the agent part. The agent got to figure out a way to get in there and get this to get it done.
He needs a shit can his agent.
Yeah.
Get a new one.
It's this.
a lot of people in India are saying.
Yeah.
Like, if JT was to do that, I think everything that I said about how Colts fans feel, and now I don't know how good of a business person this person is. I assume he's going to do great. And if they get a deal done, way to go. Interesting tactic, but way to go about getting a deal done. We are happy for you. But if he was to separate from agent, I think Indianapolis would be like, all right, we got our JT back.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do this.
But he got to be a bad agent if he can't even get 4 to 5 more million added on there. I'm quite sure that he would be back in camp playing for $9 million, and then the next year,
Hey, we're up there.
Yeah, that's what they should do. But even just look at the only comparison, and it really isn't because you got a franchise tag, but like Josh Jacobs isn't at camp, but he's not being a huge distraction. Like the GM is saying, hey, we're going to get it done. It's not like Josh Jacobs is, standing there on the sideline, and they've got a new quarterback. It's not as if everything's the exact same in Vegas either. Like the Colts is different. Like but he's not there being a distraction, and that's probably going to get done. Like JT feels like the only Holden that's not going to get a contract.
And he coming off injury. Josh Jacobs ain't coming off injury.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs rushed for...
Led the league.
1,600 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, he had JT's year 2 years ago.
Bingo.
Last year.
Yes.
Yeah, got it. All right, let's get... We hope JT gets paid.
Get paid,
I hope
JT.
he gets paid, but also, like, none of us think it's the proper way to go about doing things.
No.
But none of us understand the situation probably as well as JT and his agent do. We will assume. I don't know. I hope he's back, though, because if we're cooking the Chicago Bears in joint
come on.
practices,
I mean,
and everybody's buying in, and the culture is
You might be
accountable,
cooking us, but no pizzazz out of you guys. And that's bad.
That's because we're focused. Yeah, we're focused. This is practice.
I mean,
We're celebrating practice. I don't think so.
Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders in a read option, or Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor in a read option.
I'll take C.
Yeah.
All of the above.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That will be awesome. We'll be back on the other side with AJ Hawk to break down more of the stuff happening around the NFL. We do not have a guest in 4 minutes.
No.
Damn
we
it.
don't.
Sometimes, when you call, just no one picks up. Or you just don't call, and then it's just like, hey, sorry, they didn't pick up.
Or you do call,
Yeah.
and then, can't.
Okay.
It's all good.
Fair enough. Yeah. Cool.
That would have been legendary, though, fresh off his if one fight, we all fight.
Oh.
Training camps are awesome right now.
Yes.
There's a lot of shit popping off. There's highlights popping out of seemingly every single camp, every joint practice. Everybody looks good, and everybody's tough right now.
Yeah.
I think we're setting up for a great NFL season. We'll talk more about that on the other side of this break. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Take 5.
Welcome to hashtag TBT Fave Football, where each week one of us will be going through one of our favorite games from the past NFL season. Week 1 will be me. Week 2, Boston Connor. For this first game, I have chosen Week 17, Steelers, Ravens, Sunday Night Football. Why did I choose this game? Well, the Steelers at this point were 7-8, okay? On the verge of Mike Tomlin's first losing season as a Steelers head coach. The last time the Steelers had played the Baltimore Ravens, just a few weeks before, Kenny Pickett got knocked out by the rival Baltimore Ravens, so this is a big game for him. The week before this, Kenny Pickett threw a game-winning touchdown to George Pickens against the Raiders. So this was a big momentum game, still in playoff contention. Now the game, first quarter, second quarter, not much happened until 9 seconds left in the second quarter. Isaiah Likely scores a touchdown, huge touchdown. Ravens go up 7 right before half. How were they here? A very, very ill-timed, ill-advised penalty by Cam Hayward, a leader, a captain of the team. After they had just got off the field on third down, a personal foul sets up the Ravens for a touchdown. Isaiah Likely going up 10-3 at half. Let's roll into the second half. We have played 2.5 quarters. We have 3 points, 3rd and 14 on their own 35. Kenny drops back. Oh my God, the dog himself, okay? Mr. George Pickens out of Georgia comes up with an incredible catch on 3rd and 14. They have been doing nothing all game. 3rd and 14, huge catch, just past the sticks. Does this lead to a touchdown? No. This is not what the Steelers and Ravens rivalry is. But it does lead to a 51-yard field goal by Chris Boswell, the Boz himself, just absolutely fucking drilled, okay? We needed it for momentum. You can't just go 13-3 into the fourth quarter. That's not something we need. 3rd and 4, we need something. We pick up something here. Deontay Johnson runs a beautiful route. Oh, stick your foot in the ground and get back, okay? Wide open. Oh, make a miss. Let's go. It ends with another Chris Boswell field goal, but that's okay. The Ravens so far in the second quarter have gone 4 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. They have done absolutely nothing this quarter. This is huge. Ravens get this first down here. They could potentially run out the clock in the game. Offense doing nothing this half, but let's see what they do here on this play. Okay, run up the middle. Stuffed. Absolutely stuffed. The same guy who made a mistake earlier. Look at him just, oh, Ronnie Stanley, you're a good player. No. Cam Hayward drives him back into the backfield, stop on 3rd and 4. Huge, huge. Why is this huge? Because they punt the ball. Steelers get the ball back. 2 minutes left on their own 30 here. Kenny Pickett rolls out. No! Now, Kenny, we've been talking about lately, athlete, rolls out, huge pass to Muth. Now, here is the throw of the game, the play of the game. Drills a ball down the seam to Steven Sims. And look, ooh, that's an NFL throw, okay? For those of you who said Kenny Pickett, yeah, he's got 2 gloves, he's got small hands, he's a college quarterback. No, that's an NFL throw down the seam, okay? This is one of the moments where I said, oh, is that a first-round pick? Mr. Hamilton? Yeah, you are. Over you. That's an NFL throw. These are the throws that built up Kenny in his rookie season that made us believe here coming into the second season. 1 minute left, 13-9, 3rd and 8. Absolutely need it. We get some pressure up in the face. Oh, Kenny, athlete, rolls right. Nosh! Touchdown! Kenny leads the offense down for a game-winning drive for the second week in a row, and his allure, his story in Pittsburgh continues to build. 11 plays, 80 yards, 320. Now, not only did they go down and score, they left barely any time left. 56 seconds for an offense that hasn't done anything, but they still have some time. Here we go, though. 20 seconds left. Rolls out. Minka. Fucking ball game. Minka. Steelers moved to 8-8. They went out. Now, did they make the playoffs? No. But Mike Tomlin saved a no-losing season. You know, it was something that we could build on. Did we get? Yeah. The legend of Kenny motherfucking Pickett. And that was my favorite game of this 2022 season. Next week, Boston Connor will be giving you his. And this was the first rendition of #TBT Fave Football.
Definitely the biggest and best game to date this particular NFL season was the Minnesota Vikings traveling up to Buffalo. Patrick Peterson putting the game away with an interception. I believe Josh Allen's like 0 for 4 in his last 4 overtime games. Not great. But here in the end, 2nd and 10, minute 15 left, down 3. Josh Allen throws a pick to Patrick Peterson going into the game. We didn't know if Josh Allen was going to be playing or not. He looked healthy to me. He looked like he was able to throw the ball. He got hurt when he was trying to punch out a terrible interception from the other team. I guess he got re-hurt, but he went back on the field. The fumble at the goal line at the very end of the game is obviously nightmare fuel forever. Chris Sims kind of apparently said that the center maybe had a bad snap. It's always interesting to see whose fault it was, because who knows? But nonetheless, in a gotta-have-it situation, the Vikings get a touchdown on the defensive side of the ball after Kirk Cousins gets stopped on a goal line stand by the Buffalo Bills, in which the Buffalo Bills defense was supposed to put a picture of it on the fucking wall in the building, where they had 2 tries from a fucking inch line and did not make it in. Instead, Vikings get a touchdown on a bobbled exchange. Shout out to AQ Shipley and Drew Stanton. Then Josh Allen goes right down the field. Now, Gabe Davis's catch, allegedly, Walt Anderson says, not an actual catch. We should have stopped it and reviewed it. Yeah, you should have. You're the only people that can do it in under 2 minutes. Why is that a thing? Bill Belichick's asking a question. We're all echoing the same sentiment. Can't have this happen, especially in the biggest game of the year. The Vikings and the Bills, 2 wagons playing each other. The Vikings are very new to being the team in the NFC North, but the entire country needs to recognize that they are the team in the NFC North and a problem. This can't happen. Obviously, Walt Anderson said this is an incompletion and they would have overturned it. And who knows what happens on 3rd down. Will the Bills get in? Who knows? Vikings get stopped with like 40-some seconds left at the goal line, staying there. Damn. What a win for the Bills. Yeah, 48 seconds left. What a win for the Buffalo Bills. And then a Colts game starting at the same time.
Yeah.
So I flip over to the Colts game at that time. Other TV has Red Zone on it. All of a sudden, they're back there again with the Vikings thing. I'm like, holy shit. I think the world just has to recognize that this is a new Vikings team. This is not the old Vikings team. This is a new Vikings team. And I think a lot of it revolves around Justin Jefferson is different. Everybody knows he's different. Defenses look to guard him different. 193 yards yesterday and a tud, including this 4th and 18 catch that is going to go down as a catch of the year. Even with Diggs' catch earlier in this game, Justin Jefferson taking that thing right out of Lewis's hands and then somehow keeping it off the ground there, into his stomach. 4th and 18, got to have it down for it. I mean, what a play, what a game. This dude's different, AJ. This dude is different, and it's awesome to watch.
Hey,
Why?
let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this there's preseason football Thursday, August 17, 2023. Hour 2 of this program starts now. Football is happening tonight. The Browns take on the Eagles. The Toxic Table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Tone Diggs is here. And 14-year NFL vet Pac-Man Jones is in the Thunderdome. Joining us live from an attic in Ohio is a man who's a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup winner, and a man who's the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. Some would also say this guy's best friends with Aaron Rodgers.
Some would definitely say that.
Some would also say this guy beat COVID a few times.
Yeah.
Some would also say this guy drank his own urine. Those people would be wrong. He's never done that, but he's a father of 10. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
What's up, you spiritual narcissist? How you doing, bro?
That's me, buddy. Is it true? I caught a little bit of the program. Carly Ursay's running routes out there at Colts training camp.
Yeah,
in gold cleats.
Yeah, so Zito said that about practice, and then when we just took that break there, you know, I was appreciative for Zito elaborating on what he just said as well, whenever you said that. I guess she had gold cleats on. She wasn't a full dress because she is a proper and she is a fashionista. She looks at the top of her game all the time, but she was on the field during 11-on-11s. I would assume there's a chance that she was out there before in flats or some slides or some high fashion stuff. Pick comes the other way. All of a sudden, got to move to get out of the way. So now with training camp, joint practices, she said, I need fucking 6 studs, 7 studs.
Yeah.
I need them to be gold to match the outfit. And if they're coming at me, they're wrong. I'm coming at them. So I don't know if she lowered the shoulder or not or juked anybody, but I do appreciate the fact that Carly Ursay, who's the future owner of the Indianapolis Colts, is literally trying to learn as much as possible about fucking everything in the building. What do you mean everything, Pat? I mean, she's on the sideline with a call sheet on her arm and a headset with a microphone on game days. This is ownership on game days down there. It's like, well, owner shouldn't be down there. And it's like, well, Carly's trying to learn as much as she fucking can about everybody's job.
Respect.
So that whenever she becomes the owner, she can make better decisions. I respect that.
Oh, yeah.
But also, it is hilarious to think about an owner in cleats on the fucking football field, AJ Hall.
I will tell you, too, George McCaskey was so jealous. I looked over, I saw him looking over. He was asking the equipment manager for, like, cleats.
Or my cleats.
And all
Can I
that.
get some high tops? Fuck. Can I get my fingers in the
He was
dirt?
pissed
Come on.
off.
I love it, AJ, but it is hilarious to think about. Seriously.
How long until we start seeing some GMs, owners, front office wearing full pads just to really get a good feel for it?
So we just saw Sean Jefferson last week.
What's the dress of the day, guys? What's the dress of the day? Oh, okay. And you see them going back to get their pads on.
Woody Johnson's like, is this shows today? Shows? Okay. Just uppers? All right, sweet.
Woody.
I need my tights. Imagine Woody out there running. Hey, Aaron, listen, you remember in that contract, clause 4, you need to throw me 1 touchdown. Today is the day. You need to throw me the touchdown. A lot of big advertisers in here. A lot of finance people. Let's start working on it. So I'm going to run a little, you got it. I'm going to put it on you now, Wood.
He'll catch it.
I'm going to put it on you now, Wood.
Break his arm.
Putting on your wood.
Imagine that. Hey, Wood, this one's going to come. What if he throws a fucking dart on his back shoulder and knocks Woody down?
Yeah.
Boom!
Kills
body.
him.
Absolute. Let's talk
one's
about
for
Aaron,
the
though.
jab.
Why is he putting Bakhtiari's name across his ass? Okay? Everybody on earth is zooming in on his butthole now. Why is this happening? Why is Aaron doing this? And is this because he wants David Bakhtiari is a New York Jet? And even though the Packers have said nothing of the sort that they would be open to trading David Bakhtiari, their very highly paid and great left tackle who's seemingly healthy for the first time in like 3 years. With his knee and everything. And Schefter just came on and said, I don't think that's real at all. But Aaron put Bakhtiari's name across his butt. What's he up to? And why are we zooming in on this guy's tush?
That's a great question. I honestly don't know. It could be so many. Of course, he loves Dave and how he plays and everything, especially when he's healthy. But he easily could just be messing around trolling. You know how weird Aaron is. And his sense of humor, like he probably, I don't know. Either he really wants him there or this is just a complete joke and he's messing with him.
This just crossed my mind. So Aaron Rodgers is playing the IG story game.
Okay.
You know, he puts that picture up and he goes, ass looks pretty good. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Ass looks pretty solid. There's going to be a lot of people tapping on my ass. So when they do that, let's just let them know that who I think is my ass, David Bakhtiari's profile picture. Okay. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's not like, need this guy cover my ass. You know, like left tackle.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just like, this will be funny whenever people are trying to poke my cheeks. And then boom, Bakhtiari's face pops up. There's so many, you're right, there's so many different things that this could be, AJ.
Why are people poking his cheeks? Or wouldn't they be zooming in on his cheeks?
Yeah.
It's
IG
tough
story.
on IG story.
You can't zoom in on IG story.
Oh, it's a story. I got you. Yeah.
I took it. I
just saw the screen
I
grab.
took it as, "Hey Bach, eat my ass," because I believe it was.
Did he have the mouth emoji?
I didn't see them, but I believe
What
I
if
saw
he
Bach
did?
last week said it's really nice to finally have a mobile quarterback or a quarterback that can move a little bit.
Oh, so maybe it was a kiss my ass.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought. Yeah.
Oh,
Not
You
what you
tap
thought,
on the
Tone.
name.
yeah, because if
Eat, kiss, whatever.
because if he would have put the
not
kiss
the same.
emoji
Yep.
with Bakhtiari, I think it would have been a clearer picture.
Yes.
But he's like, that's too simple.
Yeah. And in the eat the ass, if you put like a spoon, then it would
Sure.
be
Or
okay.
More like soft serve.
Yes.
With a-
Bingo.
with
A shark's mouth
a
open,
peach.
maybe.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're saying is we don't know if that means he wants to trade for Bakhtiari or the complete opposite. Yeah.
I mean, it's certainly possible. Also, everyone's acting like this is, breaking news. You go back through Rodgers' Instagram stories for the last 2 weeks, he's tagged Bakhtiari in probably 8 to 10 of them.
Oh, he's longing for Bakhtiari.
So this isn't the first time this has happened. They're pals, okay? They're buddies.
Whoa.
And I think he is kind of trying to, shove it to him a little bit like, hey, you see this?
Fun.
I got the fucking crew here in New York.
Hey,
having
you
a great
remember
time.
what we were talking about?
Yeah.
Just having weapons, having some say, having some fun. Oh, here's another IG story. Look at this guy.
Yeah. You remember him?
So much cooler.
This guy's literally running every route exactly how we want it to be. I'm telling him what to run. We're making up plays. So we'll call a play to some people, then I'll look at Garrett. I'll be like, "What do you want? Post? Go, what do you want here?" In the middle of games, and then boom, it's working. Yeah, it's fun. This is fun.
Yeah, probably preparing him too for when they're all together. Because I'm sure at some point it'll be him, Cobby, and Bakhtiari. He's like, "Hey, remember when we were all hanging out on the sideline and DeMarcus Ware was singing the national anthem like goddamn master because he did?" Oh wait.
Oh, Takatari,
If he was to get traded there, every Green Bay fan would be fucking pissed.
Would you guys be pissed if Bakhtiari was to be traded? I assume you would because he's back to being healthy for the first time in a while. And I know LaFleur is already calling it Green Bay East. So I assume there is conversations behind closed doors by Guti and LaFleur and all the other coaches. Oh, they're just going to take, okay, is that how the Jets plan on winning? Well, how would the Packers fans feel if that was even being talked about? Even though Schefter said it is not being talked about at all, this is hypothetical.
Yeah, I mean, if he is 100% healthy, like most people would definitely be pissed. But I think there's also part of it where it's like, you know, he had the comments before the season started where, you know, he didn't really like bash the front office, but it kind of made it seem like he was like removing himself from the team and was talking about like the Packers as like a different entity, like he wasn't on the team. So it's one of those things where it's like, hey, if he doesn't want to play there anymore, you know, if he would rather be in New York, you know, then so be it. But the Packers aren't going to trade him.
Whoa.
The Packers aren't going to trade him. So
Colts fans are saying that about Jonathan Taylor, and I'm a bad guy for saying that. Like, if you don't want to be here, go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. It's a non-starter because it's not the same thing, but it also, like, it's not, you know, you don't have a new head coach, new GM, but, like, it is completely different because you don't have the guy who's been running the show for the last 18 years.
Need an offensive line and a tackle, though.
Yes. That's big chemistry. Right?
Young QB.
Yeah.
Like they're
and aren't they talking about the Packers offensive line being like good?
Very good. And if you want to find out about Jordan Love, especially after they gave him like an extension for next season instead of picking up his fifth-year option, like you probably want to have a left tackle in that division too.
Let's talk about some other things going on around the NFL that we seen on the internet yesterday. Pittsburgh Steelers fans, 6 to midnight.
Look out.
There's a tight end who's bigger than your defenses, who can block the hell out of people, who isn't scared to run. Yeah, he had some knee issues. He's 6'7", 280 pounds.
Sorry.
The joints aren't always going to be perfect, but he's in the Steelers culture, and he's making one-handed grabs on air. Ooh! Like that.
Wow.
The internet went crazy. NFL Rookie Watch went bananas. Now, this is a standard warm-up for basically any human in the NFL that catches footballs. But whenever you see stuff like this, Tone, got to get you pumped up about the 6'7" guy on your team as opposed to another team.
You've been, ever since draft, we've been pumped up to get him where we got him. You know, he's absolutely huge. He's an extra tackle, third round.
Third round. Yeah, 93.
How confused were we draft night?
We were super.
Do you remember that, AJ?
Oh, yeah. I don't remember why.
This guy's 6'7".
We thought he would go.
Why he went so late? Was it all knee? They were worried about his knee?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be in the first round.
He's been fine. Ever since the pads went on, he's been awesome. This tweet actually led to a mute because I just couldn't do it anymore.
Sure.
Yeah, Tone.
He's reportedly taking TE1 reps.
Yeah.
Reportedly.
Allegedly.
Reportedly not, though,
excuse me.
because Muth he's definitely the tight end one there. So, but
For now.
yeah, I couldn't do it.
Moose ain't 6'7".
Yeah,
Which is
reportedly
kind
he's
of
not.
wasn't that what we were saying all draft night? Like, this guy isn't 6'7" though. Like, what are we even?
Can't coach size like that.
Well,
I think
you can't put him in the games too. That's what we did with Jelani Woods last year. Hopefully, you guys will have Darnell Washington on the field.
Yeah, well, they have Tomlin.
And even though that is a routine catch for people that catch balls in the NFL in 2023, because of the gloves and because of all the work that guys get catching footballs through their entire lives now, starting with jugs machines in like junior high as opposed to in the past, you see stuff like that though, and you immediately think to yourself, oh, okay, goal line package. Just what they did with Gronk, we got a guy now.
Oh, yeah.
So although that's routine, it's also great news that he has it in the bag.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's going to be similar to the Bills where Dalton Schultz plays inside and then Kincaid's playing a little. I think the same is going to be with Washington and Freiermuth. But good news, I was looking at the Colts depth chart. Jelani's listed as the starting tight end.
Yeah.
And no ball over there. That's what we're talking about. That's why we need the hoodie off the head, from our best player, and just participating.
That's right.
Fuck that. Put Jelani at running back. What are we even talking about?
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Anthony Richardson, 6'4", 250.
Yes.
Jelani Woods, 6'7", 240.
Boom.
Would never work.
Put Buckner at fullback.
Oh, they're running right at you. Hey, I have to break this to you. They're doing this right here. We're going at that guy.
QB power right.
Going low.
You're going
Every
head
time.
right to thigh.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, let the backers clean it up.
Can't do that outside the box. Oh yeah,
I will be in the box.
Yeah,
I'll
but-
let AJ clean it up.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
right,
you can. You can tackle. You can tackle however you want inside the box.
yeah, but right now, what we're saying is,
Anyway.
they know that that's how you're going to do it. They actually got Anthony Richardson. You know, Tua's taking jujitsu.
Yeah.
They got these guys taking
Muay Thai.
knee kickboxing.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you go low.
Samba 7.
We're talking about
Oh, they
Ben
just throw
Askren.
that right through your head.
Tua's,
Boom.
Tua's
Yeah.
not the only one, by the way. He made all the quarterbacks in the room learn.
Yeah, they wanted to make everybody learn on the entire team, including the staff.
They just one big roll party.
In Miami, they were like,
I didn't
"Holy
know
shit,
that.
Tua looks great. We should all do jujitsu."
Quarterback
now."
for sure.
They're just rolling together.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
story
Who's-
came out.
Who's teaching?
I can't remember who.
I think it was the Athletic.
I think it was the Athletic, but yeah, Tua basically brought it into the quarterback room in the first few days. They were just dumping the other quarterbacks in weird positions, and they were fucking falling on their heads and shit like that. But now they're professionals.
So Tua just came in and bullied everybody, and they were like, "Wait a minute, this never happened before. Who are you talking to?" He's like, "Got to come down to the dojo."
Yep.
Yeah.
He goes down to the dojo,
Geese.
and then everybody's just getting rolled up in there.
Rolled
Yeah,
up.
exactly. Yeah,
Initiation.
exactly.
And if you're in group joint practices with the Dolphins, stay away from the quarterback
Yes.
department.
Please.
Because you throw one of them right jabs that Micah Parsons throws, Tua's catching it with one hand
Yeah.
and then grabbing your arm, Ronda Rousey arm bar.
Oh.
Just like in the middle of one of these joint practice scuffles. Like, for instance, Micah Parsons threw some quick, hiya, hey, hey, right there. Dak Prescott's watching. Hey, what is that? What are we? Then he 63 to his credit with the Guardian on. Said, "Why are you punching a guy with a helmet on?" And then he gets blindsided a little bit from the side. Good scrap here. Couple big time bombs. Hopefully Micah didn't break his hand there. But if he's doing that to the quarterback room in Miami, they're catching that thing and breaking his elbow, wrist, and his dick at the same time.
In a second.
That is what jiu-jitsu is. And I appreciate the fact that the Miami Dolphins quarterbacks are all committed to that, AJ. That's smart. That's smart
I've heard
football.
you. Unfortunately, I've heard you talk about when MMA fights go to the ground, you tend to turn it off and ask, "Hey, let me know when the next fight is on." So if this is jiu-jitsu now, where you can just grab an arm, break multiple bones and their shaft, I'm all in. I think everybody should.
Well, your heel's got to do the dick part. Your,
Yeah.
your upper body's doing the rest. They got moves for it.
Yeah.
I've rolled before, please. All you MMA people, I've been in there. Okay, I tapped out 6 times in a minute. So what? Okay,
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get ringworm. I was sweating all over this stuff. I mean, I was doing it, but the way they were setting me up to just break bones was absurd.
Scary.
Yeah.
It's scary how they can do it.
Yeah, I'm in full. I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot. I've seen this shit, UFC. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And then all of a sudden, they just jam their knuckles deep into the side of my thing. And I go, oh my God, you have to.
Yep.
This guy's touching my spleen right now.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, bang, up under my arm, the other arm, and I'm dead. We're tapping out for the 3rd time. I thought I had it, you know? It's a real deal. If Tua and the boys are getting there, I don't know if people are going to be joint practicing with the fucking Dolphins. We don't need cauliflower here coming into these joint practice fights, honestly.
Not even joint practices. I'm worried about the Patriots D-line now because Judon's going to come flying around the corner.
No.
Tua's going to throw the ball up in the air, do all those things.
Full
break
sunshine
both,
situation.
Yeah, break both his legs, catch the ball again, and then throw it to Tyreek Hill.
Oh, like snowball. Like,
Bingo.
Oh, here's a snowball coming. Look at how soft that is. Look up, Judon. I'm going to get the ball. He's actually exposing both of his arms.
Exactly.
Yep.
And there you get the ball.
Tua's
and
gonna
all of a
rip
sudden,
him.
Tua's jumping in sideways, fucking leg around neck.
And then
Break both his arms off his body.
And then Tyreek Hill's going to be so open.
Wide open.
And then
Everyone's
Belichick's
stop.
going to be like, "That's a personal foul," and Carl Schefter's going to be like, "On the quarterback, coach."
Yeah.
Okay, we'll protect your
Okay.
defensive lineman from Tua Tagovailoa. Okay, Bill. Yeah, so that's possible, I guess.
Yeah, Von Miller should be worried. He shouldn't be thinking about Supergrass. He should be thinking about, holy shit, I need to learn,
Super
Muay
jiu-jitsu,
Thai
yeah.
or something. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. I hope every quarterback room starts doing that.
They should.
It'd be smart.
Kickers and punters need to do it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would never have a
well.
kick blocked again. They wouldn't rush you.
Yeah, you have to, one time you probably get one blocked because it's going to be a little slow up if you're trying to set up an arm bar.
Usually
Maybe
host the-
kickboxer.
Host the class for the punters is the old Giants punter,
Feebles?
Steve Weatherford.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I've been watching him. He's doing like 300-mile races or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's the
You
problem.
seen that, AJ?
Who?
Steve Weatherford?
You know who?
300. Oh, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of his stuff, but he's usually running with multiple people when I see him.
Yes, multiple people flanking him, and he has 0% body fat, sweet Fu Manchu,
Unreal.
a mullet,
Blonde.
and he looks like he is the largest long-distance runner in the history of humans. Because normally long-distance people are trying to lose weight. This guy's a vanilla gorilla.
Yeah.
Just absolutely jocked and stropped. And running.
Still so flexible, too.
Well, that's because he does funk jitsu.
Yeah, he's got a lot of Tiger King in him. Like he's got conviction, and that's why I don't think you want him talking to punters, because if he does, there won't be punters in the NFL anymore because they'll just join him.
Let's talk about tonight's preseason game. I don't think what you just said was accurate, but
Tiger King? That guy
he's currently in jail.
Look, his personal life is one thing, but the way he got all those people to buy in to what they were doing at that zoo while everyone knew he was still smoking crack.
I don't want to move in, but you just talked about jail and a show, and it reminded me. I don't know if you guys saw it. I saw it last night. It came out around 3 a.m. Todd Chrisley will not be in the new.
Oh, they're not doing jail visits?
No.
No.
It's not going to be conjugal Chrisley's?
No.
God damn it.
He is excited for the new show, but he will not be in it.
Did he write that or did he say it?
I don't know.
Did they have like a prison recording? Remember like Lil Wayne came out of jail with a song?
Yeah.
Who else? There was somebody back in the day that actually put a verse through a jail phone and they put it on.
R. Kelly did.
Yeah, your guy.
R. Kelly had a song come out from jail. Remember that?
I said back in the day, not currently. You know, back whenever
6 months, 9 months ago.
I guess that is a day that's back.
Yeah, on his birthday, I think, January 6th.
He put that song out?
Yeah.
R. Kelly's birthday?
No, your birthday.
yours.
Oh,
Shout out AJ Hawk. That's like how it started, yeah.
They ran a riot in Capitol.
Yeah.
For AJ's birthday.
It's the freaking weekend.
It's just a dust up Jack Del Rio. I love it. R. Kelly, bad guy.
Terrible guy.
Once again, have to mention his name so that people will remember. Bad guy.
Bad guy.
I'd look out.
Even though there's people right now saying they're making jokes of R. Kelly. Did
Yeah,
they
we just
see
trying to say you
surviving R.
watch a
Kelly? It's like, yeah,
fucking
we
kid.
did.
Sure did.
Yeah.
He's bad guy.
Yeah.
Remembering people that are bad guys helps to not create more bad guys.
Remembering that there's bad guys in powerful positions, very powerful positions.
Yes.
Very recently. Good to remind
For sure.
people.
Yeah, just to keep your head on a swivel out there. Just because someone's in a powerful position doesn't mean they don't piss on people in closets.
Right.
Don't get too
Possibility.
comfortable, okay?
Poop
Head on
through
a swivel.
hammocks.
Poop through hammocks.
If we don't learn from history, we are bound to repeat it.
Thank you.
You know?
Who
Well
said that?
said.
Truman?
Eisenhower?
Julius Caesar.
Couple people.
McAfee, the antivirus guy. McAfee said it.
No, he said I'd
Thanks,
never.
fucking McAfee.
No, he
Listen,
said,
I'm
"Open
not
your
like
mouth."
that guy, but it's certainly not pronounced that way. You know that.
I thought maybe his was different. I didn't know. You said you guys weren't related, so you are?
We're not related. The name is the same. Okay, I'm sorry. Are you related to every fucking hawk out there?
Tony.
Probably. Or maybe, I would imagine. Yeah, I hope I'm related to Tony Hawk.
Are you related to Tony Hawk? Have you ever met him? You guys kind of
I
got a
don't think so.
similar.
Yeah, you guys could be like long lost brothers, like McConaughey and Harrelson.
You ever tried to do a Holly? Maybe you just got it.
No, I do have my little electric skateboard I've been talking to Mitt about. I got an electric longboard I was riding around last night.
You've been talking to Mitt about? How's that? Is Mitt a longboarder? Is that why?
He was. He said him and his buds used to ride those around in high school. They're easy to ride, though.
Yeah, and remember, he had
Not
to
for
do
me.
full leg reconstruction because of one night on a skateboard not too long ago. So
AJ seeks counsel from Mitt a lot. I mean, we saw him at the Super Bowl this year. He didn't know what a cover 2 defense was, and Mitt, laid it out for him pretty clearly.
my favorite Mitt moment was whenever he told me that the Duke coach of the lacrosse team had no idea what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
Stupid fucking play. It never works.
Never works, bro. I'm like,
So fucking stupid.
yeah, I love.
Man.
He's getting more and more confident, and I love. Personally, I love.
I love Mitt.
The boys, not everybody necessarily loves it because there'll be a conversation happening. Mitt will interject with certainly a thought, not a fact, but place it as a fact, and then he'll kind of disappear, which I love. I enjoy that type of stuff. There's some people that are like, yeah, can't do that. Can't do what you just did.
Limited
Trying to
numbers.
shape him as a human, and I just think that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Mitt is
Long
Mitt.
gone.
Let Mitt cook.
Yeah.
He's a wild bull. You gotta let him run.
Don't like, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah, Tone. Well, granted, Tone does have Mitt like in his ear for hammered down.
He does.
So that is certainly a different relationship.
Absolutely.
You have Zito with the does, and Tony has.
I got a good take on this.
Bullshit, Tony. That's fucking wrong. Bullshit.
Oh, sorry. I was talking in your ear. I wasn't talking over the bullshit, Tone.
He taught last Super Bowl in Arizona. He sat AJ down for an hour and a half and taught him NFL defenses. So,
So I like that type of confidence.
You can imagine what comes out.
Yeah, that was when I was trying to.
Now,
Go ahead.
That's
first
what
off,
happened.
to Mitt's defense, I was asking him questions about his dad and like the coaching tree that his dad came from. So Mitt was letting me know all the different coaches his dad has coached with in the schemes that they ran.
And so they were having a much more advanced football conversation than you could comprehend.
Right. I know.
Oh, didn't sound like that, Tony.
No. When it comes to X's and O's, I always bow down.
To Mitt?
Yep.
Mitt loves the new Madden, by the way.
Okay, let's dive into this.
Yeah.
So we kind of we talked about Madden the other day. We are one of the only platforms at this exact moment, and I don't know how it'll be going forward. I assume it'll remain the same, where we have no connection with the Madden people.
At all.
Okay? I didn't join the NFLPA like the last 4 years of my career, was not in Madden, really. So I don't play Madden. We have no connection at all. So we have a little bit more of an ability, I think, to, actually talk about what's happening in the Madden world. Not me. I don't fucking know video games. But there's people that we have here that play a lot of video games. Whenever they rolled out the early release, that was $20 extra to buy so you could get it, and the world was upset that you could only play quick play. I question why that would be a good decision by Madden to let people pay more money for your product and then give them a shitty product, knowing that the world is going to talk about how bad it is. We properly did that the next day.
Yes.
We said, boy, this game is terrible. But now as it's kind of unrolled, I hear there's a little bit of a change in tide. And I told you all that at the beginning and say, this ain't us pandering to Madden.
Yeah.
I do not give a fuck if Madden likes us as a show. But I do know that the Madden community is a very passionate one, and you're involved in it. We're in a good spot from what I've heard, huh?
Yeah, and to what you just said, just to kind of reiterate that, whenever we don't have, any sort of affiliation with a company, I typically would love to say negative things about them. So I was going in to Madden 24 like, boy, I hope this sucks, because if it does, it is going to be so fun to rip on it. But it is by far, in a way, the best Madden they've made in a long time. Not only just like this, that tackle is absurd, but not only just the throwing and the running of the football, like it's just much more fluid. Like it does feel as though a lot of the plays could actually happen in a real game. And I know they don't have the updated Cardinals jerseys and they don't have new stadiums completely right. Like I was hoping that the Patriots Stadium was going to have the massive board, and they don't have that yet. That'll be an update. All the little glitches that come out now, those are supposed to happen so that when the game is officially released on the 23rd, they can fix that stuff. But gameplay on its own is so much better, offense and defense. Tackling is so much more legit when you're running the football as a running back. Way better when you're throwing it as a quarterback, it's better. And when the receivers, tight ends, even sometimes safeties catching the ball is even more natural. So, like, there is nothing I can really say negatively about the game, just because they have improved the gameplay itself, which is the most important.
Which is all you're allowed
thing.
to do right now, too.
Yeah.
Yes, and that is the only thing that matters. Like, people are bitching about the looks and different stuff. It's like, I don't think we're completely grasping what we needed from Madden, and that was strictly for the game itself to be better, and that's what they did. It is by far the best Madden. We were going through some of the old ones. It might be the best Madden since, like, Michael Vick was on the cover in 2004.
Hey, congrats on the Madden, EA.
They did a great job.
They were taking heat.
A lot of
the
heat.
first 2 days was.
You play Madden?
Yeah, I play.
Good player?
I got 10 kids in the house. I got to play.
Oh, yeah, you got to be good, too, right? Because they can't just cook you the whole time.
Yeah, I got to be decent.
Hey, first day of school for the whole house.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, good luck out there, team.
Yeah, go get him.
Happy.
The Jones house is all at school right now. So that means his wife is out at the gym doing her thing, and obviously Pac posted a new workout she created on a stretch machine this morning, which is certainly comedic, but whole crew going to school. And that guy on the far left is committed to Ohio State. He has his first football game tonight, right? High school football starts tonight?
Yeah, high school football starts tonight. Cincinnati. We play. Who we play? I forget who we play. Woodward, I think.
It don't matter.
It'll be a good game tonight. The whole city coming out to see it. Shout out to Withrow. Let's get this W tonight.
Yeah, good luck. Hey, good luck to them. I assume there'll be some website we could go to watch that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because Kirk Herbstreit
Definitely stream. They stream most games. You can go on and find them.
My question for you, AJ, is Thursday Night Football in Ohio? What are we doing here? We're just trying to separate the games, get a little more spotlight?
I don't know. Pat could tell you. I don't know if they play all their games on Thursday, but maybe it's just a kickoff weekend thing. I know they play on Thursday, Friday, Saturday someplace.
Yeah, this is the kickoff weekend for Cincinnati public school. So this will be the first public school game. So this is the big game of the week this week, and then they got a big game Friday, then a big game Saturday to kick off high school.
So they're next Friday, though, they'll play?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got
Smart.
it. Smart decision by the team, too.
Yes.
Let's get an early look at this thing. And then also, we got what? 8 days.
Yep, that's
Until our
right.
next game. Almost a little mini bye week the boys got.
Yeah,
you know what I
absolutely.
mean? Let the boys get a little mini bye week. Hope they win. How's Centerville Elks this year over there?
We'll see. Their first game will be tomorrow night. I don't know. My buddy's coaching. He took over. His dad coached for a long time. He took over, 4 or 5 years ago. He's doing a good job. Hopefully they're good. It all depends on your classes. Like, they know from like now how high school coaches can be like, hey, our 7th grade class is going to be good once they get up here. And they're like, they know leading up kind of where they're at. I think.
Plum had a great junior high team.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Did
Plum had a great junior high team.
everyone stay and like go through the high
How
school?
do you know that?
Because I was in
mean, like-
the junior high
Oh,
whenever
you-
they were playing, and they were good. And then high school feels like other teams maybe evolved their bodies a little bit more than the Plum kids did.
Most of the kids who played junior high stopped playing before high school.
See, we got to keep those kids in,
Really?
which
That's
is why the
awesome.
We're All Mustangs Here Fund is even around. Because there's a lot of opportunity to not do sports, in some towns.
But usually if you're playing 7th and 8th grade, you continue. I feel like.
The problem was,
Nick quit.
all the skill.
Nick was running the streets. I mean, it's a problem.
we had
Plum
two
is a
leagues.
problem. It
Dr.
used to be.
Books.
We had 2 leagues, and all the offensive linemen, D linemen came from the junior high, and all the skill players came from the other league, and all the offensive linemen, D linemen quit. So that was tough.
Yeah, it's a tough. I mean, it's the way it went. So not necessarily predicting out state championship from the 7th and 8th grade level in our school, but I do appreciate the fact that you were able to do that at Centerville, and hopefully the boys will get some wins. Want to let everybody know the Plum Mustangs though are about to run wild this year.
Brother.
They normally do.
And
For
and
the town.
Westboro Tigers.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah,
You think you're going to be good this
they're
year?
gonna be real good.
Got a quarterback that can throw the ball to the 6'6" kid that's a junior.
We got a quarterback that can throw the ball. We got 3-4 good receivers. We got a good running back and defensive wild with stick.
Who's the team that I went and watched Chase Herbstreit play for over there?
Saint X.
Saint X. We got them week 4, I think.
Good luck.
No, good luck to Saint X.
Good luck to you guys. I've seen them boys play. They were
They're
young.
really good.
They were young last year too, playing against clearly older guys, and they were still. That team feels like they got the gut sack to kind of go and build it.
Saint X is always good.
Powerhouse.
They are in the top in the nation. I think they ranked 15 this year, but they're really good.
I think last year a lot of sophomores and juniors playing.
Yeah, and they have some massive DN tight end who clearly bigger than everyone on the field, and he was still only a sophomore.
Yeah, but then
tight end.
But they had a tight end who was incredible, big dude. But they were playing. I forget what team was that they played in playoffs that I went and watched. Do you remember?
Man, was it Elder maybe?
It was the other
don't
team
know.
that had a sophomore quarterback who was also great.
No, that was earlier in the year.
Oh, okay.
The playoffs, though, they played a kid who looked like he was actually 22 years old. Like the whole team was just like they had a running back. I think he had like 3 touchdowns, 180 yards. I don't know.
Damn.
He was.
Winwoods.
Which one is it there? November,
I
October.
don't think it was
Saint
Winwood.
Ignatius.
Lost. There it is. Archbishop Moeller. Moeller.
Oh yeah, Moeller.
Yeah.
Go to the box
That
score.
kid there is going to Michigan State. He's a senior this year.
Yeah, he is.
He is a dog.
Jordan Marshall. I think
Running
that's him.
back?
Yeah, Jordan Marshall. Yeah,
4-star, I think.
yeah he.
He a
4
dog.
tuds.
Bro,
too.
we're talking. Yeah, we're talking. Wow, scoring too. Like
living.
Yeah, he wasn't even in the
Dog.
saying, he's a dog, but the kid from Winwoods.
that was my first time watching high school football last year. I would travel with Herbstreit to go watch his son.
It's sweet, right? The big high school football.
It was really cool. Need jumbotrons in there so AJ
Playing
let's
refs.
start donating those.
Texas, they're only 35
Pac-Man,
million.
donate a fucking jumbotron.
It's only 35 million.
But you also need a film crew though. Then you need multiple cameras and then to run replays too.
These refs need checked. That is
Yeah,
that is
right by that.
these high school refs. And that was my biggest takeaway. Is if I had, which I didn't at the time. I didn't know anything about football other than I watch, I kick it, and here we are in high school. But like if I was a coach in high school and I had like good football IQ and I was passionate at all, it'd be hard not to fight these refs every single week. Now I know there's probably great ones out there, but I've seen some calls made that were like clearly wrong, and then the refs like rubbing it in, like the player
face.
and coach's face, like, "Don't you talk to me like that? No, you wanna?" And it's like there is no accountability.
That was a bad call.
That was a terrible call right there. So that was my big takeaway. Other than like, this is awesome. The stadiums were packed, and then immediately like, we need to be checking these stripes here. And I think that's just strictly because I'm an asshole.
No, I think it's natural now. It's you see a play happen. You're like, oh, did he catch it to get both feet down? And you instantly look to the scoreboard to see where the jumbotron is. And then if you're at a high school game, you're thinking it doesn't matter. He called it a catch. It's a
And
catch.
our IQ for football is so high, so
this
we can see it like I think 2 seconds before some of these fake ass refs can see it.
Yeah, I agree. And no, the refs are giving their time on a Friday. They can do it
right,
on
yeah.
not an easy job. Once again, not an easy job, but you're a ref. You signed up for it. But literally, I think it was the first 2 quarters I was watching this game, standing on the sideline, and something happened. I immediately looked to where a jumbotron would be. As I'm watching it happen, I'm like, there's nothing. All right. So I think he was in. Am I going to help make this call? It was right in front of me. I think he was in right there. No catch, no catch. Don't you talk back to me. No, I made those the greatest catch I'm ever going to make in my life. Might get a scholarship from this. Nah, you're way out of bounds. Give me the ball and shut the fuck up. All right. See you later. And I appreciate that type of stuff, but I can't wait. Hey, football season's close.
I know. It's unbelievable.
High school football tonight. Preseason game tonight. Browns at Eagles, AJ. Browns getting 3.5 still?
Yes.
Do we know any other information about who's playing for the Philadelphia Eagles? We know DTR is starting tonight for the Browns. He obviously has looked phenomenal thus far in a very short amount of time in the NFL. So obviously that could be beginner's luck, or it could be that DTR's style of play is one that's great for the Browns, great for NFL football as a whole. I like the way he played. I like the way he looks. Yeah. He's leading the team for the Browns. They had joint practice. I don't know how many starters are going to be playing for either side or players that are going to be on the roster for either side. I like the Browns plus 3.5, AJ, personally. How do you feel about tonight's game?
Yeah, I like DTR. What is Philly doing? Anything? Any starters getting any time?
We don't know anything about this. Is why
I want to see the Philly D line. I want to see if that Philly D line, that defense gets some time.
Is Jalen Carter going to be playing?
Definitely.
He played in the first. He played in the first one, and the starters.
He won't play a ton, but he'll make an impact.
Yeah, if he's playing.
Play a series.
How about him just, this is what I've decided. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like at a training camp. Hey, you know what? Yeah, going to have to move you a couple feet here.
There was obviously I should be here right now, and this is what I do.
Yeah. You're a grown man, huh? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
See, he looks phenomenal.
Unreal.
Quick,
In fact.
hands, powerful. And then there's some. No, I'm not even getting into it. These Twitter accounts have been really popping off saying some dumb stuff. And we all know what happened with it. It's very sad. Incredibly sad situation around Jalen Carter, the dogs, their parade, a teammate passing away, in the middle of this entire combine process where he has to leave and actually go to jail in the middle of it all, and it gets settled and handled, and he's going to have to live with that emotionally forever. That's terrible. Now, obviously, it's better that he didn't die. That family has to deal with that. It is so sad. But on the football field, they said this guy could be a guy. Then he shows up a little bit out of shape. His pro day looks real bad.
Yeah.
Pro day looks, he's not even moving those rubber things
bad
at all.
I told y'all don't worry. I told y'all don't worry about it.
You think any building, though, he becomes this? Or do you think the
building?
I personally think the Philadelphia Eagles that are the Georgia Bulldogs of the NFC East with Sirianni, the way Sirianni, it's a perfect situation for him as well. Not that it wouldn't have been anywhere else, but him dropping into that culture, I feels is a perfect one. And the clips out of camp seem like that's kind of paying off quickly.
I like that culture, but you could have dropped this kid in any culture. Of course, all the big guys, they come in a little bit out of shape. He had a little bit more shit to deal with, but you could have dropped him in New England. You could have dropped him in Baltimore. You could have dropped him in Kansas City. You could have dropped him in Cincinnati. You could have dropped him in Tennessee. Man, this guy has the best film from college film. I'm talking about, I went back and looked at it 3-4 times to figure out, all right, in the last 5 years, who can we compare him to? Nobody. There ain't nobody that's like him that came out of college that had the power, the quickness,
IQ.
great feet,
Football
IQ, and just a dog. Some people have a little bit of this and a little bit of that and don't have no dog. Got a dog and ain't got no feet. This kid got everything.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah,
Well,
it's gonna be
There was the report that he was dominating in the joint practices against the Browns this week, but then Deshaun said LOL cap, so I don't know if that's true.
I did see that because that tweet had a lot of stuff in it, and he said LOL cap, and I'm like, can we be more specific for the hat? Are we putting a hat on A or on B?
All of them?
C? How many hats?
Yes.
How much cap are we capping?
Yeah, how many cap are we capping?
For real.
Yeah, because those X's.
Is it real cap or fake cap?
His X wasn't Xing.
No.
Bingo. It kind of was an X, but it didn't clarify the full X.
All the X.
So it was a little half X.
I thought it was first
That's
X
what
back,
Deshaun
but
does.
it wasn't his first X back.
No.
I thought he came out of X retirement after the Talon stuff say LOL Cap, but no,
he's been retweeting.
Yeah, he's the first guy to retweet him signing a young kid's jersey or something.
It's not
like
him.
that.
He's certainly not reading his.
Right, but that's,
I don't think Deshaun Watson is
think
reading his mention.
No, I don't think he's reading, but
probably not.
But he's probably doing his X's.
I don't think X is on Deshaun Watson's phone, personally.
Really?
I think he probably has somebody.
I bet you it is.
XX.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's
I
dangerous.
bet you it's on there.
Couple
He
different
is a
X-apps.
mentally tough individual if he has that, because you can mute anybody and everybody, and I have, and it's beautiful. I mean, that is one of the greatest. Blocking people's awesome too. Let's not get it twisted. Wish you could do it in real life. You know what I mean? Like, it would be a really sweet thing if you could. But if Deshaun Watson is spending his entire life just muting or blocking or trying to avoid what humans on X are saying to him, if he's able to do that and get back to form on a football field, that's a great way to manage your time. I don't know how he's able to pull that off. If he just, but it might be one of those people who whatever anybody says doesn't matter.
Yeah, could be.
Sociopath.
What do you mean?
Like, we talked about this earlier, how they go, like, you got to keep personal feelings out of business conversations. And it's like, okay, be a sociopath for the most important conversation of your life. It's like, that's very difficult to do. But that is just kind of understood by people. Like, and I think it's passed down by the people that are normally the fucking assholes in a negotiation. Like, can't be taking any of this personal. Now, you're a piece of shit. You know that. Nobody else will pay you anything near this. We know a lot of other stuff, too, that we're kind of just overlooking. You're lucky for this, right? And it's like, well, I'd like to counter for this. Fuck off. Come back later. And then you sign a deal, and it's like, hey, good deal. That was fun.
Love you.
That was not fun.
You're a great player.
I actually heard a lot of things there that came out of your mouth. You know how they say drunk people's words are sober thoughts? I don't necessarily think that's true, but negotiating thoughts seem to be pretty loud and clear right there, pal. I don't know how people do that. You know, I don't know how you're able to. That's tough for me, and it's documented.
It's like baseball. We could ask Jet Passon sometime whenever he's on, but when they go to arbitration, I guess, like, they sit in the same room. And the team says, hey, you're worth 13 mil, and they say we're worth 30 mil, and they got to find a way to figure it out. Like, that's somewhat of what arbitration sounds like in baseball. I'm like, I don't know how they get over that.
And then you just get back to it, you know? Like, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't able to do it. I'll tell you that. Literally, first conversation with somebody that was deciding on how much money I was going to make for the rest of my life with me and my family and everything. And the things that were said, I'm like, oh, I hate this guy forever. Oh, okay. I hate this guy forever. You can't let your personal feelings get involved. It's like, did you hear what this?
Nothing personal, but you just attacked my person for the last 6 minutes. That's what you just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this is Pawn Stars. All right, sweet.
Right.
This guy's got a couple tweets here, you know. Seems to be a bad guy here. It's like, wow, you don't fucking know.
You get a chance to, do you get a rebuttal, though, to get some stuff off your chest and say, hey, this is why I need more money because of all the downfalls that you have here?
Nothing personal.
With all due respect. Yeah.
Yep.
These are some of the shit. You know this?
Yeah. Actually, I got a PowerPoint deck. You got to pull.
I forgot.
Let's click the
down.
lights real quick.
You're lucky to be here. You need to put that away. Nothing personal.
Still love you.
It seems like the personal thing is only one way normally. You know, like, hey, nothing personal. Fuck off, but nothing personal. It's business. It's just business. It's like, okay. Well, I want to let you know you're creating a monster right now. Okay, you are. I just want that is happening, and you need to know it. But I guess there's some sociopaths out there that can just have terrible things said about them, and they go, "Oh, hey, bygones be bygones. Deal. You're right. We do it." But I don't know if Jonathan Taylor, Jim Irsay are going to be able to get there. I'm pretty worried about that whole situation. He's out of the building again for a personal matter. I don't know what it is. We hope everything's okay. But I laid out a lot of reasons why Colts fans are like kind of, okay. Not every Colts fan.
No.
And I'm split on this as well because, like, he is so good at football.
Need him.
He would be great for this offense. But there's a lot of shit that has happened that if they're able to just be like, bygones be bygones, nothing personal, let's move along, that'd be very impressive for me, for those humans to pull that off. But it doesn't feel like we're anywhere near that right now, AJ.
No, the longer we go, too, and I understand he's away, again, for personal reasons, so you can't really – it's kind of separate from everything else going on with him, but – it's getting too late, man. I know Shefty even said, like, we're getting close to the season.
Yeah. How many days
no matter what you're doing, you got to be in football shape. You want to be ready so you don't pop something early if you come back.
I think it's just negotiated.
Yeah, I mean,
Pac just asked how many days do you get for personal stuff, and it's like, I think that's just like a conversation, you know? Yeah. But, I understand that Schefter said there is a personal thing happening, and obviously we hope everything's okay as a human. Mm-hmm. Hope he gets paid, hope everything's okay. But this comes right after, like, going out of state to get some treatment on an ankle in the middle of training camp, and now he's away from it again. It's hard as a conspiracy
Bingo.
brain starts like going like, well, they're trying to keep him out of the building, or they think him not in the building is a good thing. Although Schefter said actual ankle thing, actual personal thing, seems to be a lot of coincidences in the middle of a situation that is brewing here where they're trying to build a culture and this thing is just here. So I don't know. I don't know how they handle it. But we thought earlier, Connor brought this up because we looked up his contract. It's like, can they not just say, hey, you're making $4 million this year?
Yeah.
Now, you agreed to that in April publicly whenever we were potentially have money and negotiating period to do this. You said you were going to play out the contract and everything like that. Now it's vastly different. Can't they just say, we'll give you $6 million more this upcoming season, make that thing $10 million, and then we'll see at the end of the year? Do you think that has even been broached by either side?
It's possibly been mentioned, but maybe he doesn't want that. Maybe he's like, no, that's not good enough. And also maybe the team doesn't want to give him that. Like, hey, with what's been going on the last month, I don't know. We don't feel comfortable. We want you to go out there and play.
That doesn't feel like a...
Because if $10 million's available when you're going to give $4 million, and seemingly there's no other option.
Even if you get 8.
Are they setting a precedent, though? Are they trying to set some precedent? Hey, you can't do this?
But even if you get 8 coming off of an injury, when an all-pro just got 10 and he was healthy,
8,
like
6.
if you get 8, you should be, all right, let's go. Let's go and get this over with and show what I'm worth.
Yeah, and also you're a free agent after this year,
Right.
so you can hit the market again. But if that's the only thing that's available, in like, it's business is interesting, obviously, and I'm not acting like I'm some fucking guru, but I've been in a lot of these conversations, a lot of them, a lot of negotiations. It's awesome. I enjoy it a lot. I'll probably get into it full time whenever I get older. Just the whole art of a deal. I know that's a book, but like who you have to talk to, how you go about piecing together a deal, that's a big part of it all. But you also have to be in reality and not in what theory says. Yeah. Theory says you should get paid this much, this much, this much. And theory is awesome. But reality is where we live. So if this is the only option and it's the best option, feels like you're probably going to have to take that if you want to get this accomplished. Yeah. But if you want to stand and say, nah, I deserve this, it's like, well, in reality, that's not available anywhere right now. Then you're just kind of yelling at a cloud as opposed to doing anything else. So I hope there's a little bit more transparency in it all. I hope they're willing to kind of give on each side. But we go back to the whole sociopath thing. It almost feels like it's way too far gone at this point. And when do we just decide to potentially...
Yeah, but if they do potentially like that, that's cloudy as well. Like, how do you, if you're going to trade them, what are you going to ask for? There's no way teams are going to give you probably what you're going to ask for off the jump.
If you wait though, if you wait till the season starts and then someone gets hurt, like there might
just
be
keep them away though. Keep them away from the facility. What do you do?
Way.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's no way you keep him away from the facility once the season starts. He have to be there once the season starts. And then if you think about trading him. Who the market? We know what the market is right now. Who is going to give up?
Yeah, Saints, I guess, right?
What do you think they want for him? What, a second round pick or a first round pick? Nobody's giving that up right now.
So we just got to look at whoever was looking at Dalvin and Zeke and Kareem, right?
Yeah.
So the Jets were in the market for a running back.
Yep.
Clearly, Patriots were in the market for a weapon. It sounds like is how Schefter described it. Yeah. So then Kareem is a running back that has left. He was in New Orleans and Indianapolis, right? In Miami, I guess.
Miami, but they've kind of come out and said, like, hey, with Jeff Wilson and Mostert, and then also the rookie they got, they're, like, pretty comfortable.
So that's who Ballard would have to negotiate a deal with, is either the Saints or the Dolphins to make this happen?
Personally, I would think it's a lot more teams that because he's a different running back than especially Kareem and Zeke because he's only...
Oh, so you think people would look at their running back stable and say, hey, we can get Jonathan Taylor. Are we doing that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, hell yeah.
And, like, could you imagine, and hopefully it doesn't happen again this year, but, like, let's say the Niners are bit by the injury bug, and they say, you know what, let's just go and get Jonathan Taylor because with the running scheme that we have.
Really. Hey, can you throw? Yeah, sweet. You're Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, boom.
For $27 million less. But Jonathan Taylor's going to want a deal anywhere he goes. You think?
Yeah, you have to agree to a deal when you trade him, though, right?
These running backs, when you come off injuries, you got to go prove that you can be all right.
That's the tough thing.
That is a tough sell.
I don't think he knows that's the situation.
That is.
Yeah,
so
but
if you listening, buddy, when you get hurt,
he's definitely not.
He's not listening to me. People are mad at me for even saying this because I'm normally so pro player. I am pro player, but also like this feels dumb.
Yeah,
like,
every running back have to go through this.
This feels like a bad decision. Not even running back. If this was any other position group where this was happening with the state of the Indianapolis Colts, I think you would have to say the exact same thing. Like if it was a left tackle, while this whole thing's
Good
happening,
example.
it would be a
thing.
conversation. If it was a wide receiver, like your star wide receiver, doing this while you get a new quarterback, new coach, new offense, new energy, new vibes, missed the fucking free agency window where a lot of money was available for all teams, pretty much. Like I think any position they'd be like, yo, this is not conducive to a deal being made, we don't think, the way this whole thing's going. But maybe it is, and maybe we'll be wrong again.
Which is why you would almost he hasn't had him for that long, I don't think, but it's like he's a different guy with this representation. Like it's simple to see. Like he was not this guy when he first came in here, and then that's why it's like, so if they do offer him more money and it's like $8 million, is that even going to do anything? Because they were asking for 16. Like, is his agent going to get into his ear and be like, we're not taking fucking $8 million. We're not doing this. We're going to be steadfast in what we wanted. You're not going to play. We're still going to bang the drum that we want to be traded. Like, if he were to dump this guy and get a new agent who represents a bunch of NFL guys, is there a chance that they actually can wipe the slate clean and get something done?
Go ahead.
Running backs have to get their money and get it. The less amount of game reps that is per position is running backs. The longest career are not running backs. They are probably the shortest. When you go to tackles, guards, quarterbacks, receivers, those careers, you know what I mean, they willing to spend more money because those careers gonna be 7 to 10 to 15. Running backs, if we can get 6, 7 years out you, we pretty much
That's
did
Hall
our
of Fame.
job.
Well, and that's exactly what like the Colts should be thinking too, though. It's like, yeah, he is 24 and he's really fucking good. So if he is gonna have a great year,
maybe a 2-year deal.
Yeah, or even 4. I mean, we can take this kid to 29.
2-year guaranteed.
You know?
Yeah, dude.
That's what happened. That 1 year it happened with Derrick Henry. I can't remember who else, but it was all 4-year deals with 2 years guaranteed.
So there's so many different ways to view it. Like if they won 16 and they're offered 10 or 8 for this upcoming season, and they say no to it, that means that they think they could get 16 somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing is like when you give your number and somebody counters you, that means they disagree with your number. Everybody just assumes that like, hey, they're going to counter, you're going to have to battle. But the way that it was kind of shaped to me one time from a great business person is like, hey, if they counter you, they disagree with your number. So protect your number, pretty much, is what this person told me when I was going in there. Protect your number, protect it. Have things ready, go for it. And because I just assume, like, I'll say this, they'll come in here, and then we'll just meet in the middle. And then Lombo was like, do not. Go in there.
Yeah.
This is my number. And now, granted, you can only do that if there's other people.
Yeah.
If there's other people, you can do that. If there's only one thing, all of a sudden, they're protecting their number because that's the only number. You're not the one in charge of the number anymore. If you want something done, it's them. So they must think that they can get 16 somewhere else.
Right.
If they think they can get in Indianapolis, you would think and assume, just like at the most basic business principles and thoughts.
Yeah, but that's the most asinine thought I've ever heard. Like, look is what is happening with the running back market. The franchise tag has gone down.
No way in the hell he can get
It's
16.
impossible to get 16 million as a running back.
Yeah, but maybe he does. Let's get
It's
the
almost impossible to get 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Well, that's where ego comes
So
in, too.
dumb,
It's
yeah.
like, well, I'm different. I'm a
just
different
don't
guy.
get it.
They've seen what I can do.
Which he is.
Yeah.
We agree.
Yeah,
which
but-
is why it's like, bro, come on, man. Like,
Got to deal in reality. You said it right.
Yes.
You got to step back and look at what the reality is. Hey, yeah, this does suck. Like I'm not probably getting what I deserve, but I'm playing football. Hopefully.
yeah, and getting paid. Like, I'm getting paid.
And we'll be a free agent soon, and hopefully go get that monster deal from somebody else, maybe.
In theory, everything's awesome, you know? But then when you get to like reality here, you know, it's like, hey, this is reality. Whenever we were shopping, you know, talking to networks about the show, first offer was a very low offer from someone. And I was like, oh, fuck. Did I make the bad decision here? You know, I was like, whoa, this is going to be tough. Worst offer that we got, good people. Don't think they have a clue, but it was
people.
It was about like an unacceptable offer, like from me. And I'm like, all of a sudden, theory in my head was like, this should be pretty basic. Dude, this is what I'm asking for us, pretty simple. And then that first company comes back and it's like different. I'm like, oh no, buddy. Is reality a little bit different than what you, and then the next company, like less than 12 hours later, sent an offer and it was like, Okay.
Thank God.
Reality is still the same. All right. I thought that was the case. I hoped it is. But that was a conversation I had to have. I wonder if Jonathan Taylor and them are having that at all right now. Like, hey, we're kind of shit out of luck here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's saying he's not going to trade us, so we're just going to sit here and take $4 million this year. But if you're out, they can probably get around that.
Yeah.
And kind of reality is saying this is what reality is.
Yeah.
When do they get to that point, and what is the reality in a week from now versus today? I guess we shall see.
Well, and does he really
21
want to be
days.
a free agent with Austin Eckler and Saquon Barkley, who are both probably going to be free agents too?
Jonathan Taylor's different.
Yeah, he's younger too.
He was loved here, AJ.
I know. He was awesome. He was awesome in college. He scored 7,000 touchdowns, I feel.
Bro, his legs.
Count
At
them
Lucas
out.
Oil when he was in college.
Don't count him out yet, man.
Bro, his legs were this big. He's just so fast.
Mm-hmm.
He was at 28 everywhere.
Everywhere.
This is the guy. Yeah. Holy shit. We don't know what's going on at quarterback, obviously, but offensive line, Jonathan Taylor.
Introduced last
Yeah,
right?
last guy out of the tunnel, even when they had just traded for Wentz.
And Ryan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. It's tough. Hopefully they'll get past it, right?
Yeah,
bygones will be bygones.
They'll get it done.
Yeah, people forget.
I don't think they will.
You know why I think it will? He have no other choice. He ain't gonna sit out the whole year.
But I don't know if he knows.
Done. It's
Bro,
been done.
No, but then
who did it?
He doesn't
Lev
accrue.
Bell.
Le'Veon Bell.
He
And
got
guess
paid.
what happened? The career has never been the same.
And he
still
said
got
he regrets
paid,
it
though.
too.
He did get paid.
But he even said he regrets it, though. Didn't Lev come out and say he shouldn't have done that?
Yeah, but did he sit out at 24?
No, he said it at
Nah,
29 or 30.
Yeah.
Three
So, I
albums.
good point.
So if he sits out at 24.
I'm just saying, a year out of football, he didn't play. But what? How many games he played last year?
11.
Played 11 games last
Well,
year.
it doesn't accrue a year, right?
Missed.
If they place
Yeah, he
it,
played 4. So he got a
NFI.
year.
yeah, they non-football injury somehow. There's a way because remember that was a little part of the
Yeah, don't have to pay him.
toxicity of this entire thing
Right.
too.
Just bump it.
But to your point about if Bakhtiari doesn't want to be a Packer, like cool, let's
Yeah.
trade him then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on with people that want to be here.
Yeah.
That's kind of modern sports now. Everybody kind of has to view it that way because players have a lot more say. And Jim Irsay's like, "Meh, no say.
Not doing it.
Irsay, I say.
I see. Yeah.
I say what this whole thing is.
Lev was 26 when he sat out.
So at 26, he wasn't thinking that.
So 27, he came back.
Yep.
Yeah, but he also didn't start thinking it was a mistake until how old is he now?
31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 years removed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
All right. Come on, JT. Let's
luck,
do
JT.
this. Come on, Irsay. Come on, Chris.
Come on, boys.
Let's figure this
Get
out.
it done,
What we
Chris.
say?
Anthony Richardson will need it. We spent a lot of time on Colts today, but it is a lot of bullshit with one of the best players in the league, although we have the third longest odds to win the Super Bowl, which leads me back to the point. Team's in a bad spot, Jonathan.
And that's still kind of the biggest news in the NFL right now. Because there's just like with Bosa, it's like, okay, we know he's holding
No,
out, but
that's
like
gonna
the
get
deal's
done.
going to get done. Like there's no progress with this.
And the running back market has been one of the bigger stories this entire offseason.
There's good news out of the tight end camp. We'll talk about that. There's good stuff happening in courts
Yep.
with bank robbers
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
that rob with a wolf mask on, and in Ohio
Not guilty.
for a running back. We'll talk about Joe Mixon's verdict on the other side of this break, and we'll be joined by a man who's fighting for his first UFC title this weekend.
Hell yeah.
Sugar Sean O'Malley, another right hand from Sugar Land, potentially coming on Saturday to win the title. We'll talk to him in about 10 minutes. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice.
Bucket.
Too strong.
That is.
Bonus ball. Fuck. Football. There it is.
Yep.
AJ, wish me luck on this one, please.
You got this one for sure. I could feel it.
Thank you, AJ.
Wish him luck, though.
OH.
I.O., you got it.
Oh!
No! I was too jacked up.
Yeah.
Too jacked up. Don't do that
Next
anymore.
one. Next one.
OH!
I.O.
Oh, no. He's in my backswing.
Fucker.
Oh, man.
Like Marty Fish.
I would have won the turning. Yeah. All right, we'll be back in 5. Take. Hey!
Bye.
Welcome back to TBT Fave Football. Last week, Tone Diggs kicked us off. Kenny Pickett's Steelers' incredible performance. It really was an inspiring one. This week, I will be doing a playoff game in the wild card round on a Saturday night in January. Chargers, Jags. A real tale of two halves. Let's get into it right now, Foxy. Trevor Lawrence looking to start hot. Boom, Sebastian Joseph Day to Bosa to Drew Tranquil. Are you kidding me? Not what they were looking for. Okay, in the playoffs, you don't want to throw picks. Usually you lose, but not always, not always. Let's go to the next one here. Couple plays later, Austin Eckler, see ya. Little right to left. We're going right, let's go left. Going right, let's go left. Touchdown, 7-0 Chargers. Fourth down, little drive for the Jags. Oh no, oh no. Asante Samuel Jr., not his father, Jr., he had a hell of a game. This was his first interception. It wasn't his last interception. Trevor Lawrence, chin strap off. Shit. He's probably saying that to himself. They go down, kick a field goal. Okay, finally, redemption for the Jags. Let's go score again. No, not again, Asante Samuel Jr. Are you kidding me? What is Trevor Lawrence seeing out there? Okay, it's so early. People who bet on the Jags are crying. People who bet on the Chargers are going crazy. It's 10-0. They turn the ball over all of a sudden. Okay, Chargers ball again in the red zone. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Do they have a guy? Austin Eckler? Oh, yeah, they do. He's a fast, quick little son of a bitch, and he can run you over. He decides, you know what, I'm just going to put my foot in the ground, put my helmet in this guy's chest, and run him into the end zone. Now, here we are, 27-0. And this is a very important play. 28 seconds left in the half. You know, maybe most Jags fans are saying this one's over. I know I was saying this one's over, but the Jags do what the Jags do. They put together a drive at the end of the half. Trevor Lawrence, Dahn. How you doing? Evan Ingram. 27-7, this game's still probably over. Let's go to the second half. Let's check the score here. 50 seconds left in the third, 30-14. Not enough time. I don't think the Jags were saying that. Go ahead, Fox. Trevor Lawrence. Oh, let me see. Is that Zay Jones wide open in the end zone? Yeah, it is. Bucket. Trevor Lawrence, all of a sudden, new quarterback in the second half. Here we are. Kirk, end zone. Great catch. Some of us might remember what Joey Bosa did after this play. Right tackle might have gone a little early. He might have gone just a little early. Look at that. Oh, you can see it. You can see it when you're really looking for it. Bosa, I hate my helmet, damn it. Coach Staley, I got you. Don't worry. Pick up your helmet. Your hair still looks cool. Oh, you can do it. Oh, thanks. I hate this helmet. I don't want it. They're still up, but it feels like they're losing because they blew this massive lead. In fact, got a penalty after this play, which led to the 2-point conversion on the 1-yard line. And, you know, ETN, he's a stud. Hasty's in the backfield. Everyone's probably thinking, Trevor Lawrence is going to roll out. He's going to hit somebody in the flat. He doesn't do that. What's he do, Foxy? What's he do? Oh, how you doing? I'm bigger than you. That's right. I'm Trevor freaking Lawrence. I was the #1 overall pick, and we stunk with Urban Meyer. Shout out Finger Guns. Right over the top, though. Give me that. We got a game now. All of a sudden, the Jags got the ball back. They get a huge stop. Chargers on the sideline, pooping their pants. Let's see what they do, huh? Hello, ETN. Had a hell of a game, 4th and 1, when you need it, huh? And what's he do? He stays in bounds. He's a genius. Everyone's doing the Jalen Hurts. Everyone come together in the middle and let's just go get a yard on 4th and 1. Doug Peterson doesn't do that. He's got studs all over the place. He's going to give it to ETN, and that's exactly what he did to set up Riley Patterson down by 2. Bang. Oh, is it going to go? Oh, it sneaks in. It sneaks in. Yeah. Jags come back from 27-0 to beat Herbert. Everybody loves him. Everybody thinks he's great. He is, but so is Trevor Lawrence. And unfortunately, we had to wait a year to see that. And, you know, some people may have put an anytime touchdown parlay together. Oh, Eckler 2 tuds. That happened pretty early. Marvin Jones tud, second half. Ingram tud. Oh, yeah, right at the end of the first half. We saw it. Gerald Everett touchdown. That happened too. $25 to win $11,896.48. I don't know who might have put that together. Oh, it was me. It was me. So yeah, this was one of my favorite games. Next week, Kai Schmidt will be doing his TBT fave football game. This week, Chargers at Jags. Tale of two halves. 31-30 Jags after being down 27-0. We'll see you next week.
But then as we learn more and more about you, and I think the Masters does a great job of telling stories, and that's why it is so big internationally, I'm a small swinger, half swinger as well. The reason why I do it is because I'm not athletic enough to make solid ball contact, so I have to shorten that thing down, and I'm nowhere near as flexible. I learned about you that your swing is like that potentially because you were born with club foot. Is that the true beginnings of why your swing is the way it is?
I've learned recently that when it comes to club foot, I'm in a less severe end of the spectrum based on the people I've met. But if I have to give you an image, I mean, if this is my leg and my foot, right? Looking from the side, my leg up until the ankle's fine, and then my foot was turned 90 degrees and then another 90 degrees as well. So the whole outside of my foot and the top of my toes were on the ground.
When was this? When you were a child?
I was born like that.
Dude.
Hey, buddy. Look, you get it.
What's up, buddy?
There you go. So,
how are you?
You want to bring me a chip? Look at that. You know that they were hungry.
Hell yeah, that's the most relatable thing. I'm keto. I can't eat that.
So the funny thing is, I was born with that, and then at the time, the process is they took my foot and broke it into place. So an specialist broke my ankle in place, cast it right away. My parents saw me with a cast on within 20 minutes of being born. What that did is, when you're growing so much, how you doing? Look at that. Don't cancel the show.
Now you do whatever you want.
When you're developing as a child so quickly, that leg didn't develop the same way. So from knee down, it's smaller. See you later, buddy. Go with him.
Hey, see you, dude.
He likes being on TV.
Hell yeah, you look very natural. And he's incredibly cute.
Yeah.
So from the knee down, just developed differently?
From knee down, my leg is a little shorter. For most Americans, about half an inch. And then my right foot is smaller as well, with very limited mobility. The way my ankle developed, it's barely anything. So for that reason, I had to get 2 surgeries to stretch my Achilles tendon to get a little bit more mobility. But even then, it's very, very, very limited. So when you're talking about loading your right hip in golf, my ankle can't support a full turn. Therefore, 3/4 swing. That's basically what it is in a nutshell. It helps to be a big enough athlete in golf to still get the leverage to hit it long enough. But yeah, that's the way I have the swing I have.
What do you think you can run right now? You think you're still sub 4.5?
Like a 4.9?
You think you're sub 4.5?
I can jog a 4.5.
Bro, you are not going 4.4 right
I don't think
How old
so
are you?
either.
I can jog a 4.5.
Okay, 4.5 Warner Lord, 39 years old.
Yeah.
Eats nerd ropes every single day.
And twin snakes.
Yeah, and Hardee's with jelly and bacon.
And has his own marijuana strain. Start calculating all of that. And then you can down him if you want. I'm betting under. Let's go.
I think Pat can run a 4.51 right on the dot.
Hey, 56.5% of 1,673 people say, you ain't got it, Pac.
Yikes.
They've been telling me that shit my whole life.
It's a big deal, dude. This guy ran 4.28 at the combine. He's 39 years old. If he runs into 4.4s, are you fucking kidding me?
Good.
Oh my God! Oh, 4.515. Oh, my heartbreaker.
That's when I'm supposed to run. Y'all owe me money. Owe me money, motherfucker. He owe me. He owe me. 05.
That was a great run.
Yeah.
You didn't, I think you.
Yeah. I only had one in. Yeah, Dahn, post it. Post it. Fucking 40 years old.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show fucking stinks. And the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this, there's preseason football tonight, Thursday, August 17th, 2023. Hour 3 of this program starts right now. Football! Hey, baby, AJ Hawk right here. The Toxic Table's here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys, Tone Diggs is here, and 14-year NFL vet, looking really sweet and fresh in an orange jumpsuit, Pac-Man Jones. I try not to wear all orange out. Because people are like, look at that guy going hunt. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Or look at that guy fresh out of jail. But like you look so good today.
Yeah, sweet.
So swagged out with the glasses, too, Pack. Really brought your fastball here on this Thursday.
Go, Pack,
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yesterday, you caught 4 punts, obviously, in the Thunderdome one-handed and won 20 people $500. We appreciate you doing that. It's been an incredible week. There's a lot to talk about. There's a football game tonight, and there's things happening around the NFL that we need to discuss. For instance, Joe Mixon heard a judge say this morning, not guilty.
Wow.
That's pretty big, man.
Yes, sir.
I saw him in court in the middle of training camp. And I thought to myself, he has to be so fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just that is the exact moment you don't want to have happen if you're in the NFL. You don't want to be on everybody else's big screen around the NFL. Hey, don't be this guy. What's this guy doing? He's in court right now, and he can't be at training camp. Why is that? Well, he's involved with a gun situation and some fuckery and everything like that on the road. And just don't be this guy. I've been that guy.
Me too.
Pac-Man's been that guy. Hey,
Couple
don't
times.
be this guy. I get text messages from my friends that are on other teams like, hey, just want to let you know, now that I know you and everything, I was first introduced to you in our team meeting, and it was your mugshot up on the screen. And I didn't know you at the time, obviously, but I thought to myself, wow, that guy got pretty fucked up, it looks like. And then our coach just basically undressed you as a human and told us not to be like you. That's what's happening to Joe Mixon when you're standing in a courtroom in the middle of training camp. And then whenever you hear not guilty, you got to come you got to come skipping out of that thing right back on the football field. Congrats to Joe. That's big news, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
AJ, that's massive news.
Huge news. I'm sure he is very relieved. What they charge him with menacing? What does that even mean?
Yeah, aggravated menacing.
Menacing is like they basically said he pointed a pistol at somebody, which was absolutely false, as the judge found him not guilty.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I didn't think the verdict was going to come that quick. I mean, I saw him yesterday.
Oh, it was trial.
It was a trial.
He took it to trial.
Yeah, but I didn't know. Yesterday, I saw him standing there, and then today I hear verdict. I'm like, is this how court works?
Was it just a judge or was there a jury? Sometimes
Just a
the judge
judge.
decides.
Yeah.
Did he talk? Did he testify? Do we know?
I'm quite sure he did talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd be excited for him to
Bold
watch.
move.
Yeah.
I would love to do this. Lying.
Bullshit.
Your Honor. Bullshit. I didn't do any of this. And judge's like, I agree, man. Fuck it.
Yeah.
This is the quickest trial of all time.
Yep.
Not guilty. Get your ass back to training camp. Okay, we're trying to win a Super Bowl this year. Speaking of winning a championship, a man has the opportunity to do that this weekend at UFC 292.
Let's go.
We're obviously a massive fan of this man. He's one of the most electrifying combat people that have ever existed. We got introduced to him during COVID, whenever he showed up with his hair and his style, and he could have knocked a guy out. He let him get back up because he had merch that he needed to sell. Let me knock this motherfucker out a different way. Then we saw him play bongos on a guy's face named Moutinho. And then we saw him win in a jiu-jitsu rolling tournament just a few weeks ago. This guy is one of the most talented fighters on earth. He's also one of the most entertaining humans on earth.
What?
You put that together, it's great news. Will he be a champion this weekend? We shall see. Ladies and gentlemen, Sugar Sean O'Malley. What's up, dude?
What up, boys?
Where you at? You in a sauna right now? You trying to lose weight? Are we in the middle of the weight cut? What are you doing right now?
No, I'm in my bathroom, just kind of trying to find some good lighting.
Hey, you look good. You look good. You need to know that you always look good, though. How do you feel?
I need to hear that. Appreciate it.
Hey, how do you feel going into a fight, man? It's a title fight. We've been waiting for this. I mean, I think we talked to you like a year and a half ago, and you said, I trust Dana. I know he'll put me in a title fight whenever the time comes. I'm not going to get too crazy. Here we are. We're 2 days before it. How's the body feel? I think you're prepared to be champion. I assume you feel the same.
Yeah, 100% prepared to be the champion. I had to go over to Abu Dhabi, beat up a little Russian dude. That was the way to get to my title shot. So that's what I did. Went to Abu Dhabi, beat up the Russian, came back to America to celebrate, and now we're going to Boston. We're in Boston. I'm in Boston right now. You know, I get to fight Aljamain Sterling in a few days. Still have to cut weight. That is not the fun part, but you know, it's part of the game.
Okay, where are you at right now weight-wise, and how much weight will you cut? Because you're taller, obviously, for the bantamweight division, which is 135. What are you trying to get to?
Yeah, for the title fight, 135 on the dot. So I'll cut most of the weight tonight, and then I'll probably wake up and have to cut a few more pounds.
So you become the champ, though. You're signing up to be 135 forever, you know, because you're undefeated now. They have a number on that one slot, which none of us fully understand what that is. But like 135, a lot of people are talking about changing weight class because how hard the weight cut is. Is it hard for you, or is it just a part of the process?
Yeah, no, I think it's hard for anybody that cuts, it's 15, 20 pounds. It's tough for anyone. Aljo's saying this is probably his last fight at bantamweight. He's going to move up. But yeah, for me, I want to stay down here for a little bit, and I need to go get the belt and defend the belt a few times before I can move up.
Go ahead, AJ.
How much motivation do you have to go get that belt and then defend the belt because you get those pay-per-view points once you have the belt and you defend? Is that a big motivator?
Yes, that's what this is all about. That's the goal. The goal isn't to become the champ. The goal is to get pay-per-view points. And the way you get pay-per-view points is by defending the belt. Therefore, being the champ is important. But, yeah, this game is all, for me, I've been in the fight business since day one. I got into fighting to become rich, sexy, and famous. And not a lot of people do that. I did that. I'm in the fight business. That's what this is all about for me, is making money. So I need to go out there, take Aljo out, and start getting them pay-per-view points.
Okay, so you're super famous, right? I think we all agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Super sexy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Sex symbol, I think some people are saying. And now we get wealthy. That would be check, check, check there. Dream since you were a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I am, I'm balling right now. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely not struggling at this point. But those pay-per-view points really take it to a next level.
Did I see you rolling in a jiu-jitsu match on the internet? How long ago was that? And I didn't expect that from you, right? Because everybody just sees you as this electrifying kind of striker, and then you were rolling with this guy, got his back, see you later, this thing's over. I love seeing that. Do you feel like you're in your best fighting form right now?
Yeah, I think that was 2019. I think that video just started surfacing around a little bit more as the fight got closer. I did do a jiu-jitsu tournament and was choking fools, but that was a long time ago. I like knocking people out. If I have the opportunity to knock someone out, I choose that 100% of the time.
We got lightning in both hands. Do we have any merch already made for how this one's going to end? Any predictions or what do we got cooking?
I'm always rocking the merch. Yeah, we got the post-fight merch ready to drop. And I do have lightning in both hands. That's one thing about me that's different than a lot of these guys. I can knock people out with so many different weapons. A lot of people, some people have a good right hand. Some southpaws have a good left hand. I literally can knock people out from both stances. Left foot, right foot, knee, other knee, weenie, whatever. I can do crazy.
Yeah. Could you imagine you knocked a guy out with your dick? That'd be crazy.
Sick.
You remember?
A cup shot? I think you could. I think that's legal.
Dude, the amount of hip thrust, you would have to be able to really.
Yeah, skilled.
That would be impressive. Maybe choke him out. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a smother technique. Maybe that's what you need to do.
I'll have to work on that one at the gym.
Could you imagine your sparring partners? Today, what we're working on, cup to the nose and mouth. I need to make sure there's no air going in there. That's how we end this.
Teabag submissions.
Yeah, teabag. Oh, the old Sugar Sean teabag. He's got no air.
I might stick to knocking people out the more I think about that.
Pay-per-view points, though. Sex sells. I mean, something to think about when you become champion. Next fight, there's always room to grow. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Sean, obviously Abu Dhabi for the fight before, and now you're in Boston. Once you have that title, do you have any, say on what city you would like to defend it in first, or is there a scenario that you've kind of pictured in your brain for where you would have that first title defense?
Viva Las Vegas, December. The Sugar Show defends his bantamweight title.
Ooh.
Dude, why don't we just push that back to February? Let's do the Super Bowl.
Yes.
At the Super Bowl halftime show?
That'd be sweet.
Now I heard Taylor Swift turned it down, so Taylor Swift turns it down.
Yeah.
Sugar Sean, they wheel
be perfect.
An octagon out there.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. They'd be able to do that with what they're able to put out there.
Best halftime show ever.
What about me versus Taylor Swift?
Oh, I don't know if you want that. She's a beast, bro. Hey, she's a beast.
3 hours.
Mm-hmm. She's a beast, bro.
I know. That's why I'm up for the challenge.
You would train? We know you'd be prepared. Is this new tat here, or is that something from training camp?
Right here?
No, the other one. Was that?
Oh, it's just a little tattoo. It looks like a little black eye tattoo. I tattooed a black eye on me. No, I'm just kidding.
See, I was about to say that's the type of brain.
Yeah, next level.
That's the type of brain we need as champion out there. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Sean, just curious. Like, I mean, I know obviously you're trying to go in there and knock Aljo out as soon as possible, but is there any like part of the game plan that changes at all because it is a title fight, like trying to get him into deep water in the later rounds, or does nothing change? Is this just the same type of fight as you would have, regardless if it's a title fight or not?
Yeah, the only real difference, obviously, is it's 5 rounds, not 3 rounds. This was my first 5-round fight, rather. But I have to go out there and match his pace. I can't go out there and start slow against someone like Aljamain Sterling, because if you let him grab you, you are in for a short night. And so I have to go out there and match his pace. I can't really go out there and try to pace myself and say, all right, this is a 5-round fight. I have to go out there and match his pace.
Okay, so what have you seen from him? Do you feel like this is good fight for you? You feel like do you watch film and strategize, or is it nameless, faceless, I'm going to do my fight and change it? Like, have you changed a bunch, or how does strategy play in with who you're fighting?
He's obviously the champion right now. He's probably the toughest matchup in the division for me. I would argue he's one of the toughest matchups in the division for anybody. He's the champ. He's defended the belt 3 times. He's the best guy in the world. As far as training for someone like him, I've always trained for grapplers. That's always been like kind of what the opponent's game plan is. Let's take Sean down, take her down. So pretty much same game plan we've always had, just against the best guy in the world. And it's that's why it's so exciting. And I do believe, and everyone knows, I have the capabilities to go out there and put his lights out. And so that's what's so exciting about this fight.
Hair looks sweet right now. Is this the final phase before fight, or are you doing anything different?
No, I mean, I have a press conference this afternoon. I'm gonna get a nice, fucking beautiful fat fro, and then I'll get the braids, the cornrows before fight night.
It looks awesome.
Yeah,
it looks really cool right
Thank
now.
you.
Yeah, it looks.
Thank you.
I don't know how many different colors are in there and how long it took.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
took about 7 hours.
Okay, see, that's what we need.
Yeah.
Preparing the hair, 7 hours worth of. Yeah, it's training camp. Yeah, we need that for entertainment. Pac-Man's got something for you, Sugar.
What's up, Sugar? My question is, I read a lot about John Jones. You got a lot of him in you. How much have he played for your career to get you where you at, or help you to be where you at right now?
Yeah, John Jones is one of the greatest fighters of all time. Super inspiring career, especially for him to take as much time off as he did, come back and just, do what he did. So yeah, watching John Jones' career play out's been super inspiring.
Who do you think fights like you that has been a fighter before?
I truly believe I have a very unique style. There's similarities of multiple different people. There's similarities in Izzy. We do have, he has a very highly skilled level of striking. But even then, like we're a little bit different. So I really do believe I'm just kind of one of a kind.
Yeah, and that's why we fucking love you. Go ahead, AJ.
Sean, I don't know how much you've been paying attention to the NFL, but there's a quarterback in Miami, Tua. He had multiple concussions last year. It's been reported that he's been working jiu-jitsu and possibly judo to try to learn how to fall. Do you think that'll be beneficial to him? Could that help him?
Yeah, I mean, learning how to break fall is as simple as learning just how to break fall by itself. So I don't know if you need to necessarily do judo or jiu-jitsu. You just kind of have to learn how to fall, but I think it'll help him in multiple areas in just life in general. Jiu-jitsu is one of the sweetest sports in the world. So, but yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think it will definitely help.
Yeah, we think there's a chance, somebody comes around the corner. Oh, shit, yeah. Von Miller, here he is. And Von Miller accidentally puts his hand out to go for the ball, and Tua just like,
yep.
Breaks an arm. That's first quarter. Von Miller's out.
Yep,
yeah, we got sacked, but that guy's dead. Like, that's what jiu-jitsu is, right? That's my understanding.
Yeah, that's basically what jiu-jitsu is to the T.
All right.
Look
so
out.
did I get a
black belt?
Black belt.
Yeah,
Yeah, black belt.
yellow?
Black belt.
No, I don't want the black one. The black belt, I think you got to go like the amount of beatings
Take your
Get
licks.
whipped.
you got to kind of take. I don't need to do catch up on it. What's the first one? Just a basic ass white belt? Like,
White belt. White.
so you guys are saying like, hey, it looks exactly like the robe, the gi that you're wearing. You don't even got a fucking belt right now. That's kind of what they're saying.
Exactly. Yeah.
What are you? I assume you're just.
Brown. Goes white, blue, purple, brown, black.
And that's in jiu-jitsu?
Yes.
Kickboxing, though, you're home, right?
Yeah, they don't really have a belting system in kickboxing, but I'll give myself a black belt.
Hell yeah.
Smart.
Yep.
What's past a black belt? Like a double? You like a double black belt?
Chain.
I think they have I think there is a red belt after you've been a black belt for 25 years or something. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. There's only a few of those guys.
Yeah, you have to earn that one. That sounds like 25 years of just getting your ass kicked.
Or kicking someone else.
Well, once you're that high level of black belt, you're not getting your ass kicked too much, depending on what room you're in. But
Valid.
Yeah.
Very valid. Oh, I heard you talk to who's the big, massive dude on the internet? Bradley Martin, maybe.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Who was talking about how I think he had a thought that a lot of people who are athletic, big humans think. Like, you're fighting at 135 pounds. I was sixth grade. I think I was 135 pounds with how fat my ass is. So a lot of people think like that, like 260 pounds, 250 pounds, like 135 pounds, these guys can't do damage. And then you kind of broke it down to them like, I'm gonna get your back at some point and it's pretty much over. Is there any limit to what those types of mixed martial arts can take down if they're not trained? Like, I should immediately, and I don't think this way, I don't wanna fight anybody, I get my ass kicked all the time, but like other meatheads out there that potentially agree with that particular theory, like that, the weight means nothing at all in this entire thing. And in public, you beat the fuck out of every human you see, even at 135 pounds?
yeah, I mean, I walk around at 155. I'm not much bigger than 135, but I feel like I'm 20 pounds. But yeah, what I told him is I wouldn't want to. He's saying in a street fight who would die, and I was saying, I mean, I wouldn't. I don't like the odds of. I wouldn't like to get in a street fight with him, but if it came down to who would die, I would have to be confident in myself because that's just, that's how it has to be. But he's a very, very fucking huge human and he's very fucking strong. So, he grabs a hold of you and somehow slams you. There's ways to mitigate being slammed and stuff. But, that big, that strong, I wouldn't like to test it. But I also, would say that I might come out on the other end of that. But I like Bradley. I don't think that'll ever get to that point. We're buddies, and hopefully I never have to street fight anyone that big and strong.
Yeah, to the death either. A street fight to the death with a buddy. That's tough.
That'd be tough.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
That'd be some really rude people in charge, though. Which could happen.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be very rude. I don't think I'd want to put anybody in that situation. Tone has a question for you, Sugar.
Yeah, Sugar, I feel like when we've talked before, you've kind of got like a residency type thing in Vegas after your fights. Have you planned out the party in Boston yet after you win?
Yeah, you know what? Boston kind of closes down around 2 a.m. I'm not even going to make the walk till midnight, 12:30. So by the time I leave the venue, Boston will be closed down. I got a beautiful suite here in Boston that I, might participate in a party at. But it's hard to say, man. These fights can be brutal. And after the fight, you might not want to party. You don't know how it's going to go. I got my jet waiting for me Sunday back to Phoenix. So maybe the party happens a little bit later in the, heal up, have a good time. But Resorts World in Vegas is usually my go-to spot at Zoo, but it's not, we're not in fucking Vegas.
No, you're in Boston. Great city. Hey, it's going to be loud. That building's going to be loud. I mean, the pop that you're going to get is obviously going to be huge. Everybody's excited for your opportunity to get a title. And if we pivot away from that, Ty just mentioned something here and with a little sign there. This celebrity boxing, obviously you're close with because you are a man of the internet and a man that is beloved. And I think you understand everything that's kind of going on in our world, which we love and appreciate, which is yet again why need you to have a title. Like we are, a lot of people pulling that way that you're our guy. Let's go get it. But you kind of stay in touch. Dylan Dennis and Logan Paul are about to fight. And I mean, that guy's Twitter is I'm learning a lot about a lot through Dylan Dennis's. And that fight obviously doing its thing. And then Jake Paul and Nate Diaz, I think, are going to try to do an MMA fight. Ultimately, I think you'll probably have the same view as us. This is good for boxing, good for fighting. Anytime there's a spotlighted fight. How do you feel about it? And do you think that is what like a retirement plan could be for big named UFC fighters like forever almost?
Yeah, 100%. I was jacked for Nate versus Jake. I watched it. I sat on my couch at the edge of it. Was so excited to see what happens. It was a great fight, very entertaining, and was very entertained. Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis, same thing. I'll buy it. I'll sit down. I'll watch it. I'll react to it. I'll talk about it. It'll be on the internet. I'll be a part of it as much as I can, through YouTube. I love that stuff. Very exciting. And, it's definitely something I would be interested in, later on in the career, similar to what Floyd's doing these exhibitions, doing stuff like that. But yeah, for me right now, obviously go out there, get the belt, do my thing, and then, hopefully beat up Gervonta Davis at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like the retirement plans, I don't know what they were. Like maybe go to the WWE, maybe make some appearances. But now with the way it's kind of growing, if you're a good fighter with a name, I think you'll be able to potentially profit forever, which is good for the fight game in the long haul, even though some of these fights might be terrible. Now, Jake's fight's entertaining.
Very.
Very entertaining. That first round was incredibly entertaining. And Nate Diaz is fighting. So that's going to be entertaining because Nate Diaz is fighting.
Yeah.
I assume this Logan and Dylan one will be good, and there's going to be bad ones, but I think it's great for the fight game, just like you're great for the fight game. I don't know where you're headed, but we will certainly let you go, pal.
Sorry about that. I got to run to Whole Foods, and I got some more media. I got the press conference I got to get ready for. I just got some shit I got to do, but I fucking hate leaving the boys. I wish we could talk for longer. I would love to come on after, celebrate with you guys, and fucking definitely want to keep in touch with the boys.
All right. We miss you, buddy. Good luck out there. Ladies and gentlemen, the future bantamweight champion of the UFC, Sugar Sean. What if that was how he actually left conversation?
Yeah, that was so cool.
You know what I mean? Like,
Fade out.
Not from here. Got to do it. So he's starting his weight cut tonight, he said?
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
That was the next question. The next question was, what are those? Yeah, he's 155 is where he's at, so he's got to get 20 pounds. He said something about people that have to lose 15 to 20. It's a little bit more difficult, but it's part of the job. I wonder what he's doing.
I know. How do you even lose that much when you're in that good of shape? Yeah, like there isn't.
Hammer the sauna.
Sweat.
Yeah, just
sauna. Then they fill the hot tub up with super hot water and just get your basically your mouth out of it. Sweat more.
So then
spit a bunch.
Imagine how
hell cutting that weight.
Imagine how good it has to feel after you make the weight.
Oh man.
And then you're able to drink again and everything. You're probably so excited there to get into that fight.
Yeah.
This might be for me, this would be the worst part. Now, I lack a lot of discipline, and this sounds like a nightmare. I run hot to begin with, hate how much you have to sweat, and then you're basically just trying to murder your body, make everything kind of disappear, get on a scale, and then you're back at it. I would not be great at this, but this is probably the most
They all say it's the worst part. They say it's the worst part, too, a lot of fighters, the cut.
And then they put on, Alex Pereira, when he fought at 205, I'm pretty sure the thing was like he weighed in 205, got it, and then he was like 227, like the next day.
And there has to be something about percentage gained post-weigh.
Yeah, they putting it in there now. It really wasn't in there earlier.
So they're putting it in for all things, like boxing and MMA, or just MMA?
I know for boxing, for sure.
So, hey, can't be a 250 guy fighting at 185.
Right.
Okay, if you just
Yeah, some percentages I think they have now. It's
weird.
So if you fight 135, you can't be like 147 before the fight. Like they weigh you in again before the fight.
Double check.
It's like a math.
Yeah.
What was the percentage that you gained off of this? This is where you're allowed to be whenever we fight. That makes more sense, it seems like. Because he's the tallest bantamweight, right, him?
Yeah, it has to be.
That's
5'11".
That's his thing.
Yeah.
He's so
super
much,
long reach.
Has to be.
and that's why he said, everybody tries to take me down. That's what you're trying to do because most guys I fight, I can do
Do the
palm
John
their head.
Jones.
Yeah.
One of these. Remember when Moutinho was like, go ahead, hit it.
Yeah.
Hit it.
He was
Hit my face.
using his head.
Hit my face. Oh, right cheekbone. Got one of those.
Eat it.
And then Sean will throw a combo, and he's like, left chin, right cheek. Boom, boom. He's actually throwing combos back at Sean's fists.
Yeah, Sean actually, because of that, broke both of his hands.
Yes.
Yep.
And Moutinho lost the fight, but
Didn't matter.
But he earned our hearts.
he has the most lethal face in the history of the fight game.
Yep. By far.
3 straight rounds of that.
This is an awesome fight.
This is always highlights, but like at one point, Sugar Sean was dribbling,
Yeah.
step back, right hook, and right.
I was gonna say those aren't just like little jabs he's throwing either. He was his head's fucking snapping back violently every time he's getting hit.
If you haven't seen him fight, and I don't know how that could be, but if you don't watch fighting or whatever, this dude worthy of watching fight. Now,
Absolutely.
He's walking out at midnight, 12:30, like, okay, going to be tough. I assume we'll see it at some point. Hopefully somebody in here will see it.
Absolutely.
But like, In Boston too, they're doing that.
They're gonna go fucking nuts for him
when he comes out.
Yeah, like they're going to go.
O'Malley.
Yep. Bingo. Yeah, nailed it. They are going to lose their fucking mind for him.
But he's a showman.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a showman in there, AJ. I think that's why I love him so much in there because he
Fight business, not the fight game.
Bro, he's crossing people. Look at that. He just dribbled right there. Go back to that thing. He's dribbling, and then he'll do like a step back a couple times. He's bananas. He did this, I think, in one fight.
Oh, yeah.
He's just out of control almost, but then completely in control. What?
Dribble.
Looks like fun.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
If you're on his side, if you're on O'Malley's side.
Yeah. He's having a good time in there. We haven't really seen him not have a good time, right?
No, well, he had the drop foot deal. That was like really the only time. That was just like a freak accident.
And that's why he says he's undefeated.
Yeah.
Because how was I supposed to?
That was ridiculous.
He could rematch. Marlon Vera's fighting he's fighting before him. So if they both win, they could have another one.
AJ, now I know I've asked this before, and I should know more about you. And every day I learn more and more about you. Like this guy finished 6th in the Heisman voting.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I didn't know that.
Somebody tweeted it. We seen it.
Is there 6 spots? Do they vote for?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had
You
the
gotta
entire
vote.
list.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you got a Heisman vote.
Throw that on the intro.
Look at that. Heisman voting. 6th, AJ Hawk, Ohio State.
No first place votes. Dang it.
I don't know what that's all about. These assholes, they just don't respect defense.
Well, you were splitting votes in Ohio with Brady, so it's tough.
In the family, not even in Ohio.
Yeah.
Brady got to go, I guess, right? Because he was
that was Brady's junior year there.
So you didn't get to go to the presentation because you were 6.
Right.
No, they did not reach out to me to come to that. No, it's true.
Loser.
What's that all about?
I don't know.
Oh boy.
AJ Heisman Hawk?
Did he win the
Makes sense.
the linebacker award or no?
The Butkus?
Yeah.
Nope. Did not.
You won the Bednarik though, didn't you?
I don't know about that. Whatever Lombardi is, that's that one. That's what I got.
Michael
D-line,
Lombardi?
O-line. It's like D-line, interior line or linebacker.
Nagurski?
Weird, like, nope.
You know what the name is. Just fucking say it.
Lombardi. I told you the Lombardi Award. I told you that. That's what it was.
Well, you said maybe it's this.
whatever the
you weren't
Lombardi.
No, I said I don't know how it's like. They take either O-line, D-line, and if you're off the ball linebacker, not an edge rusher. That's like it's a weird award.
Sounds like you were pumped to win it.
I was. It was great. Luke
and you
Fickle
got
came.
the
It was
Jack
pumped.
Lambert trophy.
Where'd you guys? Oh, you won Jack Lambert.
Whoa. Adam's brother.
Where was that? Where was the award presentation?
Which one? The Lombardi was somewhere. I don't know.
Oh, you know.
I wouldn't touch. No, that wasn't. Believe me, it was terrible. It was during bowl practice. I had to fly around to multiple spots. I almost canceled my trip. I almost went home.
I don't
Just
want
because
these awards. I want to play football.
No, it's just they try to like put you on the whole. They put you like you're a circus animal, and they want to parade you around. I'm like, this is not what I'm doing when I'm 21 years old and I don't want to be here.
Hey, just to let you know, the reason why I won this award, why I'm this circus animal that you guys see, is because of football, and I'm missing football practice
right now.
Let's get the main thing here. Oh, could you
They're
imagine?
just not fun. Those things are just not fun.
Could you imagine him winning the NIL?
Oh, my God.
In Ohio, our guy right here. Oh.
So many steaks named after Hawk.
Oh,
you kidding me?
Give me the Hawk burger.
Let me get the 16-ounce Hawk.
Give me the Hawkeroni pizza.
Yeah.
Ryder Cup winner, but not champion. That's awesome.
You are. That's real deal.
Oh, champion of Ohio. What, this is my real
Two-time?
Wikipedia?
Two-time champion of Ohio?
That's
I know
amazing.
that.
And you're
Oh,
two-time.
2020?
Did you get voted in 2020? I guess that would
I
make
don't know.
sense because of all your work
Put
during
that up.
COVID.
Yeah, he probably forgot.
That's amazing.
No, I think it's because of January 6th, right? That'd be 2021.
Oh,
yeah.
What, his birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's.
That is awesome. Think about our show. Just think about our show. You know? AJ Hawk, we describe as one of the most toxic humans of all time, publicly. His birthday, actual birthday, is on when that whole thing pops off over there in the Capitol.
Planned it.
Can't make
Everyone
this
meet
stuff
me
up.
down in D.C.
Bro,
We're going to have a party.
think about, for those that are new to our show, think about how we handled his birthday being January 6th, January 7th
Yes.
Yeah.
of that entire year. Just absolutely, our show's the fucking dumbest, dude. Just the dumbest. We have connections to things we shouldn't. You know, somehow we get tied into the stories that are the entire political world, pretty much.
Yeah.
That Aaron Rodgers stuff during COVID.
So awesome.
Oh, I don't know about that. Bro. There was a lot of terrible things being said to me about how I looked, what I was doing. I was a murderer, and so was Aaron Rodgers.
SNL.
I mean, it was
SNL. It started off an SNL episode.
And now, on September 7th, we will be launching on ESPN, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and we are so incredibly pumped and thankful. The NFL kicks off on Thursday, September 7th. The Lions will travel to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid, and the boys will be trying to go back to back in the middle of a dynastic run. And that day, we will be live on ESPN for the first time from noon to 2. From noon to 3, we'll be live on YouTube, Twitter, and everywhere else. And then on Friday, we'll be live on all of those platforms from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Hell yeah.
Because on Saturday night, we'll be doing a simulcast on the field for Texas, Alabama. And we have no idea where game day is, but we're hoping that is there as well. So it should be an incredible start to our ESPN run. And then Monday Night Football, obviously, is the Bills and Jets in New York to cap off that weekend. We're incredibly pumped and excited. And we have been a part of so many big things. But when we're on every single luckily, we're not saying we deserved it. We're just somehow our shit gets dropped into the middle of everything that happens. Not on purpose or planned.
No.
But whenever we're on every single television in every airport, restaurant, cafe.
Bar.
Yeah, right.
Let's get ready for September 8th to have some shin pads.
Yeah, bring those for sure.
Okay.
Bring your hard hat.
Yeah, that weekend, first weekend of NFL football, good. That'll be a good distraction because, buddy.
Don't need it. Live.
Buddy.
Don't be live.
But we're incredibly pumped and excited and thankful to everybody who's been along our journey with us, knowing that we're a bunch of stooges who like to enjoy shit talking about sports. Now we're getting a chance to obviously kick off on the worldwide leader on every television in America, as well as being on YouTube still and on every other social media platform for the first time in a long time. And just wait until you see the other things that we will be doing that I don't think linear television has ever seen before. So very excited for it all, AJ. Your thoughts on us going to worldwide leader on September 7th?
It's going to be awesome. So this is the official announcement, right, of the date?
Yeah, right here.
This is the act.
Just happened.
I mean, now the way you line it up with all that's going on that weekend, that's going to be pretty awesome 4, 5, 6 days, I would say.
Yeah, so there were some discussions on when. That was, so we agreed to terms. Then we got to figure out a lot of stuff still. Nobody really, I went on to that upfronts. Hey, we have agreed to terms.
Yes.
Sweet. We're going to the ESPN family. We had agreed to things that are very important to a deal being done, but then, boy, it was time to get into the weeds. And that was a blast. That was a lot of fun, talking to a lot of people. Kind of got it figured out, learned about each other on the way, learned how things are going to be and how they might be and what's possible. It was fun on that side. What is possible with the weaponry that they are? And then the last thing to figure out was like, all right, when's this whole thing starting? And there was a lot of different times suggested and reasons for and reasons against. And it just felt like, our year is the NFL season.
Starts.
That's literally how we view our calendar. I know the Mayans have their calendar. Everybody else does their thing. Our calendar is the NFL calendar.
Yes.
Kickoff day 1 just feels like the right answer.
Makes too much sense.
And it was.
All parties agreed. Let's go.
Can't wait.
Let's go.
Huh, AJ? Let's do this. And think about, we have shit to talk about when we get on every day.
Exactly. Yeah.
Huh? That's good.
We have football games to talk about, NFL football.
Our first overreaction day is day 2 on there. Think about what these humans who are seeing us for the first time are going to be thinking.
Man.
We're going to be in Tuscaloosa. 10 to 15 people probably.
Just about.
Hey, but if you come, need energy.
Yeah.
And SIGs.
Good energy.
You need good energy.
And SIGs.
Just throwing it out there. They make them different in Bama.
They do.
Oh, Tone.
Listen, if we're in Bama, I'm smoking cigs. I mean,
once you get a taste of that sweet nectar, the cigarettes from Alabama, you'll know. You'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Are they known?
I don't want anybody.
Cigs?
Hey, listen.
You hear Skinner on the radio?
Nobody needs to be smoking cigs right now.
You hear some.
There's so many different alternatives. But listen, if that's what you're looking for from the beautiful people down there, roll tide to you. Pal.
Roll Tide, baby.
You do what you got to do.
I'm an Alabama fan, actually. I don't even have a college team, but now I do.
Just think. Hey, they're a good one.
And it's Alabama.
Yeah, it's not a bad. We often talked about how nice it must be to be an Alabama football fan. Literally every week, you can shit talk whoever, whenever, about anything.
See you in the playoffs.
And you can even be babyface, like, hey, your team's doing really good this year, knowing that the person you're talking to in the back of their mind, they're like, yeah, but like,
asshole.
if we were to play you guys,
Right.
Unless they're Georgia.
we'd be in deep shit. And then Kirby Smart says, nah, my time now. Your time is up. My time is now. John Cena.
Yeah.
That's what the Kirby Smart says. And then Nick Saban says, is that right? Is that right? So we'll be down there. Let's not make sure that that's our first priority.
No.
But let's have some energy. Let's have some energy down
the
there.
juice.
Let's have a good time down
yeah.
Because a lot of people are going to be seeing us for the first time.
Yes.
A lot of times. And we know what comes with that.
Yep.
These guys fucking suck. Get them off TV. God damn it.
I don't think McGee's going to say that.
Well,
No,
that wasn't McGee.
That was somebody watching. It sounds like McGee. What's your problem? Why are you broad
I thought it was
brushing?
McGee.
McGee would never say.
No, I know.
No.
Still thinking about Barth Brooks.
We need to get him on program.
Yes, we do.
We ever go over to Omaha,
Ooh.
we will certainly book him for any event
Yes.
that is taking place. Because what McGee said about his ability is one that I need to see with these eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And hear
That's right.
with these ears right here.
I agree.
There's going to be a lot of these guys think they're funny. Oh,
These guys.
these are the guys
Yeah.
that.
No, they say I don't get it. A lot of like I don't get it. I don't know what they're doing.
Tired of the shtick.
Dude, think about they fired insert name of legendary,
Yeah, you're right.
very
You're right.
good. Song,
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
Any of them. There was a lot of incredible talent.
To listen to these guys talk about drinking their own piss, like that's what it's going to be.
What the fuck?
That's just
So you did do that. We knew it. That's what I've been saying this whole time.
Look
Lock
at
it
you.
in.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
If you want to think that I did, then yes.
That's your
I have
So
no
that
problem.
sounds like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
think.
That's his truth.
Think.
So AJ just.
No, I told you I might do it. I might start doing it. I told you that.
See, but AJ, I'm thinking like this. You know, because the way your brain operates.
He's tried it.
As soon as I looked at, well, of course, but that's why as soon as I saw you, and I just thought,
There's benefits I would have tried.
well, I heard there
Well,
is
yeah,
benefits.
there is.
Remember,
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey,
No,
don't
you
be.
heard from frothy loads on people that there's benefits, not pee.
No, mixed with.
No, I heard if it was the
You got
Splenda.
to mix it.
Scrub.
Yeah, remember the Splenda?
Yeah.
That's the that's the cinnamon you're dipping into the tea.
Yeah.
Splenda, the
Great
body.
for your like skin and your complexion and all that kind of
Anyways, I looked at you and I said, that guy has drank his own piss before because of how much you work out and the way you view life and everything like
Okay.
that. As soon as I said it to you, in your mind, you're like, this guy got me.
Yeah.
So you're like,
He knows.
I've never had somebody just look at me.
This guy can read me like a book. This guy's got me.
He knows too much.
And you said, if that's what you want to think, like you didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's potentially what happened. But with that being said, let's not make that the A block.
Sure.
No.
You know?
Push that to D.
It's not me. I'm not pushing that.
You're not pushing it away from A?
ESPN PR just released their press release, and now they have listed out a 6-hour block that I think we should all be very fucking pumped about.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, because no matter what your thoughts are on Stephen A. Smith, we will let you know we are pumped to be following that guy's show.
Yeah.
Honored.
Yes, absolutely. And I believe there's going to be times where, you know,
Yeah.
we are going right through the break, Stephen A. staying on, and there's a chance that we might have a delayed start because it's going to have to be. Did you hear what you said this morning,
What was
Stephen?
that?
And I can't wait for the ESPN audience that has never seen like a handoff happen like that before. You're like, wait, this ain't.
They can't do this.
What the hell? I can't wait. I cannot wait. But that's part of the things that we found out, like, is possible. Like, is this possible? Like, well, I don't know if we've ever. Well, is it possible?
Anything's. It sounds like anything's possible.
Yeah.
That's how they've been, bro. That's how Burke's been. That's how Jimmy has been. That's how Bob Iger has been. That has literally been. We got a guy named Foss, and every time we have said here, I said Mickey Mouse.
He loses.
No
No
disrespect.
offense.
Loses his mind.
He's the guy we're talking to. So he has traveled out here like numerous times, and he is the guy that is being put in Bristol in front of these people that have kind of done something the same way for like 30 years. And then he sits there, and then he's loaded with ammo from his brain that is very good. He is a very
Awesome.
love this guy.
Sharp.
He's very sharp. But then also like, hey, this is how I think this should go, and this is how I would like it to go. And he just has to sit there, and then these people are like, that can't happen.
Yeah.
That can't happen. And you just kind of got to sit in the pocket, maybe even sleep on it a day, and let's go back in there again. Hey, this is how this is going to go. So how do we feel about it? All right, see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
So this guy has been a weapon thus far, and I think the reason why I have such faith that it's going to work is because all parties are aligned.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that very rarely happens. And by all parties, I mean all parties that have actual say.
That matter.
And actual influence. You know, that is, and I'm honored and fucking pumped about it. I can't wait to get started on
Yeah,
September
and you know, like you just mentioned it, everyone over there really has been pretty accommodating, and cannot hammer home enough. I still have all the bookmarked tweets from when this announcement started. So if you might have been on one side of history when this thing was announced, maybe go back, delete some of those, because you don't want those coming back and biting you in the ass, because there's a chance they might, especially with what you just mentioned with the transition that maybe had never happened before. There's going to be a lot of things like that are probably going to happen in the fall.
Little faith. There was little faith.
Little to not. Little is like generous. Like there was no faith. I didn't see damn near anything for those first week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the longest period of time I feel like I have sat through in my time in Twitter of the zero faith. But that's why it's so exciting that it's here now, because like we're not in that time period where the announcement was there and then we just have to wait and wait and wait till it was, able to prove to people,
point, yeah.
yes, like what it was, and now we're actually 3 weeks away from it.
Man, we were speaking into a wall too. It felt like.
Oh yeah, there was no
nothing. What are we?
Bingo.
What are you talking about? Why would you even think that? What are we? Why are you? You're being rude. You're saying some rude stuff. You're saying some real rude stuff.
Sell out.
You're a fan of mine, man. You're saying some real mean stuff
Can't
to me
tell.
right now. That is real rude. And then it just kept coming, and nothing like that.
Nothing
Was not listening.
No.
At all for a bit. But I think we have. That has kind of quieted down.
It has.
And we're kind of getting to that point where I do believe there's a chance that it does evolve the show a little bit. Because once again, we are going to be on every public television that is out there still. Like Front Office Sports, who I've had a hilariously roller coaster relationship.
Yeah.
But they have good information. They said last year was the first time I think under 50% of the people watched their TV.
July.
Yeah, July.
Yeah, first time ever.
First time ever, yeah. For the first time, America's usage of traditional broadcast and linear television fell below 50% of all TV consumption in July. Streaming has reached an all-time high, and business models across media and sports are trying to keep up. And then, that was a perfect story to release for our announcement to be like, yeah, we're going to be on ESPN.
Yes.
And their TVs that are incredible. There's nobody that has the real estate that ESPN has, and that is earned, not just fucking given. Okay, so that is ESPN has done that for a very long time. Then we're gonna be on YouTube, a pretty good one, pretty good. I think
I'd say.
I believe our YouTube is remaining
pretty relevant
as the driver of this whole thing. I think so. Pretty good reach there. Twitter. I think we're going to be live on Twitter as well. I believe that has become a real discussion, a real thing has happened. It's like, have a pretty good Twitter presence as well.
I think so.
And then this new one, what is it? TikTok?
TikTok.
Yep.
I know nothing about that, not on my phone. We're going live on there as well because they're launching a live thing. And it's like,
You're not.
the ESPN folks were very welcoming to like, yeah, we do need to get multi-platformed.
Should.
And it was like whenever they started talking about that with me, whenever I started chatting with them about what I was hoping for and everything like that, they were so open with it like immediately. And like once again, with what that tweet was there, it's like I assume they're like, yeah, we were probably right in this thing.
Yeah.
So it's like things, even though we had a lot of people cooking us there early, our own people were just absolutely cooking us. Like everything that has happened behind the scenes and with like what's happening as a society is good for everything that has taken place thus far. And now it's on us not to fuck it up because obviously we have full control of the show for 10 hours on ESPN every single week.
Smell me?
That's a wild thing.
Yeah, and you one of your posts you had like built on stone, like it really was, and it's cool that you got to go back to the basement and like experience that because it really is like a reflective time of holy shit. It has been a long time coming, and like here it is now, and it's not as if we came here just to stop here. Like obviously we want to keep going and make it better and better as we go. So there is like another evolution coming, and this is just part of that.
And the thing that adds and helps us is like for some humans in our world, and it's happening right now with the Big Ten games potentially only being on Peacock and fans being pissed. That's because some of those fans like don't fully comprehend the digital streaming age. Like that's still at 50% there in July. So there's a lot of people still watching TV. So whenever you like request somebody to come on a show or ask to be able to do something, if they haven't seen you on TV, that you are not a real deal. Like you are, everybody has a podcast.
Yeah.
He has a show on YouTube. Okay. How many views does Dude Perfect have? How many views does this person have?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're small on YouTube. That isn't, and I'm not saying that. Obviously, everybody that knows that we've been very fortunate to have a ridiculously sized audience who is the greatest group of humans on earth. But once you get on like them, it's almost like Jimmy Pitaro, Bob Iger, Burke Magnus, like they've given the approval that this is a sports show. So then all those suits that make no decisions but are in a position that has to happen, like they all just kind of fall in line almost.
Yep, legitimized.
Yeah, like they just kind of fall in line behind it. And it's like that's another absolute weapon that we will be able to benefit from, I believe, when it comes to guests or events we're going to live or access we'll get to things. It's like all that shit that ESPN has, and it's built. That doesn't just happen. No. But for some people, it's all they got too. So there's in my eyes, the reason why I was so confused by why everybody was so mad is because like I feel like I understood what we were doing more so. Yes. But it all kind of has come to how we hypothesized at the beginning. So let's go do this thing, AJ. Let's go fuck.
It's not that I don't think people lost faith in you or the show or anything. I think they just didn't know because they haven't seen anything like this on ESPN before. So they're like, how can they continue to be those people on ESPN, I guess, and do that show?
Yeah, how they're going to be able to talk about.
And like you said, there's no way. Like I would die of boredom if I have to change. If I have to figure something out.
Bingo.
Like, I'm sorry, I'll fall asleep on the show.
I can't do it. I really do apologize. Like I screamed "son of a bitch" at Luke Bryan college game day in the middle of like the. I don't want to say uppity, but like a super highbrow college football crowd. It's like, you think that's just like, I don't know if it's possible for me not to be an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's possible for me not to do that. And I talk about a guy drinking piss at the ESPYs on ABC. Foxy's putting this vlog together.
Yep.
It's going to be a good one. It's ESPYs into Tahoe.
Yeah.
It's Foxy's really putting work in. I can't wait for the world to see it or whatever. But he was sending some clips. Like, you remember this? And I was watching me talk about him drinking his piss. And I saw in the corner, like, ABC was there. I'm like, geez Louise, bro.
Whoops.
I'm fucking ABC talking about a guy drinking his piss. Like, what is your... And then, like, immediately I thought to myself, like, nobody got fired.
No.
Advertising money is still being spent.
That's right.
Like, if that isn't proof to all parties, like, hey, we're good to go, It's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. We're in a good spot. Very, very thankful for it. And I'm happy we spent 15 minutes talking about Jesus Christ.
Hit one. There you go.
Oh,
that back rim.
I punted about 50 balls last night.
Oof.
Oh.
Fresh legs.
Why?
His ass hurt.
It was just for
To who?
my ass,
Come back.
my groin, my hip flexion, my quad, my hammy. My calf even hurts a little bit. But none of my joints, only muscles.
Nice.
That's good news. Yeah, I'm very excited about it, but still very sore.
Yeah, feeling it.
That's how I felt after running that 40.
Very sore, but it wasn't a joint, so we're good. Not going to need this to be fixed. No ligament issues. It's just that my muscles haven't done this in a long time.
That's right.
And I think they're telling me, let's not do this for another long time.
Sure.
Everything hurts, AJ. Everything hurts.
Cold tub. You almost lost a leg.
Yeah, and this morning I get into my ice barrel we have out here, and this was the morning I needed it, the most. I can't wait to get in this thing. I get in there, and I drop down. It's a barrel, so it's a little tight. You got to push yourself down. I bend down, boom, cramp right here in my right leg.
No.
In ice barrel. So I had to straighten my leg. I had this thing up on the top, straight up. My leg's going straight. I'm not flexible. So this thing is straight. Oh, I almost just cramp right there. So like there's something going on with this one right here. But I'm up out of the ice barrel, straight up like this, okay? And then my other leg is giving out. I thought I was going to die in the ice barrel.
Just get out of the ice barrel.
I had to do a fucking dip. I couldn't. Dude, it was like, it was so.
It's hard.
It was tough, dude. My ass was like almost stuck in this thing while I'm cramping. I thought I was going to die this morning right out here. That's what happens. That's why not everybody can punt. Okay?
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. It's not,
Exactly right.
it's not just when the balls are going. It's the next day what you got to deal with. I almost drowned.
Yeah.
From punting.
That'd be amazing. It'd be amazing if you did.
That's how I went out.
I hope it doesn't happen, but still.
Yeah, but if it did, if reality was.
They just saw both your giant legs are sticking straight up out of the barrel, and your head's in the barrel. And everyone shows up. Oh man, why did he wait till we showed up to get in there?
The
he
hell?
could have just pulled himself.
How'd this happen?
How'd he end up dead here? He right? Couldn't he?
Just knocked the barrel over?
You don't understand the cramp. That's the message I would have been trying to get out.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't understand the cramp that I was getting at the time. It was bad. It was bad. But yeah, I punted a lot of balls at Lucas Oil Stadium last night. And I think the content that's going to come from it is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
You think so?
Well, that's part of the ESPN deal, right? You have to play in 8 Monday Night Football games.
That's right. All-time punter.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if they told the punters for these teams this.
They got one night off.
Hey, don't worry. There's an older guy who's not as good as you who's taking your job for one night on the primetime. Congratulations. I did hit some big. There was a couple that made me like, okay, if all went to shit, could still.
Yeah.
You know, not gonna be able to pass a couple drug tests right now, but we'll be able to get
You'd
back.
have time if you needed it.
We'll get back into it somehow. Oh yeah, that's the one.
Oh, man. The back rims. Not kind.
We're back tomorrow. I'm not doing it anymore.
Hey,
Your next one's going in.
Oh!
Oh, there we go.
Let's go.
Look at you.
I mean, thank you for that, encouragement.
Yeah.
Thank you for the team for lifting me up when I was down. Do you see me? I was crouched down.
Yeah, you didn't want to do another one.
It was because my soul was being dragged down by failing and failing and failing again. And what you guys do? You lifted me up.
Don't do it.
Your next one's your best one.
That's right.
Hit that ball.
Power of Jesus.
Amen.
Yes.
Did anybody bless me there? I don't think there was any Jesus.
I gave you.
Did you?
I thought it was like a birthday wish where you can't do it out loud.
Like 11:11 make a wish?
Yeah, I can't say it.
Yeah, just keep it in, or it doesn't come true.
You eat your fortune cookie, fortune?
Excuse me?
Do you eat the fortune in a fortune cookie?
Do I eat the piece of paper?
Yes.
I never have. Should I?
People do that.
No, you shouldn't.
Weird.
That's the only way it comes true.
They didn't do it in China.
I don't care if it comes true.
Come
What?
on.
I mean, what do the fortunes say? You will have a great day. Or whatever.
Okay.
That'd be a-
I don't
that's
want to have a
true.
great day.
Yeah, I'd eat that.
I
for
don't want to
I
have a
tell
great
myself that
day.
every morning. I tell myself that every morning. I don't need someone else telling me that.
Your friend, a fortune cookie? You just want one of
Come on.
the
My
universe?
friends like you guys could tell me that, but I don't need some stupid fortune cookie to randomly tell me.
Whoa.
No, it's the universe being put
Yeah.
right in front of you right there. That's what
Hey,
that.
Pat, do you remember, before we get off, I don't know if you remember, we were in Tahoe.
Here we go.
And I've been seeing things like ahead of time. I've been calling my shot on different things. I did it a few times in Tahoe. One time, you were sitting back like edge of the fairway. I don't know what hole it was. I believe Sunday. You were about to hit, and I was like diagonally from you about 30 yards away, and I'm standing with my brother because I was about to hit my shot by a tree, and I was like, you addressed the ball, and I told my brother, man, I don't feel good about this right now, and I backed us up about 4 steps, and you somehow bladed or hooked this thing, and I still remember the ball went. I remember the ball slow motion as I backed up, went right by my eyeballs, zoom, right through me and Ryan. And I was like, if we didn't back up, I just saw Ryan the other day. I'm like, if we didn't back up, one of us is dead for sure. Like, that thing was humming.
That was
and I
boost.
saw it, and so I got done. And I was like, can I see the future? This is unbelievable. I've had that multiple times now.
Well, I appreciate the fact that maybe you have this sixth sense of being able to see what's coming, especially if it's potentially life-threatening. That's good for society. Yeah. But you're right. I remember that shot. Yeah. And I think I don't know if it's
2 seconds after I backed it up. 2 seconds after I backed up, you were like starting your backswing as I'm backpedaling.
Yeah, but I'm just saying also, like, if you did it with anything else, it wasn't as predictable. Like my golf swing, we all saw it, and that was fairway off the deck.
Yep.
That was two wood off the deck.
Okay.
And I had to go kind of past you to begin with, right? You were over here to the left, but I had to go past you a little bit.
I believe so. I don't know what hole it would have been, but yeah.
Yeah, where you guys were standing the first time, I thought you guys were a little bit too close, but I was too damn tired to say, hey, you need to back up. I thought it was a little added pressure, and clearly it did not work. But yeah, I remember almost killing you. That was bad. That was bad. Imagine what if you just eat that?
Yeah.
AJ's
I mean, I
It's a
thought
hole
of
in
that.
one.
Believe me. I thought of it. It would have bounced up to the hole probably 270 yards off my head, most likely, but I still think I could have finished the round.
Yeah, you definitely would have. Definitely would have ended up in 40.
Right in the temple. Can you imagine? Right in the temple. I'm dead.
That ball's
Full
not
go.
bouncing. That thing isn't going further. It is disintegrating upon AJ's head.
Off his
probably
face.
Yeah, what are we talking about? That ball
Or
is
it's just
dead.
going to be stuck in my brain.
Is there anything we haven't covered today that we have to cover? Oh, yeah. DJ Khaled has a new album coming out.
Bingo.
He's releasing some of his new bars, from his songs. Hey, we the best.
Of course.
DJ Khaled.
Another one.
Another one. Add another one.
Okay.
Don't be a fool. Get a pool.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up to this morning, and I thought to myself, I already have one, but if I didn't, you're motherfucking right. DJ Khaled.
Hell
Do
yeah,
now.
Khaled.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This was his Instagram post. It says swipe left. Couldn't. Don't need to. Only need one single photo. Don't be a fool. Get a pool.
Mm-hmm.
So always talk about global warming and global boiling. Let me solve it for you, okay? Don't be a fool.
What?
Get a pool.
Pool.
Shout out to DJ Khaled for that word this morning.
Keeps going.
Is that the name of the song or just a line in it?
I don't know, maybe it's in every song.
Okay.
Should be.
You know, it might be in the We the Best.
Yeah.
Don't be a fool. Get a pool. And then he'll come out with DJ Khaled's pools.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
And
For sure.
It'll be like a above ground pool that they bury. You know?
Sure.
It'll be like, it's actually both. The way DJ Khaled
Yep.
would spin that would be, what a human.
He's the best.
You hear me? He called himself a billionaire the other day, too. He was sitting next to Jay-Z,
Yep.
and he said 2 billionaires or something like that. I'm like, good. Hey, DJ,
I believe it.
good for you,
Yeah.
bro.
Absolutely believe it.
He's got a new album coming out. AJ's got a new album coming out. I can't wait.
I can't wait. I thought he was going to become a professional golfer from what I've been seeing online.
He's still.
It was golf and studio. Anthems come soon.
Yep.
Is what he said. I know you thirsty or something like that. It's like DJ Khaled, can't wait to hear what you put together. First song, Supposed to Be Love. Not for me.
Yeah, it stunk.
It was.
It stunk.
Oh no, is it like a Drake?
It did.
It's not for us. It's not for us. though.
Mitt loved it. Yeah.
Whoa.
It's
Yeah.
for Mitt.
Okay.
Yeah, Mitt and his generation, I think, the demo. We are not demo.
So it's like a preschool song?
Yeah. It's got some roly
Easy.
poly
Come
to
on.
it. Yeah.
That's
It's
rude.
ABC.
It's got some Magic School Bus vibes.
Yeah, but it's it's got good. It sounds like there's good vibes coming. Just wasn't for us. Foxy, I think, liked it. Foxy, right?
No, I actually haven't heard that one yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he'll love it.
What does that mean?
That means he'll love it.
I like a lot of music.
Yeah. Foxy's a pro music guy.
Hey, I love music too. That's why I'm super excited for DJ Khaled to get back in there.
And now I want a pool.
As long as you guys stop playing that
Don't
other
be a fool.
fucking guy in here.
Who?
The one that fucking takes ice baths and
Fucking,
walks.
I try. Yeah, I agree, Tony.
Bruce's guy?
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's this guy?
Yeah.
Posner.
360s at the concert?
Yep.
Yeah. Posner. He did get down too when Posner say, everybody get down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
And
Stand
then,
his stick up, but we're going to have a moment here. Get the fuck down.
remember when he stood up, he was about 2 feet taller than anybody in the entire crowd.
Well, actually.
Let's get to it, bro. Bruce,
Yeah,
like Posner all the time or only when you're in his presence?
all the time, dude. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, I
You-
agree.
You get it. You're rimming off.
Hell yeah.
Do.
I almost died in a cold tub this morning. Posner would have fucking maybe sang at my funeral if I
He
died in a
would've.
cold tub.
If you went under in that cold tub, Posner would have came to you in your
Imagine
brain.
Wim Hof delivering a speech at my cold tub death. Oh my God.
Awesome.
That'd be
So
awesome.
emotional. So emotional.
Yeah.
Rogan would come in, he was doing the right thing.
Yeah.
He was
You'd have a splash tank right next to your coffin, and Ryan Hawk would just be fucking Wim Hof.
Oh, yeah, the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Butterfly in place.
What a memorial for you.
If this happens tomorrow, this is what I would like.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right?
Got it.
They don't talk about the dangers of that cold tub that could
No, they
potentially
don't.
go.
Oh, God.
No, they don't.
Drowning. Jeez Louise.
That's
You get a full. You can get the big one eventually, like that it keeps itself cold.
Yeah, but there's pretty high maintenance, I think. Like the sun.
You got mitt. You can put somebody on it.
I think it cleans itself.
There is one that does, but even that,
does. It's not too
I don't
tough.
know how much you can trust.
Just don't be getting in there with all your body oil and lotions and shit.
Oh, don't worry, we had rules.
We got rules.
Yeah, I had to break
Good.
down the rules.
That's good.
Hey, you get in the barrel, you rinse off first. And that's said in every NFL building and very rarely listened to by the entire team. I
Do you
thought
just have enough ice? Sorry, do you just have a lot of ice there or what?
You have no idea. Don't please. This is a touchy subject over here. We bought an ice maker, like a industrial
ice
size
machine?
one.
Yeah.
And it came and it was this big. This thing.
Oh,
this big.
no.
This thing. It was this big.
We got a couple ice machines. Ice machines are the best.
Yeah, we just got a big ass one that's going in right over there, but I don't think it comes in for 2-4 months.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Supply chain.
Take some time.
Supply chain's
right.
Mayor Pete's got it.
Pete Butt.
All right, let's get the hell out of here. Who you got tonight?
Browns.
I'm going Eagles.
-3.5.
-3.5.
Plus 3.5.
Do we have to do this?
Browns.
Yes.
First,
yes.
first half Browns.
Oh.
Oh, what is the spread?
I'm assuming probably what, 1.5, 2.5.
There's not one, but you can make one up.
Bummer. I guess I'll take the Browns then.
Full.
Have to.
I'm on the Browns as well. Seems like it's all too easy though.
Give me the Eagles.
Okay, that's why he did that.
Yep.
That's why Tone just did. Tone couldn't get that out of his mouth fast. He started doing the math. AJ, okay, that's 1, 2. Connor 3, Matt 4. Okay, yep. Give me the other way. Yep. Because somehow these books will know who will benefit most from what, and they'll end up with it.
I don't love the hook, but
Here we go. Here's all of the books. Oh, yikes.
It moved.
To 4?
2.5.
Yep.
Move to 4.
Oh, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Big
You're on
plus
the
4.
Eagles. So are you. Line's 4. Sorry, we didn't make the rules.
Nope.
3.5, 4, whatever.
Yep. We'll take it.
Shit,
All
3.5.
day.
We got to win by 4 anyway.
Exactly.
We not worried.
We'll see.
This is going to push.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Nice little
21-17.
28-24 possible.
2016, missed field goal, missed extra point.
8-4.
Like
That would be
Like that.
2 safeties. Jalen Carter
Sign me up for
has
that.
2 safeties. That would be great. That's the 4, and then obviously they go for 2 because they're like, we can't let these guys get 2 more safeties.
Yeah.
That could happen. It's
Perfect.
preseason football.
Possible.
It could happen.
It's preseason football. You
Banking on it.
honestly never know, right, AJ? You never know.
Happened the first play of the Super Bowl with Peyton, remember? Snap over his head.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
First score.
Hey, he still got it.
Oh, lost it.
I believe it.
He still got it.
You don't lose something like that.
He was spinning it. Jim Irsay too. He still got it. Whatever you think it is, he's got it.
He's got it.
Okay.
Absolute fastball to Jim Irsay last night.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but they showed Nolan Ryan step up there at the age of 63 or whatever. And he got that knee all the way up here, and then he fucking outside corner. It felt like
Strike.
that's Jim Irsay right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jim Irsay is painting. I know I didn't dive deep into the Jonathan Taylor situation because the conversation was led elsewhere, but Jim Irsay is batting 1,000 right. Oh my God, look at that ink.
Jeez.
Bro.
See you later.
Hey!
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why.
Man.
That's exactly right.
So what
He
happened?
pitched forever, too.
Yes, he did.
Like how long?
Like probably
20-some
25
years.
years. Yeah.
One of the best ever.
He was throwing no hitters like into his mid 40s.
Yeah.
Gas too, huh?
Yeah.
Just country strong. Like he didn't he live on a farm? He always did, I think.
Yeah,
in
I think so. Forearms, massive, big hands, big legs. Guys would, he'd hit somebody, charge them out. He'd beat the shit out of them.
Yep.
This guy's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
How big is he? Is he big? He looked big.
I think he's tall.
Probably 6'2", 6'3".
6'2"? This guy's 6'2". That's like not that big.
Yeah, 27 years.
27.
CC Sabathia, like big guy.
2'6", right?
So
He was
able
probably
to,
throwing way more pitches, too,
he's
than anyone throws these
76
days.
He's 76 now in that video? Jesus.
what?
Says right
He was
there.
only 63 in
His age 76.
Oh, so this was him
This is
13 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh.
We just figured this is not recent.
He could still
He can still do it
burn
now,
one.
but that leg kick might not be as high, but he can still
So
do
we
it.
got 90 feet in here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Basketball court.
Not, I mean,
Is this guy available to potentially?
Don't need it. Just
We're going
60.
60 feet 6 inches, but yeah, 90 feet if he wants to run the bases.
Well, if I get a single on Nolan Ryan, I'm fucking trotting to first
Oh, yeah, fair.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine you have Nolan Ryan throwing pitches in here.
Yeah, it'd be sweet.
I see him pop up on a lot of different internet things. Yeah, so yeah, good
Is
chance.
Tony catching?
Well, this is the ESPN thing.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the ESPN thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? This
That'd be
is
so sweet.
Where-
Get him to set up the go-kart track again, have him pitch to you, and then go-kart riding.
what's your problem? This ain't disrespectful to
Yeah.
Nolan Ryan. I'm trying to
Nah,
respect.
you don't think he'd have fun with that? He has all kind of vehicles on the farm.
Everyone
Yeah, he
loves
might love go-karts.
yeah,
Go-kart.
Everyone loves go-karts.
Maybe
Who doesn't love go-karts? Everybody.
Those go karts are awesome too.
They're the jet skis
There's a
of land.
family.
They are.
Yep.
That's a good way to describe them. But many people would say quads or motorcycles are that.
Yep.
But you're saying go karts, which hell yeah. I think jet skis are motorcycles.
Yeah, I would have went.
Yeah, smaller
obviously, I
boats.
would have went four-wheeler, but
They got motorcycles.
Maybe yeah, because it is a thumb.
because motorcycle, people who don't know how to ride motorcycles, very dangerous. I feel like it's a lot easier to ride a quad.
I don't know. People flip quads all the time that don't know how to ride them.
Pretty easy to ride a jet ski.
I flipped one, yeah, as a kid. That log came out of nowhere. I don't know.
What are you going to do?
Whoa,
Oh, shit.
whoa.
Upside down.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah.
He's gonna hate this, but Foxy rides quad, so
Yeah, you look cool in it, too.
Quads are fucking awesome, Tony. Why would I ever hate that?
No, I mean.
Yeah, you have some sport.
What?
I got
Yeah, why can't-
Can-Ams. I'm a big four-wheeler guy.
Yeah, you can wheelie, like the Rough Riders Anthem video.
Yep.
That literally is the
sweet.
reason why I wanted a quad and a dirt bike as a child.
Yeah.
Because of the Rough Riders Anthem video.
Yep.
Oh, my God. You do all that?
Yeah. Pretty good.
I saw the Island Boys riding quads and dirt bikes the other day.
What were they riding?
Quads and dirt bikes.
Not each other.
Not kissing.
Jeez Louise.
They were smooching.
It's
They
only
were
fans.
doing more than
The
smooching.
brothers are smooching?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got an OnlyFans.
Smooching, stroking, you name it.
There was a fake
Nothing wrong
dong
with it.
situation.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
These
Nothing wrong with
boys,
that,
boys
yeah.
are wild.
These boys,
The
wow.
Island Boys?
The Island boy.
Island Boys.
Yeah.
Smooching each other.
They're smooching dong.
I mean, how do we know what's real here?
We don't. I can't take anybody serious. Look at this. I can't take anybody serious. If the Island Boys made a OnlyFans turn,
They did.
Yeah.
okay.
No joke.
That was their only path through. But what can they do to make money? They got to show their dong on there?
Smooch each other, play with their dinghies,
Okay. This can't be real.
Ride
No,
quads.
it
It's
is.
real.
ride quads.
Yeah.
And that is 100%. Hey, guess what? Do not search Island Boys on Twitter.
Oh, my God.
Are they not? Are they really brothers?
Yes, they're really brothers. It is
like
a
some-
lot of ding ding playing.
Yeah.
It really is.
I don't.
You can't be real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
We're
not
up
listening.
for real.
It's
Tying
real.
their,
I do not
tying
believe
their
it.
ding
Working
dings
for
like
people seeing brothers?
fucking balloon animals.
Tongue kissing.
It's real.
This
No
can't
joke.
be.
It is real.
Yeah.
Google it right now.
That's like
All right,
that's
let's get outta
incest. So they're just playing with each other's meats on there, and people are giving them money.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
Yes.
Listen, Island Boys, we apologize for this fake conversation.
This is a real conversation.
Real.
I am not fucking around. They are actually on OnlyFans playing with each other's ding dings. Now I don't know
They're playing
the
dummy
exact.
sticks on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yes.
25
No.
bucks.
Yes.
They'll make.
I don't
yeah.
believe it.
Yes.
Google it.
Google it. Do
Google
it right
it.
now.
No, we're not doing that. on this
25
show.
bucks. They'll make a giraffe balloon animal with their ding dings.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Zito, pull that
Tie
up.
them together, knot them up.
Hey, call some of those. Get those ESPN contacts. See if they can confirm this.
It's with the
Let us
Island
know.
Boys.
Yeah, they would know.
It's true.
What a run, bro.
There's
That's
no way
what's
there's even a market. How is there a market for that?
How is there not? They're the Island
People
Boys.
like seeing brothers play with their meats and balls. There's no way.
if they're the Island Boys,
There's definitely a subsect of people out there who do enjoy it. I think they're doing it.
Is that illegal though to mess with your sibling?
It's America, brother.
yeah. Welcome.
Kidding.
Freedom.
Yeah. It's called the American
See, I was
dream.
just told that Tone just dropped something into the group chat, and Zito said, it's really bad. I do not recommend looking at it. So
A lot of smooching on dongs.
I don't think I've kept up with the Island Boys story nearly
there's
as much as you
there's
guys have.
They're blowing up on OS.
It's a fake dong.
Literally.
It's simulated.
Good for them.
Yeah, they're doing it.
Just real quick,
Oh no, I saw a picture.
See? What did we say? Told you this wasn't a fake.
Not
conversation.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
I didn't look for long, but it looked like a carrot.
Shout out to my,
Told you.
bro, shout out to my algorithm, too. My algorithm knew when to turn the Island Boys pipeline off.
They've kept it out.
I'm pretty pumped up about that. But now it's back because you guys just been yelling it into its mic.
Oh, yeah,
pretty
it's back.
much. And you just texted it over there.
Well,
Yeah, don't click on it.
if I got to see it, so do you.
So I didn't even think about dudes potentially on there. I guess that would make sense on the OnlyFans if there was the other way.
Yeah,
That dudes are probably just on there.
they're crushing.
Jeez.
AB would make a killing.
Oh boy.
I heard he's getting the call to arms by a bunch of porn stars. He needs to jump into the porn game.
I mean, Antonio Brown probably will head over there. He's already been an amateur a couple different times. We've seen a few of those flicks in the middle of his run there. But, all right, yeah, more of that type of conversation tomorrow. Boy, I'm scared to look into the group.
Don't.
I'm trying not to end the show because I don't want to go.
Just know that it's fake.
What's fake? Like AI? So why are you guys talking about
The ding ding is fake
it's
in
fake
this.
penis.
It looks like a carrot.
I
Looks
think
like he's got a
carrot.
carrot stuck in his jeans, and the one old buddy's got his mouth on it. Still pretty, pretty risque. I would say it's risque.
It is pretty risque to say the least.
From the brief second I looked at what they said,
my God.
that's what I got. Looks like a carrot.
The old carrot deal.
Yeah, it's a carrot trick. Everyone knows
Why
about
is
the
that?
carrot
How
trick.
much money can that bring in? Like, hey, want me to suck a carrot from his pants?
$10.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I don't know. I'm just assuming.
They got to split that too, right? It's $5, $5.
They're on Cameo. Are they doing that on Cameo too?
They do 1,000 of those a day. Then they're making
Best part, it didn't even phase AQ. He's just sending in O-line clips to the group. He's like, oh, yeah, that's seen that a million times.
Yeah,
Been
that's
there,
it.
done that.
Guy's sucking a carrot. Big deal. He's healthy.
Call me when it's his real meat, AQ.
Get his vitamins.
Congrats to them, man. Whatever. Hey, good luck out there.
Keep it going.
We were pulling for you.
No judgment here.
Never.
It sounded pretty judgmental.
Yeah.
Just wanna let you
Not
know.
judgy. I'm just wondering.
Judgy-wudgy. Low judgy-wudgy.
I wonder the market, what kind of market there is for this incest meat sucking. I don't know.
Yeah, do you think they regret that this is what they decided to go with as a business plan? And then they got in and like, we really committed to this. And it turns out, I don't know what the peak amount of money is possible here in this particular world. You think they're having a little carrot sucking regret?
Well, you gotta play the hand that is given to you. Obviously, and they know that this is what we did, and we're set up, and we're gonna become billionaires soon.
Yeah.
At least their eyesight get better after sucking all those carrots.
Yeah, you're right.
Good point.
They need to put milk
Always
in there
the
too to
toss.
get a little better teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Strengthen it up.
Yeah.
That's why horses love carrots.
Yeah. And the Island Boys.
Good teeth.
And
Suck those rods and cones dry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
All right, let's get the hell out of here.
Okay.
September 7th.
Live.
See you there.
I don't know if we need to have that.
Yeah.
I mean, if it happens, people need to know that this is taking place. I just learned something. I didn't know that. The Island Boys came into all of our lives.
Yep.
And then I thought they disappeared.
We're just a
No,
big
no,
information
no.
show.
Yeah.
Stop.
What's that, AJ?
I stopped myself. I had a couple things.
You're going to say
I had to stop
the only thing that disappeared.
Couldn't imagine what
Is that what you're going to say?
Made a few things disappear.
I'm glad. I'm proud of myself. I'm maturing. I really am.
Attaboy.
Proud of you, AJ.
Boy,
Sorry, the Island Boys.
Yeah.
Watched the bum fights guy on Dr. Phil yesterday.
Yep. Classic.
unbelievable.
What a time.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I highly recommend if you have 2.5 minutes, just search Bum Fights Guy Dr. Phil. You will not regret it.
I did not know that existed either. This guy has the haircut of Dr. Phil. He shaves it into his head on Dr. Phil. So he has full head of hair, obviously. Shit, there he is.
Boom.
There he is. Goes on to Dr. Phil.
Legend.
Like that. The entire appearance is 2.5 minutes, though, so I guess you kind of see how it goes
It's
quickly.
Yep.
But
Well worth the watch.
Dr. Phil, babyface.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But bum fights guy, quite a good heel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
throwing
Is this
heat.
a Jim Everett, Chris Everett situation?
Even better.
Great moment in the history of sports media, and I don't know if that'll ever be duplicated ever again.
But I will.
What did he say?
Bet I do.
Bet I do.
Bet I do, yeah. And then what was the name? Chris Everett. Jim
It
Everett.
was Jim Everett. He kept calling him Chris Everett.
Why do you keep calling him Chris Everett?
Chris
though?
Everett was a tennis player.
Female.
Yeah. So
So like you guys calling Davis Mills Dougie Mills.
no.
worse.
That would be
No.
calling him like Debbie Mills.
Yeah, but Debbie's
Yeah, Little Debbie. Come on.
that's only a name that's not normally a male name, right? Like Chris is a male name.
He knew that he knew Chris Everett. He was referring to the tennis player though. Jim Everett knew that.
And Jim was like, don't you
Yeah.
do that.
He's call
Right.
him.
Yeah.
I just learned about a baseball player saying some things in an interview yesterday. Nick sent me over an Instagram meme. I think his name was Rocker.
Oh, John Rocker. Yeah.
John Rocker.
He
You know
played
John
no
Rocker?
games.
I listened to an interview.
I didn't see
I
this.
they read a transcript from his interview on a local news somewhere, and that got it on the Instagram, and Nick sent it over to me, and I listened to it.
He was a psychopath, and he ran, I don't know, 400 miles an hour from the
He
bullpen
did.
to the mound.
So they base King Powers off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns out there was
Yeah.
a reason people were throwing fucking batteries at him and shit when he was coming out of the bullpen.
Where's he at now? He just disappeared?
Yeah.
He literally ran 3.9 from the fucking bullpen to the mound every time.
Yeah.
Did you hear the quotes he gave to an interview? Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, are you,
Write
do you want to
these
reenact
down.
it here?
Yeah.
Do you want
What?
to read it? Do you want to read it for, like word for word?
no. I'm just saying I was sheltered to a lot of things.
I think I know what you're referring
He had
to.
a-
He had a run there for a couple of years.
he had a
where, yeah, it
couple
was
of 'em.
rough.
Bro, he said some things. I'm like, yo, this is a bad mean
Yeah.
guy. This is a mean guy.
He's
Bad
a
guy.
mean
It's
guy.
a
Mean cuss.
Yeah.
This is a mean guy. He is not. This guy doesn't really like
No, not very tolerant of other.
anything.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I've never heard of this.
In an
guy.
interview, like, hey, write this down. Hey, whoa. Let's not misquote me. Pretty much is what it sounded like. Make sure you.
Word for word.
Yeah. It was wild, dude. That-
yeah.
How long ago was that?
Who? Probably like early 2000s, maybe.
All right.
He threw very hard.
He did. He threw gas.
A lot of hate.
A lot of hate in his heart. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's
Yep.
going to heat up a little bit. every
Angry.
once. Yeah, you work out mad.
Yep.
Normally going to work out a little better.
Throw mad.
That guy wakes up pissed.
Every day.
I can't believe this has happened. What's that? Everything. And then he's just throwing the shit out of that baseball.
That's right.
He had no friends, I assume, on any team.
Yeah, definitely not.
He literally sawed down every single race
Oh yeah.
that exists.
Okay.
Well, except the whites.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Whites
Yeah.
did not make it into the rundown.
Right.
Huh.
But it's like baseball has, right?
Oh, yeah.
Always has.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of what he was like. I was listening to that. I'm like, no. As they're listing off, I'm like, all right, this is fake. Sweet. This is not real. And then it was being a local news station was the one that did this. They're reading it off. And then I'm just listening to this guy. I'm like, how did this guy exist in sports? How did this guy make it? Because the diversity of sports is crazy. So, like, normally I would assume that you have good people in there. Then you listen to that, it's like, that guy was just like, he had headphones on in the locker room. Don't you even think about touching Michael.
Yep.
Jeez Louise. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He didn't last that long, obviously.
Only in baseball.
He wear out
no
your welcome
clue
pretty
this
quick.
is.
Yeah, that's not happening in football, I don't think.
No.
Jeez. You know what? Sports are a good thing, though. Let's remember that.
Hell yeah.
Sports bring people together. People are going to be divided about us, though, September 7th.
Okay.
Well, September 7th, I don't know if anyone's going to be divided.
No, we're
I
back.
think it's going to be one direction.
No, because our people, I think, will come back.
Sure. Maybe. Sure.
They said some rude things. You know, it's just business. It's not personal.
Yeah, that's right.
United we stand. Together we fall.
Yeah, because when you're like, yes,
Amen.
that's weak.
Weak.
But when you're like, yes, you're strong.
Strong.
Right, AJ?
Like bad.
Right here. Boom.
Team on me. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Team.
Boom.
Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey, tomorrow's a big one. Feel Good Friday.
Oh yeah.
Packed to the gills with guests tomorrow.
Nice.
Sweet.
I don't think we have anybody.
Okay.
Obama.
Maybe.
Don't sleep on Barrio.
Joint practices might be live in studio. You know, because
That'd be
Chicago
sweet.
is in town.
Yeah.
They got joint practices tonight, I think, too. Are you going tonight, Zeke?
Yep.
I was going to say, tomorrow they probably don't, right?
No, so we could probably try to.
Yeah, because Saturday night is the game, so there's no way they're doing
George said he would want to come by.
Who?
George
it. McCaskey.
Kasky.
Kevin Warren. Isn't he the president or GM?
He was actually not here.
I've heard some things about Kevin Warren. I don't know how he's going to do running an NFL team, but I'm excited for that. I'm sure he has his side of the stories as well.
Find out.
Yeah.
We will find out. Wait, George McCaskey said what now?
He said he was a big fan. He's a big fan of yours.
Really?
I love Pat. We almost had him here.
It was close, for real. So the owner is at the joint practice in Indianapolis, right? Where's he, like, living in a hotel down there? What, does he have a bus? Does he go back? Is he helicoptering back to Chicago?
That's a good question. I did see there was a motorcade, or what do you call those? With the
Motorhome?
cops.
Police escort?
Yeah. So there was one
Motorcade
car
bus.
leaving. I'm guessing that was him.
Gotta be George.
Might have been Jim, too. I mean, what if
Could've been.
Jim and George had dueling
That'd be
motorcades,
sick.
race to the helicopters to get out of here? Heard Jim tell a story last night that was just phenomenal, just about a helicopter situation that he was in.
Is he still riding that thing around here?
Oh, yeah, buddy. I believe so.
If you go copter, you never go back.
I do not think there is. The way he was talking about this chopper thing, as if it's like the greatest invention of all time, and having to hop from one to another, and he's awesome. I couldn't even fathom living in that guy's world. Get a deal done with Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
To wrap up this day, right?
Let's go.
If this goes in, a deal done with by the end of the week.
Okay.
Yep.
Thursday.
For sure.
Okay.
No question.
Truth hoop.
Yeah, I mean, there's no chance they're getting a deal. Whether that went in or not.
I mean, we don't even know if he'll be back by a week from now.
What, health?
I mean, whatever's going on.
Bonus
Hope he figures it out.
Same thing applies.
Yep.
Plays this
Bonus
year, he's
ball, yeah.
gone.
Truth hoop.
But if you don't,
Truth hoop.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. There we go.
big.
Welcome back to the Colts. Jonathan Taylor, it's good to see you.
That's big.
I thought that was for our truths.
What's that, pal?
Did we all have the same truth or no?
No, this is universal truth.
Yeah.
Oh.
The
That
world.
WWE stands for Walk with Elias.
And Ezekiel.
And
And Eldridge.
Elron.
EJ.
Elmer.
And
Eloise. Elena.
And
Ella.
LA Knight.
where's no? That's
an
That's
L.
L.
It's an actual L. Starts with.
I know. I'm just throwing in my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, but we're just saying the Ezekiel family,
Right.
the
Yes.
Elias family. Where have they been?
I haven't
Nick?
heard from them.
Yeah, Nick, where's Elias?
Yeah, well.
It's a good question. I don't know.
I thought he went back to help with plumbing and everything.
He probably did. Was Zeke there?
Yeah.
Nick?
I haven't heard from Zeke in a long time.
It's because he hates you.
I'm starting to worry about the guy.
That's not good.
Did he die in that hospital?
No. Can't kill him.
Oh no. Who's the guy in the front with the hat on?
The bottom
Little LJ?
That's
Yeah, LJ. That's
Who was that?
EJ.
Is that a brother?
Yeah.
ELJ.
Yeah.
Younger brother.
Younger brother.
Youngest.
Is that his mom down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, she looks all torn up.
Well, yeah, she's losing one of her
Her
babies.
son is in
Son's
a
got a
neck
fucking
brace.
neck brace on.
Why are they looking at the camera like that?
Nobody.
Who? Is they're wondering why this person interrupted. Look, Dad's got the
Dad
fucking
giving
jug
him
of piss.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need you. to
Drink up. AJ likes this
Drink
stuff.
it. It works.
Elias was just trying to entertain the
Still
family.
got his boots on.
Yeah, it came straight from the.
Yeah.
Straight from the
What do you
ring.
think this is, dude? I'm so sick of it. Let's get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow with a Feel Good Friday that will hopefully be much more feel good than what you guys did with the Island Boys today.
That's just real.
Hey, that was their-
It's
that
not
was
like
their
we're
decision,
lying.
not mine.
Yeah. If it's happening, it's
There's
happening.
no way what
Yeah.
you guys are saying is actuality right now.
Yes. That
In
is,
theory, you guys are talking about what could be the Island Boys.
Nah.
no. This has been happening for a while.
Yeah.
It's been a story for like.
Now, if it makes you happy, 5 texts have came in, so it has been pushed out of order. So
Thank you. All right, let's get out of here then. All right. Happy we got to this point. I appreciate you all. We'll see you tomorrow. You're the greatest humans on earth. Life is going to be great no matter what because it has to be.
Yeah.
It's all going to work out. You know why? Because it has to. And let's try to enjoy it all. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their entire life. Goodbye.